gotta be grateful. You need haters. What is you complaining about? What do you think a hater's job is? To hate. So let them do their goddamn job. What the is you complaining about?
F16 kill a track with a mix.
Yeah, they can hate on me. Got a reason why I always keep the flame on me. And I'ma do it till I'm done, ain't no brakes on me. Break me down, hell no, that's what you ain't gon' see. Blue devil on my shoulder, he just spitting the facts. So be careful how you moving, ain't no running it back. Southside, the world where the real ones at. Them 200 boys reppin', logging in from the trap. Better log in, homie. Better log in, homie. Log in, homie. Better log in, log in.
Gotta be grateful. You need haters. What is you complaining about? What do you think a hater's job is? To hate. So let them do their goddamn job. What the is you complaining about?
F16 kill a track with a mix.
Yeah, they can hate on me. Got a reason why I always keep the flame on me. And I'ma do it till I'm done, ain't no brakes on me. Break me down, hell no, that's what you ain't gon' see. Blue devil on my shoulder, he just spitting the facts. So be careful how you moving, ain't no running it back. Southside, the world where the real ones at. Them 200 boys reppin', logging in from the trap. Better log in, homie. Better log in, homie. Log in, homie. Better log in, log in.
What do you think a hater's job is? To hate. So let them do their goddamn job. What the is you complaining about?
F16 kill a track with a mix.
Yeah, they can hate on me. Got a reason why I always keep the flame on me. And I'ma do it till I'm done, ain't no brakes on me. Break me down, hell no, that's what you ain't gon' see. Blue devil on my shoulder, he just spitting the facts. So be careful how you moving, ain't no running it back. Southside, the world where the real ones at. Them 200 boys reppin', logging in from the trap. Better log in, homie. Better log in, homie. Log in, homie. Better log in, log in.
grateful you need haters. What is you complaining about? What do you think a hater's job is? To hate, so let them do their goddamn job. What the is you complaining about?
F16 killer track with the mix.
Yeah, they can hate on me. Got a reason why I always keep the flame on me. And I'ma do it till I'm done, ain't no brakes on me. Break me down, hell no, that's what you ain't gon' see. Blue devil on my shoulder, he just spitting the facts. So be careful how you moving, ain't no running it back. Southside, hate the world where the real ones at. Them 200 boys reppin', logging in from the trap. Better log in, homie. Better log in, homie. Log in, homie. Better log in, log in.
Gotta be grateful you need haters. What is you complaining about? What do you think a hater's job is? To hate, so let them do their goddamn job. What the is you complaining about?
F16 killer track with the mix.
Yeah, they can hate on me. Got a reason why I always keep the flame on me. And I'ma do it till I'm done, ain't no brakes on me. Break me down, hell no, that's what you ain't gon' see. Blue devil on my shoulder, he just spitting the facts. So be careful how you moving, ain't no running it back. Southside, hate the world where the real ones at. Them 200 boys reppin', logging in from the trap. Better log in, homie. Better log in, homie. Log in, homie. Better log in, log in.
Gotta be grateful you need haters. What is you complaining about? What do you think a hater's job is? To hate, so let them do their goddamn job. What the is you complaining about?
F16 killer track with the mix.
Yeah, they can hate on me. Got a reason why I always keep the flame on me. And I'ma do it till I'm done, ain't no brakes on me. Break me down, hell no, that's what you ain't gon' see. Blue devil on my shoulder, he just spitting the facts. So be careful how you moving, ain't no running it back. Southside, hate the world where the real ones at. Them 200 boys reppin', logging in from the trap. Better log in.
Gotta be grateful, you need haters. What is you complaining about? What do you think a hater's job is? To hate, so let them do their goddamn job. What the is you complaining about?
F16 killer track with the mix.
Yeah, they can hate on me. Got a reason why I always keep the flame on me. And I'ma do it till I'm done, ain't no brakes on me. Break me down, hell no, that's what you ain't gon' see. Blue devil on my shoulder, he just spitting the facts. So be careful how you moving, ain't no running it back. Southside, hate the world where the real ones at. Them 200 boys reppin', logging in from the better log in, log in.
Gotta be grateful, you need haters. What is you complaining about? What do you think a hater's job is? To hate, so let them do their goddamn job. What the is you complaining about?
F16 killer track with the mix.
Yeah, they can hate on me. Got a reason why I always keep the flame on me. And I'ma do it till I'm done, ain't no brakes on me. Break me down, hell no, that's what you ain't gon' see. Blue devil on my shoulder, he just spitting the facts. So be careful how you moving, ain't no running it back. Southside, hate the world where the real ones at. Them 200 boys reppin', logging in from the trap. Better log in, homie. Better log in, homie. Log in, homie. Better log in, log in.
haters' job is to hate, so let them do their goddamn job. What the is you complaining about?
F16 killer track with the mix.
Yeah, they can hate on me. Got a reason why I always keep the flame on me. And I'ma do it till I'm done, ain't no brakes on me. Break me down, hell no, that's what you ain't gon' see. Blue devil on my shoulder, he just spitting the facts. So be careful how you moving, ain't no running it back. Southside, hey, the world where the real ones at. Them 200 boys reppin', logging in from the trap. Better log in, homie. Better log in, homie. Log in, homie. Better log in, log in.
Podcast, we in the building, everybody in the chat, let me know if you guys can hear me. Give me a mic check. All right, give me a mic check. Let's go. We got Opina. What up, folks?
Shit, chilling, man. What's good, Blue?
Hotline.
Yes, sir.
We got American Cholo in the building. What up?
What's good, Playboys?
Hell yeah.
And then we got the return of the Mac. Who's the Mac?
Mic check.
Yeah, where'd this guy come from, fool? He's gonna take out my shine, oh boy.
Yeah, he came back. He's back.
Damn.
Hey, I was gonna wear a fucking cowboy hat today.
For what? For
Well, just to do it.
Hey, it's funny.
I was debating it.
I told my wife, "Hey, I'm going cowboy this year." She's like,
Yeah,
"Get the
you
fuck
should.
out of here!" I said, "We'll get some boots." I think I can fly it, bro.
Hey, break down the rules real quick.
Oh yeah, no bad words for the first 5 minutes.
Man, get the beep it now.
And
I've heard that, huh?
yeah,
Yeah,
and
we
no
got-
smoking, no drinking. First 5 minutes too.
That's what they look at, huh?
And then we got the phone calls, man. Just let us know if you want to hang up on any of these weirdos.
No, as soon
We
as,
got
as
you.
soon as I see BD walking away, I know it's a setup, brother.
It's a setup.
As soon as I see
It's a
that, bro,
setup,
come
yeah.
on, homeboy.
He's crafty with that, bro.
Oh,
That's
major.
That's the way we're doing it.
That's what I do. That's what brings the entertainment to the podcast world, bro. If
This
you
was-
can't handle it, don't come to a podcast.
This fool's like fucking pirin. Oh, we live, homeboy.
We live.
We
You can
live.
see it up
We
there.
live. We here.
You already know how that works. The left one is the software, the right one is
I don't know if I'm gonna get nervous. Fool.
is the YouTube. About 10-second lag.
Ours is about 30 seconds, 40 seconds.
Yeah.
Before we start, guys,
No music in the background, por favor.
I'd like to say that's that guy right there, homeboy. I'd like to say, Feliz Dia de las Madres.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day. Shout out to my mama. Shout out to my wife. Shout out to my daughter. All great mothers, homie. And tomorrow's Mother's Day. So it's Mother's Day weekend, homie.
Yeah,
so just
hell yeah,
happy
come
Mother's
on,
Day.
man.
Just get the shit started before people start talking shit.
Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's
And
Day.
they'll still talk shit.
Facts. And by the way, SHIT is a bad word for YouTube.
SHIT?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
For YouTube, it is.
Hey, that's why our stuff's all down, bro, because we start, bam, bam.
Yeah.
And they do. They won't let you hit the algorithm, bro.
They give you the yellow cash symbol.
Oh, I stay on yellow, bro.
Yeah, no.
Not good.
You got to fix it. You got a 30-day trial.
Oh no! I always every time I go yellow, I'll go the next day and
then make it
then
green.
they'll make it green, bro.
But by that time, it lost traction.
Yeah, but that time it won't hit the algorithm.
Yeah, it's already over.
But I think we also say a lot of political stuff and that'll
Yeah.
block us. Dude, one time I had a TikTok, right? So I said, let me try this. I put TikTok live and we're just doing regular podcast. They kicked me off TikTok for like a week, fool.
Oh yeah. TikTok don't
I was
play.
like, wait a minute, I can show booty, I can show this, I can show fools, but
Yeah. TikTok don't play. They don't care.
yeah, dude, it's crazy. So what's up with you fellas,
Hey,
man?
let's get into some news. Oh no, let's do a recap.
Do a
Who
recap.
do we have?
I wasn't here for that one, but you guys had on a young Drew.
How'd you skip that one, homie? You
I
left me-
had
you
to.
left me with an underground.
I had to work.
Up and coming
I
rapper.
know, I had to work. Sorry, young Drew, but I had to work that day, man. You know, we all got jobs.
He was on the
Hold on.
forklift that day, fool.
AC the YouTube Yarda Laviro Eshe.
Man,
AC the YouTube llavero, from the Yarda
Damn, dog,
llavero.
$20.
I'm the warden, homeboy. I'm
Salute
the
to
warden,
you.
homie. I'm the warden. I'm the one that made this shit. It said, clack, clack, clack. Here it is.
Facts.
And then it started coming out, and now it's there. But let's keep going on with what this guy missed. Homeboy. You on the forklift that day?
Young Drew. Nah, man, I don't drive forklifts, man.
Ah, what's
don't
wrong
do me
forklift
like
drivers,
that,
fool?
Don't do me like that.
I've been saying this for videos of me on the forklift. It's the bobcat
yeah,
with the
yeah,
forks, fool.
You'd
Like
be surprised who drives a forklift.
That's
MC
true.
Bob.
MC Bob.
Yeah.
MC Bob.
But he's
fool.
selling out shows.
Yeah.
There you go.
He still
homeboy.
drives a forklift.
Hey, what you got
That's
against forklifts, fool? Like, I came here to bang on you. And
Hold
such
on,
shit,
hold
bro.
on, hold on.
Nah,
We gotta
fool.
follow protocol, my boy.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen.
We
I
gotta
finally got
follow
BD,
protocol.
homie.
Yeah,
I finally got this
yeah,
vato
hold
here,
on.
homeboy. Let's
So
go.
we had on Young
It's the
Drew.
other way around. We got you here.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
I'm
get
like that
story.
mob movie. I wouldn't close the door, fool. Like, nah, you locked in here with me, fool. Let's roll.
Oh, from fucking Bronx Tale. That shit fucking sucked, dog.
Shit, all right, let's roll.
Now we had Young Drew 323.
Yeah, Young Drew.
I saw a little bit of it like later on after the next day. What'd you think of the guest? Were you here, P?
I wasn't here.
No.
Yeah, everybody,
I seen it
left
live,
me
though.
with the skeleton cast. I was here with Güero and then Trap Nalgas.
But if King Lil G was here, we'd all be here.
Yeah, all you motherfuckers.
Damn, that's crazy. No, I seen a little bit. It looked like you guys did your shit, fool.
It was cool.
Yeah,
It was a cool up and coming artist
Yeah.
trying to sign an OTR.
He's from where? LA or?
East LA.
Yeah, he's from East LA.
Oh, East LA,
He told
there
me
you
to
go.
hit you up for a podcast, so here I am extending it. So I'll send you his info. You can look it over.
All right, there it is.
You can
I'm gonna
check his
do it,
resume
for sure.
But yeah, he's trying to sign to OTR. He's another up and coming artist, like all the little youngsters that are over there.
Right.
So he's doing his thing.
Yeah. So
You
that's
know,
cool.
so, yeah, he was cool. He has some crazy stories, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I seen a couple of them.
Yeah, his family people featured on the movie Colors and all those Boulevard Nights. That's what he said. His cousins,
Oh yeah.
they were actors in those movies.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Damn.
They look like Boo Boo.
His beard was featured.
I said all those
everywhere.
actors look like Boo Boo.
Oh shit.
Let's get into some news. Fool. What
Yeah.
you find?
Shit, we got a new pope.
Oh yeah, we got a
Ding,
new
ding,
poll
ding, ding, ding.
from Chirac.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
I think it was a great pick on their part as far as the church, because the church is a business at the end of the day. They sell hope and they sell, for you to go to heaven. This guy's a perfect fit because he's American, one. So now the Pope's made in America, which is good. That means Trump's bringing back American jobs, bro. And the Pope was the first one to get it.
This guy.
The second one, habla español perfecto.
Yeah,
He's a dual citizen. He has American citizenship and Peru. He went to Peru, I want to say, when he
he's
was like
Peruvian.
he's been in Peru for like 30 years, bro. He went over there and moved to help the people. So the guy is really who he says he is. So he speaks Italian, he speaks Spanish, he's American. Like, dude, it's like Otani coming in there. He's getting all these new fans. And the Latinos, they're their new like fan base, bro. So I think it was a
Did
great
you hear
pick.
how he came out? The song he came out to?
Which one he came out?
The Michael Jordan, the dun, 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 yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Look it up.
That wasn't TikTok, bro.
No,
that was
he
real.
came out like to the NBA.
There you go. There you go.
He's from Chicago, so
Oh,
that
that's
was
right.
legendary.
It's
That's
like when
right.
Trump came out to the 50 Cent song.
Yeah. So he
Many
came
Men,
in,
right?
He came. You know what song time was like?
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
piano,
of course,
dum,
of
dum,
course,
dum,
of
dum,
course.
Yeah.
When the smoke starts coming out,
Yeah, he came out to that, bro.
That's
Like
what's
it's
up.
Legendary song.
Yeah, he had like the cross. Some black guy in a Pope uniform.
Right,
too.
right.
He had the cross, and then the song played, and then he came out like.
That's right.
So I was like, damn, that's a legendary come out song.
But that is that only important to people who are Catholic, or is that or religions?
Well, it's national, like world news, but it's important to the religion of Catholicism.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they're also one of the biggest religions in the world, so that's a huge fan base, bro. Like
Yeah.
huge. You see how many
Yeah,
people
oh,
stand
yeah.
at the Vatican? Like there's 100,000 people out there, bro, just waiting. Something's going down over there, son. What else we got,
That's
fool?
crazy. Oh, I got I thought this was pretty legendary. It says right here, Jay-Z, DMX, Busta Rhymes, and Biggie Smalls went to the same high school all at the same time.
That's what I heard.
Damn.
All at the same time.
I wonder if it's been fact-checked.
The youngest one was right here. It says I think Jay-Z was a couple grades ahead. DMX was the same grade.
Jay-Z seems to be much older than Biggie, though. I think Jay-Z.
No.
No?
Now they're right there.
Because Jay-Z's like 15, 20 years older than Beyonce. How old is Jay-Z?
Yo,
Right?
he's older for
Yeah,
sure.
so Jay-Z can...
No, because Biggie died young, so you have to add those years on. You think
Yeah,
he was
this is true.
When
This is
him
true.
and Jay-Z were coming up, they were like the same age.
No, not
it's
over
just
there.
Biggie
no,
died
Jay Z
young.
was younger.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Jay-Z.
but Google the age group.
And tell the chat to Google
But that's
that.
pretty. Yeah,
That's what
but
the chat's
that's
for.
pretty crazy though that they all went
Imagine
to
that? All that talent?
And then Busta Rhymes says right here that he had a freestyle battle with Jay-Z.
Back in those days.
Back in the high school
Wow.
cafeteria, yeah.
Damn, son.
And that he got him. He said, honestly, he got the best of me. I spit one verse. That's all I had. My tank was empty. Then he hit me with 2 or 3 more, and I was like, here we go. But I gave everything I had. But he got me.
That's right.
Yeah, 3 verses to 1. Yeah, so
Now those are some legends in there, bro.
Jay-Z, DMX, Busta Rhymes, and Biggie all at the same
I
school.
wonder if any of those guys for summer jobs drive forklifts, fool. You know that?
Not them guys.
Not them guys.
What you mean?
What would they work as?
What's that?
They had
What
to
they
work some
work
side
as?
jobs here and there. They had to.
Nah, they're still in the music industry. These guys, man, can you imagine what you're gonna get paid if you're Jay-Z just to listen in on your album or give your opinion?
Oh, but that's now.
Yeah, we're talking about it
we're talking about when they're struggling.
Before.
Yeah.
When they're drug dealers.
Oh, damn.
But they all can't be drug dealers, though.
All of them. 50 Cent, Jay, that's all he talking
50
about.
was,
Are you profiling people, homie?
No, I mean,
low-key.
He is
I'm
on.
profiling. No,
Low-key.
I'm speaking from experience.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay, there you go.
You know what
homeboy.
I'm saying? I'm speaking from experience, bro.
Allegedly, bro.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, from
Don't
old
ever forget the
experiences.
allegedly, bro.
Old experiences. My bad. I worded
You
that.
haven't learned yet? fool?
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying is,
Come on.
A lot of
Don't
RX
flex
going
my
on
old
out there, bro.
experiences, yeah.
Don't ever
Everybody
forget
that
the
knows
allegedly.
me knows I'm not into anything anymore, man.
Absolutely,
But I'm
bro.
saying the rappers, those rappers, that's what they all did. Like
Yeah, that's what their come up was coming up.
yeah. Allegedly, like I was at the movie theater one time, right? And there was this, security, armed security at the AMC, and he's from New York, and he tells me, "Hey, I'm 50 Cent's age. I grew up with him, and I don't believe people because it's like, come on, dog.
Yeah, of course.
But he was from Queens, so he brought out some pictures, and I was like, damn, he was really next to him, right? And he was telling me that back in his prime, 50 was like the dude.
No, he was a thug, homie.
When it came, so I mean,
Yeah, but out here you had many rappers in LA, Cube, Dr. Dre. We thought they were serial killers from their song.
Rappers.
This one got a whole list of fights waiting for him, fool.
Oh, I got like 20 fades. I got like 20 fades.
hustlers and anything, but they try to come off like they're killers and all. I think just be a hustler is cool.
No, I think what happens is,
you know what I'm saying? Like
the
hustlers
persona
is-
takes over.
Yeah.
The persona takes over. The same thing happened with Tupac. Tupac was a great rapper. Hustler, yeah, for
hustler.
sure. And then the persona that he was playing just completely took over his whole life. And he's got the money, he's got the muscle, so he can live that, but short-lived. And that's what happened. That's because you got to pick a side, homie. You either gonna be a rapper or you're gonna be a gangster.
Yeah.
You try to do two, eventually those paths are gonna cross. You're going to jail, homie, or you're gonna get shot. Like
something.
I think these two guys from Chicago just got unalived this morning. I'm not sure who they were, but I saw them pop up in the feed. I don't know if you got on Hater Media yet, bro.
I got.
Oh, I don't know yet. I haven't checked.
I got says right here, teen brothers in custody after deadly stabbing outside Santa Ana High School.
Yeah, no, this wasn't.
That's
This
different.
was in Chirac. One of their two
Rappers.
top. I don't know two top, but some major rappers are out
from
of there.
O-Block, two of them.
Yeah, there you go.
There you
Yeah.
go. What do you know about it?
I just seen the post like he did. It was two people from O-Block. They got killed.
Very
They got
well
gunned
known.
down.
Early in the morning, like 3 a.m, somebody rolled up on them, and
Oh, my bad. They were at a club.
is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dangerous over there. I mean, it's dangerous everywhere, but over there, it seems like they just try to go extra hard with that, bro. Like, they be trying to have some straight pinche pistolotas, way. No chingue, not supposed to be out there banging.
Yeah, in Chicago. Yeah, it's because there's not a lot of rules. No, like they don't have
Protocol,
nothing.
politics.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
different.
And at the end, a lot of them get arrested and end up going and telling on them anyways, bro, which is the crazy part.
That's the sad part, right?
It is that part, bro.
You go on a tear, you terrorize the streets, and then when you feel like coming out and saying, "Oh, I'm done,"
Yeah, this fool was with me, but he did it.
yeah,
That's what
it's
they
like-
do, bro.
But it'll catch up. I think karma will get people like
Well,
that.
yeah, of course. In life, it always does, bro. It absolutely does.
Yeah, hell yeah. What else you got on the news?
I don't know. I haven't checked.
Oh, well, I said the Santa Ana thing. That was kind of like, I think everybody's seen that. News commentator faints and falls out of the chair on Fox 11.
Oh, I seen that, dog.
She was talking smack on Biden, and all of a sudden she just
Bam. She
hit the floor. And then the dude that was her, what do you call it? Her
Co-anchor or
sidekick?
whatever?
Yeah, co-anchor. There you go.
He was
Co-anchor.
acting like nothing happened.
Yeah,
huh?
he goes, I'm going to move on to the next story while they get her help. That's what he said live. I was like,
Blood pressure
damn.
got high.
Hey, he's a professional, bro. The show must go on.
The show must go on.
The show
That's
must go on.
facts, dog.
The producer was panned the camera to him. All right, let's get her out of the way.
Yeah, but still, though, dog,
Yeah,
you gotta get up and help your people. I mean,
No, yeah, he should have. They should have just. Hey, all right, we're gonna take a commercial break now and do what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Maybe he just didn't like it, bro. He's cold blooded.
maybe he's the one that spiked her drink.
Hey, it's like a coworker you don't like. You see that fool fall, you're gonna be like,
He's the one who put the high sugar in there. You know what I mean? Put
he gave her the tranza, fool.
insulin, yeah.
oh shit.
That's fucked.
There was a piece of news that was posted today. One of these rappers was caught at the GR office today, asking for food stamps and the welfare. You know,
Big Swift,
there you go.
Big Swift.
Well, we don't want to say that because that's a different rapper's name too, right? Isn't it?
Oh yeah, Big Swift's another rapper.
I don't know,
Yeah,
homeboy,
not
but-
that one. Not that
Not
No,
one.
that
I know it's not that one.
Okay,
but
okay.
When I say Big Swift, I'm talking about.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, homie. You know, but I think there is something wrong with fake flexing.
Yeah, but don't you think that fool will do that on purpose just to have you talk about it? That's what he does.
That's
fool.
what he wants you to think.
Yeah, that's what. Well, I don't think that fool's gonna be at the GR, fool.
If you look at that picture again, he looks fucked up. He looks bad, dog.
You ever seen the photo?
He looks like he's stressing whether they're gonna lower his food stamp balance or up that shit. Mira, güey.
Oh, fuck.
He's checking the accounts. He got in there yet, bro. I haven't dropped.
What do they give you now for EBT?
No,
nowadays?
supposedly the person that sent that photo, it was somebody that works there, and they're gonna shoot over the paperwork.
That's what I saw. Paperwork coming.
See, where they're gonna shoot everything over.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be funny, bro.
And you know what? Like I was telling these homies, I was like, I don't like posting shit like that, dog, because we all go through hard times. Like everybody goes through their up and downs. You know, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad.
Right.
But when other motherfuckers don't have sympathy for you, dog, and they're doing you dirty with fake narratives and false accusations, then what can you do, bro? You gotta play the same way they play.
Yeah.
Because the minute you don't, and you play a different type of way, which I've tried, it seems like you end up getting the shorter end of the stick anyways.
Yeah, the minute you slip, they're on your neck, bro.
Yeah, so it's just, they want to play that one, and you got to play that one.
And then the minute they slip and you on there, like, why you got to do me like that,
Yeah,
man?
facts.
This ain't the way you should act. Like, come on,
Yeah,
homie.
facts.
That's the YouTube yard, homie. It's a cold place, carnal.
But what do you think about that situation?
I think people go through shit. I just think that he's a clown anyways, bro, to be honest with you. I'm not going to give no names, but I think people just got to live within their means and not knock the other person down for how they live. But at the end of the day, he's kind of how do you say, like, he puts on a persona that he's doing this and that. But you're just like a lot of people, bro. Just living check to check, going through the regular days, man.
Yeah, but don't you think a lot of just rappers in general do that? The persona, they walk around with the fake money. They're doing the videos.
Oh, yeah.
They're having the homies pull up with it. So they're all doing it. This for just all his trolling. That's why people have no sympathy for him.
That's
what
why.
it comes down to.
The trolling
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And there was no need for the trolling. I personally believe that he's a talented individual as far as music, bro. He's a talented individual, and he tried to go too fast to get on top.
Well, let's not go that far.
No, I
think he got
he's
skill.
talented, bro. Compared to a lot of motherfuckers out there,
Yeah.
fool, let's keep it real. There's some guys out there like, this is, I just won't put him on blast, but he's a talented individual, bro.
Yeah.
The only thing is that he tried to blow up by let me troll my way up to the top, and especially with like us, I'm like, nah, that don't work, bro.
Yeah.
That don't work. Like, let your music do its thing, and that's why people just have zero sympathy for the guy now.
Yeah.
And I get it.
I think he got skills, bro, and he did start off a new chapter of Chicano rap.
Yeah.
He got a lot of kids out there. But at the same time, it's like he was going too fast and not wanting to follow the guidelines.
Pump your
dog.
brakes, homie.
You're not bigger than the program, fool. And
Facts.
You'll learn that shit real quick.
Yeah. Go watch J Cats. It's a great video. My video, J Cats.
let me plug it real quick. Let me plug it real quick.
Opina J Cats. You're gonna like it.
Opina is not a rapper, bro.
That's
He's a
fucked up.
podcaster.
Yeah, get that right, man. I'm not a rapper. I'm a podcaster.
That's right.
I think people though should learn more to live in their means. Like, I think how you live,
yeah, of course,
is however you're happy. Don't knock the next person down. Like, I like to travel, right? And I don't got a Benz or nothing, but I see homies with Benzes, but they don't travel. That's how you want to live.
Right.
I want to live a certain different
of course.
way. I'm not knocking you because you got a Benz and I don't, but don't knock me because
I don't got the Benz,
I'm
but
going
traveling.
everywhere I want. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this, people live how they gonna live, and
sure.
but don't front. That's the thing. He did a lot of fronting.
There's a lot of fronting, fool. That's the problem.
Yeah,
bro.
a lot of fronting and doing that type of shit is like, you could tell.
I saw this one on a post today. Some lady put some other lady on blast because that chick posted took a picture with her bands. She goes, I got my new bands. Then this chick got that picture, posted on her thing and said, got the new bands. You've been living at my house for 3 months with your kid.
Oh, I seen that.
He's
That's
like, you
rough.
haven't given me no money.
Yeah.
And then you got $8,000 on your tax return and bought a Benz for $7,000.
I see.
Yeah.
And still ain't giving me no money. People get caught up is because we're not like that. So when we first meet people, we usually give them the benefit of the doubt, thinking, you know what, since I'm not like that, they're not gonna be like, there's a lot of grimy individuals out there, bro.
Yeah, that
That's
one
true.
was dirty, dog.
Yeah,
What do? You air them out? You got to.
Yeah. For that.
It was an old band.
Hey, but it was
Yeah.
new to her.
It was new to her.
yeah, she doing this. Fuck
It
it.
was new to her, homie. What else we got, fool?
So you got any more news?
No, I don't got no news. How about you?
Nah, that's it, man.
All right, so now what do you got against forklift drivers, fool?
Oh, there it is, right
Huh?
there.
No, you said we got to get to the
It's
news,
not my
fool.
interview
Now
today.
what you got against forklift drivers is BD,
It's not my
homeboy?
interview today.
Damn, homeboy. I came over here, I'm like, damn, I hope I don't catch any of BD's fades, fool.
Yeah. For all you guys that don't know, man, we got American Cholo in the building.
Fire emoji. Fire emoji.
Damn, shall I tell you, see the hater world. It's been a long time coming.
Emoji.
Damn shit, I like that one.
There you go. That was a good one.
Hey, so yeah, what's up with the forklift? I come as a representative of the forklift operators.
Introduce our guest.
I'm trying to, but that damn
Introduce
AI
our guest.
interrupted
Oh,
me.
introduce our guest, bro.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, we got American Cholo in the building, a.k.a. Gil.
And we
or
got
the other
Playboy
way
in the
around.
building.
Yeah, but we got American Cholo. It's your interview today, big dog. You know,
Let's run it.
There's a lot of people that know your story and a lot of people that don't. Just give them a little rundown.
On
4 sentences.
on a quick story about my story, it's this. I came to the United States when I was 6, almost 7 years old. I came to North Hollywood, California. I never left. By 1989, I joined the local street gang. I went into YA in 92, YA number 63298. I got out for a couple, did about 6 years in YA. I was one of those knuckleheads getting out, coming back, getting out. I was out there
in and out.
banging in the 90s, full. 99, I finally got out and looked around and said, fuck this life, homie. I'm good, homie. I'm going to take care of my family. I got with my girl. She had a kid at the time. I was 24 years old on parole for the second time. I've never had a job. My mom used to know some of the compas because she, back in the days, used to slang dope to them.
Yeah.
And she told the compa, hey, take this fool to work with you. I went to work. I ended up getting my contractor's license after like maybe 5-6 years. Did that for about 10-12 years. In the last couple of years, I worked for a company doing structural concrete. Started the podcasting. Started the YouTube thing like about 8 years ago, homie. And my message ain't never changed from the first video to now, brother. My thing has always been, I'm trying to show people that you can come from that life and make something out of it. When I named the channel, I kept trying to find what name, and I'm like, wait a minute, homie, I'm an American to the heart, bro. I'm a patriot. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. A lot of people hate me for that, but they never lived in the world that I lived, in a third world country, right? And I was a cholo for the fullest for 10 years, homie, but for the last 20-something years, I'm a father, I'm a grandfather, I'm a husband, I'm in the community doing the thing, homie. I still pull up with the homies, but like I say, a lot of times when I pull up with the homies and I would give them jobs, homie, back in the days, I'm giving you a strap, homie, and some dope. Now I'm giving you a tape measure and some hope to come and work and, change your life, homie. One thing a lot of us just missed in life was that mentorship. The mentorship that we got was, hey, homie, slang this dope. Hey, homie. And I know because I was part of that. And I got mentored like that. But eventually I figured out, wait a minute, this is wrong, homie. And I love my homies. I understand the life to the fullest, brother. But I would not want that for my kids, for my grandkids. And a lot of homies wouldn't want that for their kids. Like, when homies are already in that game, then we got to try to lace them up and make them go the right way. But me, I'd rather have them not go that way, homie. And that's pretty basic of who I am, I guess. Yeah, I think that was pretty thorough, huh, boy?
That's pretty good. You said your mom slang drugs?
Yeah, my mom slang dope.
So did you learn a lot from that? Like
on my, I think it was like
good and bad.
I think it was like my.
I'm interested because
my 21st birthday. I'm out this time. I'm living with my mom's. She calls Loco over. Loco's a guy that I've seen her slang coke to for 15-20 years, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, come here. So for my 21st birthday, my mom's like, because I used to buy, cookies from the homies. Like, nah, here, Loco's going to teach you how to fucking cook rock.
How to bake a cookie.
Yeah, how to bake a cookie. Yeah. And that was the present from my mom for the 21st birthday. And my mom was my plug. But you know what? People will talk. Why do you say that? Because that was the struggle we lived in, bro.
That's what it is.
That was
I feel it. I feel it 100%, bro.
Yeah, that was the struggle we live in, and that's my history. Like, I didn't start calling my moms until maybe my brother passed away in 2011. I didn't start calling my mom's mom until probably like around 2015.
What was the nickname you had for her?
It was just a nickname I would have for her, like Ondi or something. Like, yeah, I would call her that. Okay. Ondi, that's it.
Yeah.
Because she left me in Honduras for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, came over here, and then eventually she brought us over here. She brought us here legally. But she came over here, planted down, got her hustle on. Like, I'm bringing my kids over, bro.
Yeah.
Brought us over, gave us our citizenship. So, my mom's, to this day, I go and have lunch with her every week, and she'll, sometimes get into the conversation like, man, you know what, I wasn't the best. I said, no, wait. I said, hold up. I said, you brought me over here to this country. You made me a citizen. You gave me birth. You gave me an opportunity that if I would have been in Honduras, I would have been dead, bro. Yeah, I would have been dead, bro. I would have been dead. There's no doubt about it. So
she used that hustle to do what she did. I know it keeps coming up.
American Nalgas.
That's it, homie. That's what we are.
It's a wrap, yeah.
That we just left.
Hey, anybody dropping super chats, it's got to be $4.99 or more, and it'll read it for you. I'm not reading them. Nobody's reading them. AI is reading them. $4.99, and they'll be on the loudspeaker.
So you seen a lot of the hustle and the way your mom did. She did it right then because she did all that for you guys, brought you over. Some moms hustle and they don't, you know what I mean?
Oh no, my mom was gangster, fool. I used to get into a lot of beefs with her because we used to live in Lancaster for about a year or two before I got busted and went to YA. But she would have that house there. It would be me and my brother, and then she would leave. She had her own apartment in North Hollywood. She'd go to North Hollywood, do her thing, and then come back every so many weeks to the house, right? Yeah. And I'll be in there, and she'll be like, "Hey, I'm staying over the night. I want you to stay home tonight. You're not going out." Like, I'm like 15. I'm not. I never say what the. I said, "What you mean I'm not going out?" She's like, "This is my house. These are my rules. If you don't want the rules, get the hell on." All right. Then I get my shit and I'm gone. Fool. I come back to North Hollywood. I'll kick it there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks with the homies, hop around surfing and couches, cars, whatever it was, fool. And then after that, I'll go back over there.
That's how gangbanging in the 90s was.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't come home for fucking 3-4 days, fool. And
dip out.
Yeah, no, I'll be gone for weeks, bro. I'll be gone for weeks, and then she'll catch me. But like,
come home, take a shower, leave again.
The day my mom found out I was from the hood, fool, I had got kicked out of Walter Reed. I go to Madison Junior High. Madison Junior High, I'm getting into fights. That one day, the homies came deep to sock some enemigos up. They're all out there. The principal of the school calls us in and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna tell your mom that you're a gang member, bro." And I'm 14. I'm like, dude, my heart is pumping. I'm like, I'm scared, bro. Yeah. And then the principal tells her, "I want to let you know your son's a gang member. He's from this and this hood." We're walking out of the car and all the homies are there with their shirts off. I'm like, oh fuck it. They're telling me what's up. I'm trying to look the other way. We get in the car and she's over there with Cuco. That was my stepdad who got murdered in 19. Cuco got killed in 90 at Speedy's in North Hollywood. He was also in the game, right? Her and Cuco are driving off, and my mom just turns in the car and says, "Hey, you're a gang member?" I said, "Yes." "All right, good. You got back up." And that was it. We never talked about the gang membership at all.
Yeah.
She pulls up in Lancaster one time. This was my brother's habits. My brother, every month, we would get all the guns, put them out. He's a mechanic, bro. But he became a mechanic. He's breaking all the guns apart, fool. And he's like, "All right, we gotta oil all our shit." He's making me and all the homies. Like, before I'm fucking young, frankly. I think this thing's gonna last forever. Like, no, fool. And then my mom, I told her she would come every so many weeks. It was me and my homie Wino and Bobby, my brother. So it was 4 of us. And we all got straps. So we're all cleaning our straps on the table like this. My mom walks in and we're like, "Oh shit, my mom's coming." She's like, "Oh good, you got guns. You got backup." She goes into her room, bro. Never talks to her. That was the life I lived growing up.
Yeah, that's real shit.
What can she do? I mean, she can't stop you.
Like today, if that was my kid, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm grabbing this, like, but in that motion, that time, it was normal. She's doing her hustle, she's doing her thing, but she always had a roof over her head. We never went without food. We never went without, bro. Like, she was there, but she was for many years to me like the homie, but just taking care of us, but the best way she could. And now, if you saw my mom's, bro, you would never in your life. You would never. Es una señora bien, and she laughs about it. Bien decente. I get my personality from my mom's, bro. Okay. I get my whole get down, my whole hustle, my whole thing is from my mom's. I'm her twin in a way, but that's why we used to always just fight one another, because I don't want to hear your shit. You don't want to hear my shit. Pues vete. Pues I'm gone. Okay, I'm gone. And my brother, all right, moms, I'll stay here. My brother
who's older?
My brother was older. My brother was actually, a lot of people don't know this, my brother was from a rival gang, fool.
Yeah.
My brother was from Violent Boys. So he was from a different hood, but he would listen more to my mom's, bro. But me, nah, I wouldn't. It was just, I was very rebellious. And then when I would go to IA, my mom was actually like, "I'm happy you're in jail because I feel safer," because, I'd be out there for weeks at a time and
not knowing where she was at.
Yeah, back then there's no cell phones or ain't nothing. You're just
you're outside.
The house phone.
Let me ask you this, and that next question you probably know is coming. What was your real dad in all of this?
My dad was like a complete alcoholic, bro. Like the last memory I got of my father was in the front of the house. They had like a little wall or something and fence, and he was all feces out, like era like a straight bum wino, bro. The alcohol got a hold of him. My grandfather used to be like that, but I guess he got rehab, because by the time I left, my grandfather was like, he used to work for like Chiquita Bananas, but in the trenes. He worked the trains over there in La Lima, in Honduras. But my father,
did he come over with you guys? No. Okay, I see.
He died when I was, I believe, 9 years old. My mom came into the room. It was me and my brother. My brother must have been 10 and a half. And then my mom comes into the room. Like, my mom was very short with us when we were kids. She came into the room. She looked at us. I'm going to tell you guys, your dad died. If you want to cry, go ahead. She closed the door. Never had a conversation about it.
That shit's crazy. That shit sound like my mama.
And that was it, bro.
Straight up
and
like
me,
that.
And me and my brother looking at each other like,
She probably didn't have time for all the extra shit, dog. Taking care of two kids.
It was
make money, and
she went through her own stuff. You know, as a kid, I could imagine a young pretty woman in Honduras, and then coming over here and dealing with this shit. So she was just like, I think she felt at that point like. And that's how she instilled in me. You got to be tough. You got to be tough. You got to be strong. You don't got to be cry. She did that to me, and she did it majorly back then. And now she kind of apologizes for that because she's older. She's like, I'm weak now. I said, no, mom, you're a normal person now. It's a great thing. But the relationship her and I have now, it's great, bro. It's probably the best that it's ever been in our life. So
did you ever miss your dad? Like, did you ever think you needed you fill that void?
Well, no. Did I need a father? Yeah, all men need fathers. All kids need fathers, especially men, bro.
And mothers.
Yeah.
Father figures.
Yeah, you need that, bro.
Yeah.
You need that. But the thing is that the mother part goes without saying, right? The mothers are usually the ones that stay. But with the father, no, I hated him for many years, bro. Like some people, until to this day, I don't hate him. I've lost that. But people to this day, like, I remember I had a family member, I found my dad, they did a thing, and dad ain't been around in 35, 40 years. And like, were you? I said, nah, bro. If somebody comes at me after 35, I don't know you. I've never known you. I don't need to know you. But I think some people feel that's a void they have. Yeah. My cousin went to go visit her father in, I think, Florida or something. Came back all pissed off because her father threw her mother under the bus. Like, you don't know the truth. This is the truth. This is why we broke up. Yeah. Now you're coming at me like, why did I leave you? And they got all pissed off. So to me, would I probably had yeah, of course, anybody, bro. You take that father figure out of the equation, and it's like having a bunch of lions, especially when you're boys, and now you don't have that male lion to sit there and roar at these fools and get them a little bit scared. Once they get a little bit older, boys that's just in our nature to press up and see how far we can take it. Yeah. And when you get into the hood, you start thinking, what? She ain't gonna tell me what to do.
You think you're unstoppable.
Yeah, you think you're unstoppable until you find out you're not, homie. So yeah.
That's true.
What was that last super chat?
Oh yeah, it said read it. Here, I'll bring it down. I'll read it for you.
No, you can't read it in there. It's too many.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we guys just got to catch them when they talk about it. If not,
right there.
This is what it is. Oh, it says, Gil, what's your take on Trump parting ways with Israel? Yeah, but we'll answer that at the end, though. We're not going to answer that shit now.
Okay, I thought it was a different question. My fault.
So you went to, you got busted and went to juvenile hall?
Yeah, of course. You go to juvie, and then after that, I went to Hawaii for a few years. But
no prison?
No, I never went to the joint, dude. When I got out, not that I didn't try, I guess, because you hear this a lot in podcasts, fool. You hear this a lot. You hear and especially you hear it in a lot of
the prison genre.
Well, no, the rapper guys, bro. I was trying to go to prison.
Be the boss.
Yeah, but that was to me my ultimate goal. There's no. Yeah, that's why I kept going to Hawaii. If that's state for juveniles, so I'm trying to get caught up. I'm trying, and it just didn't happen for me in the cards. And to me, I always thought I had like some kind of guardian angel, bro, because I would get caught up with some crazy shit, and then no, you're gonna go do this, you're gonna do that, and luckily, by the time I got out when I was 24, when I went in to do that last time, it was I want to say January of 1997. They raided my pad. And they weren't even looking for me. They're looking for my mom for dope. They called her up. All you dope dealers out there, this is a thing they still use. They called her up. They said, the cops are on the way. They're going to raid your house in 30 minutes. They hung up. So what they do is the cops are waiting outside, waiting to see who the fuck runs out. It's a tactic they still do to this day, bro. So they called my mom. I'm in my room. I'm in my homeboy Rascal, rest in peace. I'm with my homeboy Chito. He's still around, but he's married doing his thing, right? My mom comes in the room and says exactly what's it. If you got any guns, get them out of here. The cops are coming in 30 minutes. Fuck. I told the homies, grab the gun. So grabbed one gun, grabbed two guns. I had a brown bag, like those Ralph's brown bags, and I had those full of bullets, bro. And I'm running down the ladder. The parking lot's at the bottom. I go down almost to the bottom. I look at my homie, hey, did you get the 9 on top of that? He's like, nah. I said, fuck. So I went up there. I grabbed it. As soon as I walked out of the door of the apartment, 2 undercovers, boom, got me. Don't move. Sure enough, I'm like, fool, I'm I'm good. I got the bag of bullets. Now I got this hand here. I'm not moving. The problem with youngsters nowadays, they want to run and do it. No, you got a gun on you, fool, and you a criminal, homie, and you got caught. Game's over. Freeze, bro. If you get shot, that's on you for running. So I got taken in on that one, and when I got taken in on that one, I'm in the county. And by this time it's 97. I'm in a small. The cage right there. I want to say we're still in Van Nuys before we got pushed up to the county, and I see an older homie over there, and he's all on a Malia one doing this, and I want to say we as homies who start changing their lives at one point or another, you have this time when the light bulb goes on, right? And to me, the light bulb went on. I'm like, wait a minute, fool! I already knew I'm gonna go do another bid. I'm going to go either max out of YA, I had 3 years left, or I'm going to go to the joint for having 2 guns as the next con. And I'm looking, I'm like, wait a minute, fool, is that who I want to be? When I saw that guy, that was my future, fool.
You saw the.
Yeah, and I said, oh, hell no. Yeah. And I'm barely into my first week into my 2 year and some change violation I did. And I said, you know what? I'm never coming back over here. That day, bro, fools were like, they would see me, why, what's up, fool? Like, I said, fuck this place. Why am I coming back? They thought I was a little nuts. I went to board after a year, and they asked me, hey, Tejada, you got busted for busting. You got 2 assault with the firearms. You got caught with the Tech 9 last time. Now you get caught with the 38, a 9, and a bag full of bullets. What the hell's going on with you? I told them, I said, listen, man, the guys over here behind me are going to tell you they're going to go to work. They're going to do this. All I'm telling you right now, because they only had like a year and a half left to hold me on my thing before I turned 25. And I told them, all I don't want to tell you is, the day you let me out of this place, I'm never coming back, bro. Yeah. I'm done with this life. And they're like, you know we're here to see if you get paroled or not. I said, yeah, but I'm done lying to you. I'm just telling you. I said, when I was young and I first came to YA at 16 years old, I thought 2 years, 3 years, oh my God, that's the end of the fucking world. I said, I'm 23, 24 years old. I said, you guys can only hold me for about a year and some change. That's nothing, bro. I already knew what was going on in the streets before that. That's nothing. So whenever you let me out of here, guys, I'm never coming back. They said, okay, parole denied, give me a year. And they sent me to the psychiatrist, bro. The psychiatrist thought it was crazy. I was like, nah, bro. And the psychiatrist, and I got that stuff. I found it the other day in the garage. He said, aside from Mr. Tejada having a cocky, arrogant fucking attitude about himself, there is nothing wrong. And then when my counselor, who the year before gave me some time, he saw it. He's like, oh, I could have told you that. I've always been a cocky, arrogant guy, bro. I'm sorry, and I don't mean that in a bad way. And
an asshole.
Yeah. An
asshole.
I'm a guy who's gonna tell you the truth. If you're my homie and you're coming to give me some advice, I saw you. If you fucking up, like, oh man, I said, well, if you want to hear a lie, go somewhere else.
Facts.
Fool. Yeah. I've always been the same guy, fool. And I got out. 2 of my homies pulled up. One ended up moving to Washington. The other homie, he's doing 45 to life, homie. They pulled up in the ride. What's up, fool? Let's roll. Because regardless of what people say, I was that guy in the hood for a small amount of time, homie. I won the Heisman Trophy in the hood, fool. Yeah, if you go to my history at 1 year, they're like, yeah, I won the Heisman this year, fool. Like, I was that guy in the hood because I was out here gangbanging, fool. But when it counted. Yeah, I was. But I was also the guy that, when I got out, all right, fool, we're going to have a meeting. That's what I was learning in YA. We're going to have a meeting. All right, these fools are going to get calentada. Who came to the hood? Okay, we're going to get money together. And when the homie's like, why are you collecting the money? I said, if you want the money, here you go, fool. Yeah. And the homie looked at me like, all right, fool. Like, hey, fool, I'm just trying. And then I would get that money. All right, let's shop around for fucking weapons. Yeah. Then we're buying, like, I was that guy for a minute, bro. So when I got out, after 2 years of change, they thought, oh, the hood's going to crack again. This fool's coming out. And I told the homies, like, what, fool? I said, fool, I'm done, fool. So really? Like you? I said, yeah, fool, I'm done, fool. I got my kids here. Fuck this. I've been to YA 3 different times, and guess what? I never see none of you fools in there. And luckily, at that time, I was just getting broken off. Violations. And I was lucky enough to have that light bulb go off in my head when I was in my 20s, fool. Because now you got guys who are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, fool. And it's barely going off saying, wait a minute, this is smoke and mirrors, fool. Like, when you get into it, listen, it's real, bro. It's real as F, bro. It's real. The life is real, but the life's going to eat you up, bro. Yeah, the life's going to eat you up. Yeah. And that's, to me, when I say these stories, it is never to glamorize it. It's to let you know that I've been there. Yeah. And I'm trying to tell you, homie, that ain't the way to go.
Well, you got to evolve, as a man, and even as, as a gang member, too. I mean, there's guys that still, are doing it, but they do it in different ways, right?
Yeah,
or they do this, they do that, and chose your route. You're still solid, you know what I'm saying? So we evolve, you know, and I think that's what you're supposed to do. You can't be the same person that you were when you were.
But there is though. I remember going to jail, fool, and seeing the
19,
old ass man there. And that was a turnoff for me. I'm like, man, I don't want to be 35, fool, still coming to jail like that. Like,
was it 35, 45, 55?
No, but yeah, you would see them at all ages.
Yeah, but that's gonna be you.
But yeah, and I used to be like, damn, fool, like I don't want to be 35, 40 and be looking like a dirtbag like that.
24, and my dad came and they sell me up with him, and that's what it hit me. That's what hit me. It hit me, and I was like, fuck, dog. Right there in Imperial County, they go, your dad's here, we're gonna sell him up with you. And I looked at my dad, and I was like, that's gonna be me.
Yeah,
he was already in his late 40s,
and to him it was just another day in office.
Yeah, it's another day.
But if it happens, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Of course.
You feel what I'm saying? But that you know, that shouldn't be the goal.
Nah.
But sometimes it is though the goal. Like
no, but the good.
For some people, it just depends on the person.
The good thing is this: that now we're having conversations that, I don't know, 10, 20 years ago, you're just not having online. We're not having this podcast 20 years ago. It's just not happening, right?
Hell no.
And before that, the generation that I got schooled from, they're schooling me for YA. That my homies were like, hey, fool, when you go to YA, and when you're in the county, hey, fool, you go to the joint. Like, they're schooling you for another part of this realm of this game, this deadly game, right? And they're schooling you because they didn't know any better. So I'm in the 90s, I'm doing the same shit with little homies. But now it seems like not all, you still got some idiots on YouTube, but most homies that are older are not trying to school guys on going to prison. They're trying to school guys how not to go to prison, bro. Facts. That's the difference. And I don't blame the older homies before, because they were just lacing us up because this was all brand new, bro. Now we can look at the future, bro. We can go back to old videos. Hey, look, this guy was a gang member in East Los. Look at the video now. Where's he at now? Oh, this fool's living on Skid Row.
The goal now is to make money, dog. Yeah. The OGs are teaching the youngsters like how to stay free and make money.
Elevate the game.
Like, I got homies that'll come over with little homies and be like, oh, I just want to show them your studio, so hopefully it'll motivate him to make money.
Right.
And that's cool. That's a cool feeling. Like, all right, bring them through. You know, before it wasn't like that. It was like, let's get some guns. Let's go to the park. And let's teach them how to go pull a fucking lick.
Yeah, no, nowadays it's trying to mentor them in the right way. We're outside the studio last week. It was Boo Boo, Droopy, and I think Mohawk Man, and one of the little homies, American Cholo. And then he came over, and that was like, hey, that's my little homies. Just come by real quick. Look, hey, man, keep doing your shit, Pops, man. Like, these youngsters don't know me as my old hood name, bro. They know me as American Cholo. But they see me like, that's one of us, homie. Yeah. Like, there is no, I don't know if, no, to them, they know that's one of us. And hopefully, instead of looking at the homie coming to the joint and the beach cruiser living at his mama's house, wanting to be like that vato, hopefully they can say, hey, man, if this fucking knucklehead can get out the hood, you know.
But to the homies that pick that beach cruiser and that's the life they want to live, how do you feel about that?
I think it's a hard life, bro. It's a real hard life. I want to say, like, most of the homies that are doing that kind of life, they're just on drugs, homie. That is one thing that has destroyed every single neighborhood. I would say the majority of neighborhoods have homies that are just getting too high. You don't see guys posted on the block. What I see in my hood most of the time, you see like, and I'll go kick it with them a couple of times, you see the paisas. You see 7, 8, 9, 10 of the paisas posted there, but they're also posted there because they ain't gonna get shot. Like, if the homies are posted there, you're gonna get shot, homie. Yeah. You know, but the game now, you got too many people that, you know, you got the balloon kids, you got the fentanyl. You can post up in a tent and it's cool, and there's some guys out there, not all, but there's some guys that will sit there and glamorize that, homie. Hey, homie, I got the tent. I'm gonna post up over here. One of the homies, when he got out, he told me, hey, for what the fuck? What? And that's when right now I'm starting to see homies getting out of doing like 20 years. The guys who got caught with coming home. Yeah, they're coming home, right? And those guys are looking around like, hey, dude, what the hell is this? I said, this is America, homie. This is what we got. We got a lot of people on drugs, and the system is enabling them. The system's giving them needles, giving them pipes, letting them post up on tents. No, the way you help those guys out is you tell them, hey, you can't post up right here, and you start picking them in, but you don't just send them to county jail, you send them to rehab where, hey, wait, I'm tired of fucking being out here, and push these guys to rehab, because if not, it's every Tecato's dream, fool. I can get a tent, I can get high, nobody's arresting me.
And a voucher for beer.
And there you go, fool. That is the problem.
And EBT.
And EBT, like oh boy.
Yeah, like the forklift drivers.
Yeah, it's just different now. Yeah, it's just a different world.
It's very different, but I've seen the membership of gang members go up. It went up. I believe because of COVID, because of BLM, you had a lot of young kids that missed maybe 2 years of school. If you're on the block, you got nothing to do. There's no sports and all this, but the homies are posted up.
You're getting
they're having
recruited.
a good time. Yeah, you get recruited into the hood, bro, and that's unfortunate, but that is a part of our lives. To me, it's crazy how much inner fighting is happening now more on the internet. It's happening much more than before. Like people are banging online, fool, like majorly, and it's crazy to me because I ran into a detective at a family party. He's a guy who prosecuted or investigated the case for one of my sisters-in-laws who got killed by some guy who came out the joint, right? He killed her, so this detective was the one that did the whole trial and everything. He's the one that investigated, right?
Yeah.
So one of my nieces, she invites him to certain parties, so he's there. Like, hey, what's up? He's like, what's up, Gil? He knows I got the podcast and all that. And we start talking. He tells me, dude, it's boring. So what are you talking about? I said, being a detective is boring. I said, what do you mean? I said, I don't even go out no more. I just go online.
Oh, and fighting everything?
Straight up. That's
of course.
I said, what? He's like, yeah, I just go online, bro.
Yeah, they see everything,
and this
bro.
is an old school guy. I think he's maybe like 5-6 years from retiring. He's a homicide detective. He's telling me himself, this is boring, bro. I used to go out and I'm
In the field.
I'm in the field. Like, no, he's like, and another thing, and he's like, you know, I got the young detectives, they would tell us years ago, oh, you guys gotta listen to this. You gotta listen to this. What are you talking about? It's like, dude, all the young detectives do, they put on podcasts, fool.
Yeah.
He's telling me that young detectives that are homicide detectives, while they're driving around, bro, they're listening to podcasts. Especially if it has something to do with something in their area. Oh, let's put this podcast on. And people are still talking the way they're talking, bro, which is crazy because. Thank you, sir.
Hey, so the homie gets pulled over, I think, like a month ago, and he goes, "Hey, fool, they asked about you. They asked about the hater world." And I'm like, what the fuck? Why would they be asking about me? He goes, fool, they watch your shit.
Yes.
He goes, they watch your shit. They wanted to know what the fuck you were doing. And he goes, that's like the third time, fool, I get pulled over. And they ask me every single time because they know what gang he's from, and of course they can associate the shit, you know. So he was like, and I was like, damn, son, like
They're waiting.
roll indictment coming soon.
nah, what the fuck,
Hell no.
Oh, man.
I wouldn't be here, player. Hell to the no.
I don't think they would ask him. I don't think they would ask him if it was something like that going on.
Well, I mean, it's like it's everywhere, bro. They're just waiting. They're just waiting to catch us.
I'm good.
They're waiting to catch us like slipping. But if you're not doing anything wrong, there is no slipping, bro.
Yeah,
That's
facts.
why, like with us, and I've said this before. If we were doing like what Adam's doing over there, this place would have got raided a long time ago.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Our studio would have got raided a long time
They
ago.
know where you're at, fool. They know where we're all at, dog.
Yeah, but if we were to do the reckless stuff they're doing, no, we're getting raided, bro, right off the top.
sure.
And to them, it's like it's almost like how we're talking, how when the cops pull you over, like happened to Droopy, he said, remember, they pull him over, they catch him with all kind of shit, and pretty much the feds are like, hey, let that guy go.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing over there. Hey, don't raid the place.
Don't raid the place.
Because
Yeah, let
where
them
they're
go.
at in Burbank, bro, the stuff that's going on, any other business, if it was Cholos over there, Burbank PD will close that bit. They will evict them, bro. They will evict them. And they're not. It's like, it's a perfect house where information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could just
They let it
could
go
just
to
watch
build
it.
up more. That's what they
There's
do.
no reason to kill it, fool, if there's so much shit going on there, and they can get so much.
They can
info
get
to
more
entice
stuff.
They're
people.
still talking?
Yeah. Why?
Bro.
Yeah. Why?
I don't understand why when people go on pods and, it doesn't matter what color they are, right? And someone asks you where you're from and they want you to elaborate, all you have to say is, hey, move on to the next question. Let's talk about my music.
I just had a pod like that.
That's
We
what
had
I'm
a
saying.
pod
Yeah,
right
like,
here.
it's so easy to say that. I just don't understand. I see a lot of, they
facts.
want that. They want to say, I'm from this, and this. Oh, it's this baby, this gang, this
Right,
gang.
right.
Like,
No, well, now it's because the internet. You got to prove yourself to the internet.
Yeah.
You got to show
Yeah.
them how tough you are. Like,
That's crazy.
It's because the people that are watching, fool, they're not from Cali. A lot of them might not be from Cali. So
Of course.
So they might not know you. They don't know how to get a hold of like people that know. Like most OGs, fool, can find out who American Cholo is in his background.
Oh,
by,
easy.
by
Yeah,
tapping
easy.
in with somebody from North Hollywood, dog.
Easy,
it's
bro.
easy.
But if you're not from Cali, and they can't tap in with you, they're going based off what the comments say.
Yeah, they believe the internet, bro.
They believe the internet.
They believe the internet.
That's why a lot of fools be acting tough like that.
Yeah, I mean, you keep saying certain things. I mean, it's only a matter of time before they,
course.
really look at everything and
Of
people
course.
around you. So,
But that's why, to me, stay clean, do your thing, homie. I don't got to worry about the cops knocking on my door and breaking in my door. Like,
yeah.
I'll work, homie. I'll work and stack up my chips.
That's it.
That's it. That's the best plan right there. Yeah, I tell a lot of the young homies that come on the platform, like you said about steering them the right way. I try to tell them how to get their streams.
Oh, their money?
How to get your money, how to get your, get the rights to your name and go this route and go that route. That's the new shit,
Sure.
And then if they're like super gang banged out, I tell them that's cool, man, but that ain't. You got to go this route if you're trying to.
Yeah, but a lot of them, they're too young to want to.
Yeah, but
they're too. You know what I mean?
But at least I'm giving them the positive.
Well, what you're doing is, and anybody, you're planting a seed, bro.
Yeah.
You're just planting a seed to have a little change because, to me, if you're a youngster out there and you're listening and you ain't got in the hood yet, I don't care what hood it is, don't do it, bro.
Yeah, don't do
it. Your chances of your life, like, going down just went up like 80%. As soon as you said, jump me in. Once you get jumped in, the rules have changed. This is the game, homie. Yeah. This is the game. You're not gonna get jumped in all of a sudden next week. Be like, hey, we're not, because there's some other flag. What you mean?
But a lot of youngsters are like that nowadays, fool, where they feel like I saw this interview, right, where there was this young ass kid. He was on the food community. He was like, I don't kick it with the OGs because the OGs will send you on they'll send you on crash missions, and it's like. That's not a crash mission, fool. You got to earn your keep, my boy. That's a mission for you to be from the hood. Like, you're like 16. You haven't put in enough work, my boy.
Sure.
That's what that is. That's not a crash. So these little youngsters, they don't understand. Then that's when they go rogue.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
That's when they go rogue, and then all of a sudden they end up, dead or no good,
crashing
and they're blaming everybody else except for them. Bro, that's what you signed up for.
Yeah, this is the game, homie.
Like you said, 80% your chances go down, and 5%, whatever you think you're going to be in your mind, of that coming true. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Of being like somebody of valid status is like 5%.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You can't think your way to the top regardless of what game it is. You're going to have to put in that work.
You're going to have to do that.
So,
they even, like, there's youngsters that be like, when I go to prison, ain't nobody going to tell me what to do. There is. You haven't heard that?
Yes. There's grown men that say the same thing.
I had a nephew like that. I had to sit him down and slap the shit out of him. I go, fool, you're going to die, homie.
Oh, you're going to mind somebody's business.
You're going to fucking die, dog. I go, that's not how it works. Now, I'm going to do whatever I want. I go, fool, you from a gang? Yeah, all right, fool. Then there's protocol you got to follow all the way around, my boy.
It's crazy because when young guys and girls get into, especially the guys though, when they get jumped into the hood, bro, they do it because they don't give an F. Nobody's gonna tell me what to do. I'm gonna be this rebel. Nobody's gonna tell me what to do.
I know where this is going.
Yeah, right. Nobody's gonna tell me what to do, and then you get busted and like. Hey, fool.
Patron.
First of all, you're gonna mind somebody's business, but somebody's gonna tell you when to shit, when to eat, if you can get visits, if you can use the phone, if you can shower. They're gonna tell you every bit of your life. Somebody's gonna control that, and then somebody else is gonna control the other part of that life, homie. So, be mindful. It ain't all it's cracked up to be. Fool.
Yeah, you give the right advice, so don't join. Just do your thing. Get your money, young homies, for real. Stay out of that shit.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
What's up with you? Where you been, huh, boy?
Chilling.
Where you been? I'm about to bring big troops over here, bro. You over here on silent status, got
just chilling.
Hey, so when did you start podcasting?
I started. I want to say it was really podcasting 2019, but started the channel. I want to say it was October 2018. Fool.
Why?
Because the Hudas fucking kicked in my door. They pulled me over maybe like, I don't know, 4 or 5 blocks from my house. The day or two before, it had to be in December. I'm putting up Christmas lights, and then, I'm always through. I drive, and I tell my wife, hey, have you noticed that the cops were under surveillance? She's like, you're paranoid, man. You're not into that light. I said, dude, I'm just, all right.
You still on point.
Hey, every block from my block, there was a cop. LAPD for 2 days. LAPD over there, that corner, LAPD in the other corner. And I drive. So I started driving. I said, there's cops in every fucking block. And guess what? They're looking. And I'm driving by. They just like, they're looking at my house, bro. So I'm like, whatever, bro. Saturday morning, I get up. I'm going to go get payroll for the guys. I'm driving out. Sure enough, a cop pulls me over. And I'm like, I'm clean, fool.
Yeah.
Pulls me over, say, what's up? What's your name? I said, well, you know your name. You just pulled me over. He's like, all right, can you get out the car? He was pretty cool. I was recording him, right? He's like, oh, I'm recording. I said, all right, I'm recording too. It's all good, bro. He said, leave the phone in the car. I get out there, pats me down, and he starts asking me questions. He's like, hey, where you from? I said, fool, you know all these questions already, bro. You got any tattoos? I said, again, you know all these. So I'm not showing him anything. As I'm talking to the two Hudas, I'll take a water.
Oh, my bad. I should have shot it to you.
Toss it, fool. Toss it.
Was he a rookie?
Yeah, they were young guys. They were black and white, so they're made to do the pullover. They pulled me over, and then about 20, 25 black and white start driving by. I'm thinking they're going to a funeral or something, bro. There's a shitload of cops. And that fool's like, oh, they're going to your house right now. I said, what? Let's get the fuck out of here. Okay, look up the top. Look at the ghetto bird. I look at ghetto bird's right on top of my house, fool. So what
crazy.
the fuck?
The fuck you do?
I did nothing. That's the beautiful part, bro. I go. They're like, all right, we need to take you back to your house. You're gonna be you're a witness and something. They say, oh, I said, all right, well, let's go. And he's like, you leave your car? No problem. I said, let me get my phone. No, we'll leave it in there. He's like, all right, turn around and handcuff. I said, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be a witness, ain't I? Oh, yeah, but it's protocol. I said, no. I seen plenty of widows get in the back of cop cars, bro. If they're witnesses, why you got to handcuff me? And I said, I'm refusing, bro. And then here comes training day, bro, in the Charger. Some big ass Moreno and some big old white boy, I think it was. And they're just have like fucking, I don't know what they had. They had some special shit, right? But they were in regular clothes. And they're like, what's up? So he don't want to cuff up. What? You don't want to cuff up, motherfucker? And I said, fuck. Yeah, he's going there like that. I said, man, fuck it. Turn around, because I'm gonna get my ass beat right now, bro. Get cuffed up. Sure enough, go to my pad. It was a whole thing that had nothing to do with me, bro. It was from one of the younger homies that was doing something and kind of related to my family. And these jackasses had me on a board and said that I was the leader of these guys that were doing this shit. And boom, looking down, and they did surveillance. He's got a nice house. He had this. He thought I had these fools doing all kind of shit. And I'm like, fool, I'm with construction. Homie, I earned this house. What the fuck are you talking about? So then they came and said, hey, we want your cameras. What are we going to see in them? I said, all you're going to see on those cameras is me putting up Christmas lights. So I've been doing. I've seen you guys for 2 days, bro. They didn't find nothing in the pad because I had nothing. I go back to my truck. My phone is gone, bro. They stole my phone. So right away, I go to the police station. And there's actually an old video on the YouTube. You'll see it. I went there and cussed them out. I said, where's my phone? Oh, that this guy. In other words, they got my phone. They're probably going through it. They stole it. So I made a big old deal, talk shit to them. And then sure enough, the detectives came like maybe a couple weeks after to bring my base for my cameras, right? Okay. And I said, hey, what did you guys find? He's like, you putting up Christmas lights? I said, no, like I told you, right? I said, it's some bullshit that I actually support you guys, bro. But you came over my pad, did all this. You could have just knocked, first of all. And I said, and then after all that, you guys went and stole my phone because you thought you were going to find something on it. And I told you guys got the wrong guy. So that to me was the motivation that said, wait a minute, fool. All right, you want to know who I am? You want to know what I'm doing in the hood still? You want to know where I got this house from? Here you go. My name is Gil, and I am the American Cholo. And my first video, I break it down for about an hour and a half, my whole story and construction-wise, and and why I am what I'm doing. And after that that's when it
how did it feel? Because you're a civilian at that point.
Yeah.
Driver license, no warrants.
Oh,
probably got a passport. It
put me
got insurance for your truck.
It put me back,
and then you get treated like a fucking criminal.
It put me back into cuffs and really like messed with my head for a little, because as I'm getting cuffed, I'm thinking, the last time I got cuffed, every time I get cuffed, I'm gonna go do some years, bro. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, man, I work for a living, I got a wife, I got kids, and then I start thinking, do I got anything at the house? Do I got something they're gonna find? I start
fucking with you.
Yeah, fool. I went through some major shit, and that, like I said before that. Fool, I had no Instagram. I had no TikTok. If that thing would have never happened, you would never hear me, fool. Like,
PTSD is real when it comes to police.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, fool. And that was pretty much it, bro. That was the catalyst of me starting the channel. And at first it was just me telling stories about homies who have gotten killed and enemies who got like all this stuff. And at the end, it means for nothing. And then little by little, it just you know what, dude, we're gonna do a podcast.
Your videos were rugged though. You'd come out with no t-shirt
remember,
on
yeah,
shit,
yeah,
dog. Like,
that's how you do it.
Like Hulk Hogan and shit.
And then COVID got me, bro. I stopped going to the gym, bro.
I want to tell this little story real quick. Back when you started was what, 2019, 2020?
Yeah.
That's when COVID happened, right?
Yes.
I remember I had a YouTube page for something totally different, right? For like the business that I used to do. And I didn't watch podcasts at that time. I didn't know anything about Chicano rap. I had already walked away and left from all that shit, right? Yours was one of the podcasts that I came across. and I seen you, and I started watching your shit, right? And you did an episode where you said, any business owners, any entrepreneurs, send me your logos. I'll put them on my videos as commercials. And I sent this fool my intro, and you were the only one that put it up. It's still there on some of your videos.
Yeah, the old video is still there somewhere.
Like 20,
The old ones.
Nobody knows it's me because I used to wear a mask.
Yeah, I had no clue. The homie hit me up, he emailed me the stuff, and I said, yeah, no problem, fool, let's do it. And there was a commercial driving through and doing the shirt
fool,
stuff.
like,
So is it safe to say? Is it safe to say you put on blue?
He was,
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
he was helping the people out.
That's
dog.
what I'm saying. Yeah. That he responded. A lot of people don't fucking respond, dog.
My commercial
You
was
know?
on because you would go live and you would take breaks before.
Yeah, and then they'll put the commercials
And
in
the
there.
commercials were there.
Right.
dog.
You know what? I think I seen that, dog, because I used to see it too back in COVID.
Yeah,
I
so
think it's okay.
And to me, I've always been the same. Fool,
Yeah.
I've always been the same. The thing is, what happens on YouTube is you don't run with certain people. You don't do this. They start labeling you a hater. Start labeling you this. But nah, bro. Like with all this stuff that's going on YouTube right now, right? And the YouTube yada, let's say, bro, it's toxic, bro. It's toxic as hell. But I'm not gonna associate with somebody who may possibly get me hurt because of some garbage they did, bro.
Yeah.
Even if you're my homie did that shit, I ain't messing with you. So you think I'm gonna mess with you because you're a YouTuber, bro? Nah, bro, I'm good. And people want to see that as hate. It's not hate. It's about character. A lot of these guys that people say that we hate on are the same kind of guys that will steal your dope and then help you look for the dope, homie. And while one vato's helping you look for the dope, the other one's trying to get at your girl. That's the kind of guys that the character comes out of, homie. So to me, it's about character. It has nothing to do with status. It has to do with the character of people, bro.
Before we get to the whole YouTube yada and all that bullshit, you got shot before?
Yeah.
How did walk me through that, bro? When was this?
This was actually right before I got busted in 1991. I got busted October 19th, 1991. This would have probably happened 2 weeks before. We were up in we were up by a water tower, right? And after a party, people go to parties and the parties get busted. People say, hey, go here. We all pulled up there and there was, I don't know, 100 people. It's a lot, right? So I seen this one cat that I wanted to get, bro. And I said, oh, fool, I'm gonna smoke this fool. That's exactly what I said. And then I left my strap in the car. 3 of my homies and my brother were there. And I still talk to these guys to this day, which is funny when people say the story ain't true. A big melee starts popping off, bro. People start start fighting, right? Like I said, my thing's at the car. My brother pulls out his gun. He shoots up twice, boom, boom, to let the crowd expand, right? So after the crowd goes like this, I tell my brother, give me that strap, fool. I'm gonna kill this fool. And I grabbed the gun like this, and boom, it went off. It hit me right here, and it came out right there. And later on, I went to the doctor. It was just a mess. I'm drunk, fool. At the end, we end up at the homies, Wino from Paca's house. I got this thing. I push it. I've never seen this in my life, and it looked like a movie, bro. It squirted like from here, like shh, just like a big old squirt into the.
Oh, I've seen that.
Into the sink, right? I wrapped it up, whatever, the best I can. The party kept going.
It looked like a water fountain.
Yeah, it's like a water fountain.
Yeah.
The party kept going. When I saw my brother after everything we're talking, he's like, hey, fool, nah. Like, he's like, I said, what the fuck did you give me the gun? He said, fool, nah, hell, you're gonna kill that guy. Like, and I told him, hey, fool, and I was so eager to be that guy. And I'm gonna do it in front of 30, 40, 50
well, it's not
people.
that you were eager, but that's what we're doing.
you sign up for.
When we're game banging, we're trying to get the enemy. We're trying to show the other homies that we are the alphas. That's what we're doing.
So, when I got arrested in 1991, it was 4 of us. One of my homies has passed away, and there's 2 other ones still around. Like I said, the name they're not arresting my homeboy Nano, my homeboy Chito. They were both with me. My homeboy Elf, rest in peace. He's the one that, if you see my neighborhood shit, you see a big ass NHBZs on walls and all that. That was my homeboy Elf that would do those block letters up in the Victory Projects, right? So when I got busted, I originally got busted for busting on the cops, right? We drove by the neighborhood that we had busted on earlier that I did get convicted for, and the cops pulled us over after the shooting went down. Cops pulled us over. They got my 2 older homies. They got them for attempted on the Juras. They got me for I don't know if they put attempted or assault. That got dropped, but they got me for the case that there was a shooting earlier that day. So back then, you're doing 4 or 5 different shootings in a day, bro.
Yeah, fact.
And the reason I was the only one to get found guilty, I was the only one, bro, because the gunpowder. And what gunpowder they get? They got the gunpowder from the gunshot wound that I got shot from earlier. They didn't get gunpowder from the other one.
Cheddar bobbed yourself.
Yeah. And that's how I got found guilty for that. But to me, at the end of the day, bro, it was a lifesaver. I mean, it really was. Going out of YA gave me time to grow. You know, get my, you know, yeah, it makes you more dangerous. But at the end of the day, bro, I luckily didn't end up in the joint where all the other stuff starts happening, and then, you know, you just. You start becoming a different man, bro.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the history of banging right there in the hood when I got busted.
That's the same story that I keep hearing, that you shot your brother.
No, he shot me.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
because that's what you hear all them fucking other dudes talking about, that you didn't, that didn't happen.
See, but
or that it.
The beautiful,
all kinds of weird
the beautiful
shit, right?
part is this, though, bro. The beautiful part is this. My homeboy Wino, he was there, bro. Because Wino that was there, he got shot. 3 people got shot with that bullet. My homeboy Wino, it went through me. My homeboy Wino was moving some chick. It shot him right here, and then after that, it shot some vato from Pacas in the face.
Yeah.
And his shit was like this. Wino's still my boy, fool. So when I tell you story, Wino was like, Wino's still my boy.
They
Lago's
ain't
still my
gonna
boy.
believe that one, fool. They're gonna say shot in the face.
Oh no, but it was bing, it hit this. But by the time he went to the
It
hospital,
happens though.
by the time he went to the hospital, his face was like this, but it didn't.
Well, I saw a guy get shot in the face and the bullet fell.
Yeah, it didn't
Like,
puncture
was-
his thing.
Yeah, that happens.
I'm like, what the fuck?
But see, the difference with this, with me, is a lot of those guys that will say no, they have to constantly try to like lie. I don't. If you say it's not, I don't care, bro, because my homies know it's true. My homies, I couldn't be
What
talking.
do you get out of line of that shit anyway?
That's kind of like a dumb lie to make up.
Yeah, bro.
You're better off making up another lie.
And everybody in my family knows it. Like the whole hood knows it, bro. Like
It's because, look, fool, people that ain't, a lot of people ain't been through certain stuff, so they look at these things like, oh, that's a movie.
No,
That
but a lot of
can't
people
happen.
have, and
No,
even
a lot of people have.
they don't even.
No, but the people that question that shit, or people that, like the other day I told a story where I said that I was in the Imperial County Jail, and my bunkie was a paisa fool, right? And that fool used to tell me he wanted to kill his wife when he got out because she was cheating on him. And I didn't believe him. Because, you know, in the county, fool, people tell you stories.
Firing it up.
And when they get out, it's not going to happen.
Right.
And then, you know, years later, that fool ended up killing her and doing exactly what he told me. And everybody in the chat, oh, that can't happen. You're lying. That's a movie. The fuck am I going to lie
But
about some shit like that?
reiterates what a real crazy life I was living back then, bro. That you just don't believe it. It just couldn't have happened.
Yeah, facts.
Well, no problem, bro.
Yeah, fact, whatever.
Believe
Yeah,
what you
whatever.
want. I'm not here gonna waste my time to have to convince you because I'm not living that life anymore, homie. I'm trying to get a job, work, and make some money, homie. If you don't want to believe it, don't. And if you do, do. But the haters are definitely not gonna want to. You know, that's what they do, bro. It could be anything. It'll be like that idiot that pulled up to my studio, right? Oh, Gil ran inside.
Yeah,
That's what you got. Like every time it's something, bro. They just, you know what it is? They can't take an L, fool.
Yeah.
They just can't take an L. But
Now,
by
the
them not
question
take
is, can you take it now?
who?
You.
Of course, bro. I've taken many L's. I've taken many L's, homeboy. When I say I got my shit grill knocked out, I got my grill knocked out, homie. Like I've taken beatings, I've taken full, you know, just that comes with the street life, homie.
Yeah,
and the thing is,
for real.
either you get your run back or you don't.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of fools that talk shit about me, then get your run back.
That's
you know?
how it is, fool. Wins and losses, my boy. Wins and losses.
That's
You win some, but the thing is that these things that are happening to you are also you doing to other people.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
yeah,
if you're
yeah,
getting
yeah.
shot, it's because you're doing that thing
You don't
too.
have repercussions without being offensive.
Yeah,
in
my
the
brother
first
would always
place,
tell
yeah.
me, "Hey, fool," because he saw me. I was trigger happy, bro, when I was a kid, right? So my brother would tell me, "Hey, carnal, you ain't the only one with the gun, fool. Remember that."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you ain't the only one with the strap, fool. There's other guys out there that are willing to do it just like you, and that's what happens a lot of times. We get ahead of ourselves and think, "Well, ain't nobody gonna do it," and then you get busted on.
Yeah. Is it fair to say that through all that madness that you grew up with and all the accolades you received in your street career, with all the shit that you've done, very early on you were able to snap out of it because you had already completed all the missions possible?
I think what it was in a certain point of my gangbang career, bro, I hit the gas. And there's a lot of people that say, "Oh, they hit." No, anybody that knows me in my hood that from my generation, like, yeah, he's a fool, bro. I came out of YA that one time, like, fuck the world, bro. I'm going full throttle. And what I noticed was a lot of the guys that I thought were full throttle, they were like,
they didn't hit that gas pedal. They were in the gas
hey,
pedal.
This fool just don't care, bro. And I thought that was normal. And then like when my homeboy Dusty, shout out to Dusty, lives out in my homeboy Dusty, right? He's like, hey, Junior, because I was a kid when I was in the hood. Some fools would know me as Junior. Some older homies still to this day call me Junior because not because my name's Junior, but because it's kind of like the YouTube yarda. You see these guys who are 50-some years old. I was that guy in the hood, but right now I'm 50 years old, right? But I was a younger guy.
Yeah, you're the young homie, and there was the older homies.
Yeah, and he would like, hey, fool, you know what? You don't notice? He's like, and he's probably like 4 or 5 years older than me. He's like, when you were throwing meetings in the hood, you had guys who, and I was like 20, 21, fool. He's like, you had guys 6, 7 years older than you. Guys come out of the pen, and they're all like in line with what you're doing, bro. Like fuck it. So I saw what it was, and like I said, it was just that day in the cell, bro. When I looked across and said,
"We got a special guest right here."
Yeah, Boo Bear's in the house.
Yeah, Boo Boo from Haters World now.
Hey, Boo Boo.
But you know, I'm sitting on the sidelines, you know, hearing Gil stories and stuff like that. But you know, the story I want to hear was when you smashed on me, fucker.
Yeah,
you know, back in, what was that? I would have to say I was 89.
That would have to.
88.
Hey, when you're saying all these numbers, Playboy wasn't even born.
Yeah, bro.
What year were you born, Playboy?
94.
94. God damn.
94. I'm sitting in YA, bro.
Because when he said 91, I saw your face like, fuck, I wasn't even born.
That's why I'm over here. That's why I'm letting them speak a story, because I have no input.
Crazy, right? That's crazy, right?
So, you know, I know a lot of people do know this, but me and girl from neighborhood that don't get along for nothing, not even to this day.
Straight up.
You know, but when we're in the studios, my homeboy show up or his homeboy shows up, like they already know, like this is off limits on this property. Anything you guys do outside, then I mean, you got to deal with it. You know,
business for the greater cause.
Yeah, but it's
sure.
respect that my homeboys have for me and respect that his homeboys have for him.
Exactly.
You know, I've gone to some of Gil's functions with his homeboys, you know, and they show me all love, you know, and vice versa, you know,
vice versa,
and vice versa, you know.
You never have a feeling that you might get backdoored?
No, I'll never bend over.
Okay, there's Playboy's back. I'm just Playboy's back.
Asking the question.
Playboy's back. This ain't American
No, not like that.
No Diddy, bro. No Diddy.
It don't feel awkward at all.
You don't think someone's gonna? You're saying someone's not gonna go up to Gil and say, "Hey, Gil,
I'm gonna take this fool out right now."
Boo Boo's your homie.
Nah.
You gotta carry the ticket.
Yeah, not at all. You know, I mean, it's not like I met Gil's homeboys all at one time. You know, it was little by little, like one here, one there, and then you learn to fucking get along with this guy and this and that, and then you know.
But it's actually made I want to say better relationship between my older homies and his older homies.
Yeah.
I ran into some of his older homies at this place we frequent and play some pool, and at first I saw his homie and I went up to him like, "Hey, fool, what's up? I know you." He's like, kind of, you know, feeling a little weird. Yeah. My wife's, "Hey, are you?" I said, "No, bro. I'm just saying what's up."
Yeah.
I left, and then I heard later on his homie's playing with one of my homies' pool. He's like, "Yeah, I always want to come here, but I've heard so and so come here." Yeah, I'm from there, and so the homies were like, "It's all love, homie," because they know me, they know him, and he's going to the same spot there. So it's made for a better relationship, and I think that's what it comes down to, bro. It's just people communicating. So us doing our thing, and also hopefully motivates younger guys to eventually be like, you know what, eventually you can kind of,
you know, if the older guys can do it, then you know we can do it as well.
And those are bridging the gaps that we actually
we're
need.
trying
absolutely,
to do.
fool.
You know,
absolutely,
because there's a lot of bridging the gaps that are unnecessary.
Oh yeah, no, there's some that it's not a bridge. You're bridging yourself to a cliff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That those guys are on cliffs, and I'm not trying to be on that cliff. I mean, hell no.
Yeah, and trying to like Gil says, trying to show these homies, you know, the right way, you know, because you don't want to see, you know, I still go down to my hood every once in a while, and I'll go have a beer with them and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not there kicking it all night with them, like, no, that's just not me. But you know, but it just shows them that this life is going to get you where you don't want to be,
right?
You know, because you're going to see an enemy, not necessarily any particular enemy. You know, you're going to do something for the better cause of the neighborhood, and all it's gonna do is put you in jail for life. You know, and look at the homeboys that are there now for life. You know, and they never coming home. They've missed their mom's funerals, their dad's funerals, their brother's funerals. You know what I mean?
And a lot of them will give you the good advice to not go.
Oh yeah,
for sure. They don't want to be there.
It didn't work out for them.
Yeah, they want to trade seats with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you got 2 years? I'm doing 20. I'll trade with you all day.
Facts, brother.
But you know, talking about taking a loss. Yeah, I took a loss that day in '89.
Hollywood, huh, boy?
What happened?
Hollywood, bro.
Yeah, we were in Hollywood. Our two neighborhoods ran into each other, and and
Yeah, we're deep.
guys got
Everybody
him
was
up.
deep.
You guys got him up.
that was back then when like
This fool got thrown in the back of a truck,
back
bro.
of one of his homeboys' trucks, and all his homeboys jumped in and stomped me
And
out.
this fool was like 12 years old.
Damn,
And he was a little ass kid, bro.
Yeah,
12 years old on the block.
And you know, actually, the two homeboys that saved me, they both have passed away. You know, shout out to Mono and Smiley, but you know, both of them have already passed away, and it's just like, man, like. You know, like it's just a thing that all the homeboys left. Everybody's going. I'm getting stomped out, and these two actually went into the crowd, mixed in with the crowd, and fucking yanked me out. You know, and said,
Yeah.
let's go. We gotta go. We took off.
And that's how it is. Most of the time,
and this
your
is-
own people will leave you, dog.
And if you know Hollywood in '98,
yeah,
I mean
bro.
'89 and '90, that shit was Tetris out there. You
Yeah,
know?
we went out
Like,
cruising
you couldn't
to
go by
gangbang.
yourself.
Because when everybody thinks of Hollywood, let's be honest, they don't think that it's actually gang neighborhoods there, dog.
Oh yeah,
But
dude.
I've been knowing because I have a relative who lives in North Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, no, it was just
Yeah.
cracking over there.
Oh yeah, you couldn't get, even if you're cruising, you got to pass through so many different neighborhoods, you know, and you're getting hit up by every neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know, because those guys in those neighborhoods are like, well, who the fuck is this? Well, who the fuck is that? You know.
Yeah, I've been knowing that for. I'm a little bit older myself, but I've been knowing that for a while. I remember doing a show out there, and I took my wife and a couple homegirls, and they were like, "Oh, it's super nice up here." But the street I was on, I was like, "Hey, man,
Yeah, for
we
sure.
gonna get hit up right here." They're
But
like,
you know
"Hell
what?
no!"
It don't matter what part of Los Angeles you're in,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, that's-
You're
everywhere.
gonna find somebody there, dog.
You know, it doesn't matter no more because like you see these young kids and they're not even dressed like the way we dress.
Yeah.
You know,
So you can't tell.
They dressed a whole different style than we
Yeah.
did. Just like we dressed a different style than our older homeboys. You know,
Right.
like my dad or something like that. You know, they
Yeah,
dressed
yeah.
in fucking suits.
The
practically.
Pachuco
You
style.
know, so we look at our young ones like, what the fuck are these guys doing?
Yeah, of course.
But that motherfucker will pull a gun out on you
Yeah.
and fucking shoot you in the face and,
Yeah.
and go to sleep that night. You know, like you
And go on TikTok.
Yeah, go on TikTok and say they did it.
For
So
sure.
don't go be making fun of their haircuts and
Go
shit.
on
'cause
TikTok.
these motherfuckers are
¿Qué
real.
tomas, mijo?
You
¿Cafecito?
know? You know?
I see him.
Because I was gonna say your tag team. I got you.
Hey, let me get a cup. With some,
Hey, so your podcast, man. Let's talk about a little bit
Let's
about.
talk about it,
I
fool.
see you got the new cast. You got some new guys. The what is it called? The Boys Podcast.
the boys right here. Hey, better fill it up with something.
if you is it the Boys Podcast? I saw episode 15.
yeah.
Right here, you got it right here. You want that one?
But see, what I was saying is the
No.
Oh, he got it?
the Boys Podcast. If you just add a 200, boom.
Nah, fool.
just kidding.
See, we the original boys, fool.
We know where you got it from.
we the original boys.
200 boys. 200 Gianaya.
We the original boys, fool.
I'm just
We from the
fucking with you.
80s, homie.
And that's
I seen that earlier. I was watching some of the episodes. Yeah, I was watching the your podcast.
Yeah, no, that's
a different segment.
That's
It's
a
cool.
different segment. The boys, where we can talk all our crap, say anything. That's me. That's Boo Boo. That's the homie Droopy from Langdon, and
Okay.
and the homie Mohawk Matt, bro. So,
Yeah, Mohawk Matt.
So,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we do it kind of like what you guys do: shoot the shit and just get different topics, and have crazy Alabama Mexican call in. And
It's not set like on one topic, one style of topics.
no. It's that thing. The hard problem is I gotta say one mic all the time because we start fucking screaming over each other. And
Yeah.
but it's very fun, bro. Because I've noticed that I really look forward to going there and just shooting the shit with the boys, homie. And we can talk anything from politics to the hood stuff to
Whatever comes
and
up.
we got some certified ass fools that it ain't some janky ass fools. So it's we trying to get people schooling, homie, but in all kind of realms. And I want to say that on our thing, we've kind of opened the door a lot to politics, like straight world politics, city politics as before.
For the culture.
Yeah, for the culture,
don't-
homie. Yeah, before they won't talk
Yeah,
about
they
that.
won't talk about it.
But ahora, whether you love or hate the orange guy, the great part about him, he made people have to get involved in politics that didn't
Yeah.
want to get involved.
Yeah, facts.
Because he came in here and he's banging, homie.
Oh, good. I want to say something. I know that a lot of people are watching right now. The people that are watching, they're waiting because they want their clips. They want their little. They want their they're either going to be
1 minute
mentioned.
of fame. Yeah.
Yeah, we got all the people that hate you watching right now.
Oh yeah, todos, güey,
They're all watching.
todos, güey.
They want to be
todos.
mentioned, so I'm going to make them wait, bro. I don't want to talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
nothing
No,
until
keep talking
later.
about the podcast.
I just want to
Cool.
let them know that we're acknowledging them. We know they're sitting in
They're
their
on,
they're-
bro.
It's all good.
They're sitting in their little closets, just watching and waiting. They got their little beer. They probably not
Light.
going live just to watch us.
Yeah.
So continue to sit there and watch.
We had Boo Boo on here before, and I think during that time you took a little hiatus. You were gone.
Hold on, don't ask, not that question yet.
Okay, go on.
There's
more.
other shows on your platform.
Yeah,
Yeah, there
before
is.
we get to that question, I need a guarantee from you that you're gonna come on our platform within 2 months, fool. I need a guarantee. No, I don't need.
Man.
I don't want no.
Don't bet on it.
I need a guarantee. No, I need a guarantee, homie. If not, I'm gonna go over there, drink my beer. I need.
We got Boo Boo here. It's all good.
Oh, go take him, fool.
We got
Take him. No, you need to get out of the closet, fool. You need to get out of this. No diddy.
Damn,
You know what I mean. You need to come out and pull up to North Hollywood, homie, and come do a podcast over there, carnal. We need you. I think the audience needs you. We pulled up over here. We're showing you nothing but love, homie. We need you to come out.
Interviews I owe people.
No, it doesn't have to be an interview. It could be a boys podcast.
Or podcast, yeah.
It could be a boys podcast.
Cool.
Huh? Yeah, no, it doesn't have to be no interview. Vos, si no quieres hablar de cuando eras niño y que te pegaban, you don't got to, bro. But you need to pull up, homie. I think.
I'll put it to you like this. I got a story that I haven't told that I think it'll be perfect for me to tell on your platform.
Okay.
Because you speak Spanish like me, so
Simon.
I think that's where I can tell
So
everybody else can pick it up
within 2
after.
months.
Within 2 months.
By
the end of the year. By the end of the year.
No. By the end of the year, what happens is the year will be gone and people forget and be like, well, you know, Gil, 2 months. Well, I just drove 4.5 hours over here for you. And
I'll tell you like this. I promised Spider Loke my first podcast.
Nah, it's Spider Loke.
Spider Loke.
No.
I'll tell you why.
Why, bro?
He reached out to me when I had like 500 subscribers.
I gave you your first commercial when you had 0 subscribers.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
According to Opina, we put you on, homie.
Yeah.
So if you want to go by
Hey, don't
those,
throw my fucking name in there.
Opina's already gone.
Yeah, you have to go with American Cholo.
I am, but I got to stand my word.
You can't hold on to that because that's like saying you're always gonna be in love with the girl who took your virginity. Just because she was your first one.
One little bit. You can still give.
Mine? I took that virginity.
Do the Spider Loke interview in Chinese.
Yeah, you can do your interview with Spider Loke. You're not coming to do an interview with us. You're coming to shoot the shit.
For
Yeah,
sure.
there you go.
2 months, fool.
2 months.
I'm waiting for it. Yes, I'm not getting going until here. Yes, bro. 2 months, fool.
I don't know. You know I'm
July?
riding with you.
And we have
man.
AC cracked over there, homie. You'll be cold over there, carnal. Ain't that right, Droops?
July?
Yeah, you'll be cold over there, bro.
Check my calendar real quick.
No.
Who's security? Because we don't want Norby's pulling up over there.
Oh, yeah.
gotta make
Hey, that
sure
fool
I'm
punch out your hand, fool.
Can I take my own armed guard?
Yeah, absolutely, fool.
All right,
I got you.
Let me take the Palm Pilot.
I got you, fool. No, you. For first of all, we're not even gonna give like a warning you're gonna be on. It's just the show's
I
on.
don't give a fuck.
Well, I don't, obviously you do.
That's right.
We'll announce that
You
shit
got
a
like
month
a-
before.
We'll have a meet and greet over there, dog. That's how
Facts.
confident we are.
You got like 100 fades coming over there, fool.
We'll have a meet and greet.
Nah, to me, listen, fool. I fuck with you, BD, man. I see what you're doing, but yeah, I just think it's time for you to.
I have a plan, and I've always had a plan, dog. So I'll pull up within 2 months.
Thank you, sir. That's
I'll bring my
Let
plan
the show
for you.
continue, bro. Let the show continue.
If you guys announce it, Whack 100 might get you guys together.
He can pull up whenever he wants, fool. He just gotta make sure I'm there this time, bro. That's all it is.
He got the addresses.
Yeah.
Plural. All right, but let's continue to what we were talking about.
Oh, you were talking about the other segments.
How many
Yeah, the
segments you
segments.
got?
So we've got 3 different segments. It will be my solo lives, which I'll take phone call, which I take phone calls on all of them anyways. And either
But that's just you.
Yeah, it was just me. And then we got the boys on Tuesdays at 6:30, 7 o'clock. And then we got What's the Word with Doughboy Tony, the philosopher, and sometimes Frankie will come in there. And that's a little bit more of a younger crowd, guys. And they talk kind of similar stuff.
Doughboy Tony's a rapper.
From Orange County?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a little homie.
So
Are they live?
yeah, everything's live. bro.
Everything's live. Okay.
Everything's live. And what we're going to do again, we're going to do another segment of the freestyle. Probably in about...
Oh, the ones you used to do before?
Yeah,
Like
we got-
hang the mic and do
probably in about another 3 weeks or a month. So if you're an up-and-coming artist, you want to do it, hit me up on IG, The Real American Cholo. But you got to have somewhat of a talent. Don't just hit me up if you fucking just started yesterday, bro. I want to come on. And I think what separates ours from anybody else that does is with us, you got to give a 60-second live on the mic. You cannot do a voiceover. I refuse, bro. Because to me is, if you can't do 60 seconds on a mic live, bro, then you ain't ready for that league. So I want somebody, because if a major producer says, hey, homie, give me 60 seconds, what you got? And you're like, oh, well, I can't.
Yeah, they got to be ready.
It's like
Yeah, you gotta be
me.
ready.
It's like me when a guy comes looking for work, talking about, hey, I'm a foreman, and I drop the plans on him. I say, show me the slab on grade. How thick is it? What? And he starts, oh, well, I can't. you ain't ready for.
Yeah.
You listen.
Not for that part, that game.
But it's great because we get in there, bro, and it's a great vibe. We have a bunch of people in there, some people smoking, chilling, and everybody believes it's very easy at first. They're like, oh, yeah, I got this.
It's because you make it look good.
See, and then once everybody's there, and they're like this, and everybody's waiting for you to spit, bro, that's when the nervios kick in. But we don't put no pressure on. Well, if you don't do it after 2 or 3 rounds, we're like, all right, dude, step out, let somebody get in there, and you'll get back in there. But it's the nerves. But to me, I think that's helping putting people on, and also helping them realize, hey, homie, this is how the game is. If you want to step up your level, you better be able to spit a song at least. Because if you can't spit it live,
be put on the spot.
And that's how you find real talent, because everybody sounds good with auto-tune and mixed and mastered, all of that. Yeah.
Do you give them a beat, or they got to bring the beat?
No, they bring the beat, bro.
Oh, that's easy work.
Yeah, no, it's their beat. It's not like, it's not a competition.
They bring their beat.
Email me your beat, this and that, and we'll make it pop, bro. And after that, my engineer will get it, mix it, because he'll separate the sound from the beat, and then he'll take it home, fix up whatever he's got to fix up, put it together, and then we'll release the whole video, bro. But
nice.
It makes content for us, and it gives them a platform to show what they got. So that's what's gonna come up. And other than that, just I think the same old shit, bro. To me, it's
You've had other podcasts there before.
What do you mean, like
other segments that are not there no more?
Yeah, we've had a few, bro. Like, and they just. A lot of times, people.
Podcaster in the community doing it. Saluting face emoji.
Saluting face emoji. Appreciate that super chat. So I've had other ones, like when those ones came in, I actually had told it, and I made a message on IG and YouTube. All right, if you want to do a podcast, if you want to do this, come on. And I was paying for it, bro. Like, I'll pay for the engineer. I'm doing this and that. Just come in, because I want to fill time, because I want to get some talent out there. But it's easier said than done. People will come maybe one time, and after that. So to me, it was like, I'm giving you the stage to do it, bro. And it just doesn't work out many times.
That's what I was gonna say. It's not easy to loan out your studio to somebody you may have never met, is it?
No, I gotta kind of know somebody, bro. I gotta kind of do maybe a little homework on you. There's some people that may want to come through, and I'm like, nah, you just can't. And it is what it is. Like, but like, Compa Raiders, he's actually rented it out before. I've rented it out to a few people, just to try it out and see how it works as a business sense. But since we've got our sponsorship now, there's no need for that, bro.
Okay.
So that's where, because what eventually what I want to do is be self-sufficient, where it's paying for itself. And I've heard people say about you, BD, that he just has an expensive hobby. It's because they got no business sense, bro.
Yeah.
Business sense. This is what a business goes, homie.
Yeah.
When you start any business, brother, these are the pains. You're not gonna get in there and just
overnight. Overnight sensation.
No. This is how business. It's an investment in yourself, just like life, just like being a person. You're not going to the gym one day and all of a sudden.
But even if it was an expensive hobby, what the fuck is it to anybody? If a motherfucker is asking you for shit,
facts.
The fuck you worry about what I got, bro, and what I don't got. Some people like smoking cigars, my boy. I might like sitting here just talking shit.
That's what I'm saying. We just back to the whole thing. Someone got bands, and some people got other shit. Let them live how they live.
It's the same thing. Like people complaining about you paying $13 for certain songs. Who the fuck's forcing you to pay?
Yeah.
This is business, bro. If I've got some paletas that I want to sell for $10. That's on me, fool. And if they're selling, then it must be good paletas.
Yeah, if people want to buy them,
I used to actually do it where I would charge $25 to $50 a song.
Yeah.
And I would go on IG, but it wasn't like the live ones, like the jukebox kind of stuff you're doing. I would do beforehand and say, all right, guys, I'm gonna do some reviews.
I remember those.
Yeah, send me some songs. It's not guaranteed you're gonna make it, but if you pay an extra $25, you're gonna be bumped up to the top.
Yeah, facts.
Because it costs money, bro. What are you talking about?
Yep.
How the hell you get?
It's a commercial, dog.
Yeah, it's like anything.
Yeah, fool. Adam charges like $150.
Hey, wait.
Per song.
These guys who complain about that, go to your local taco place and tell them, hey, wait, give me a taco for the raza.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Well, they're gonna give it to you. This is business, people. It's like they want to complain and hate, bro. And to me, like when I see one of my homies and he's doing good, I got a lot of homies that got businesses doing shit. Ain't no hate in my heart. Homie's like, hell yeah, that's the homie, man. Yeah. If I see the homie coming up with some money, I'm be like, hell yeah, that's the homie. I want that, bro. I want my homies to come up. I want other homies to come up. If I'm giving you the studio for free, it's because I want you to come up, bro. We can help each other, because if you're doing a segment, that segment starts taking off.
It helps the platform.
Yeah, it helps everybody, bro. But unfortunately, we have
But it's like it's more of like why that fool and not me because I know I know people have sat there. One time I had a fool that sat there and he was like, "You've already made this much money. How much you giving back to the raza?" And it's like, what the fuck, dog? I'm already by me having a platform and having these homies' music heard by hundreds of people.
Yes,
that's already me fucking giving back for $10 fucking, my boy. The fuck, you know what I mean? But it's never enough.
No, and it never will be, fool. And the majority of people who sit there and complain and make those try to criticize you in those ways are the ones that don't do nothing. Let's keep it 100, bro. With like when we do the turkey giveaways and the backpacks, it's a tax write-off for them.
Yeah, what the fuck,
bro.
dog?
Like, well,
they can't be happy.
If it's that great, then why don't you do it?
Yeah, exactly.
If it's that, but like that one guy said, I could be walking on water and you say, "Oh, but I bet you can't fly." Like, if it ain't one thing, it's another. But to those guys, like, I just
ignore it.
Yeah, bro, because you're gonna fight forever, bro.
Yeah, no, you are, fool. It got to the point where fools come and talk shit to me, and I'll be like, "Are you gonna do something or just talk?" Because I don't have time to talk, fool. If you're gonna do something, let me know right now. I'll send you the info.
Yeah, for sure.
And they won't. They'll try to continue. Oh, you're mad. You're in your feelings. No, dog. I just don't have time, fool, for the back and forth no more.
Yeah.
Let's just get to the bottom of it. You want to do something?
Right. That's a good one. $39.99 to go back and forth for 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? That's a new one, dog. Yeah, $39.99.
They're just spectators. Yeah. The majority don't show their face. Like with you and I, we talk our shit, but
we're right here.
Yeah, fool.
Yeah, for sure.
We're showing our faces. Like people can't say. I mean, to me, oh, you didn't go to prison? I said, isn't that the whole point? Is that what we're trying to do?
No, for sure. For sure.
Oh, you're the foreman. I said, yeah, I'm the boss, homie. What? I should be the ex-con? That's the better thing in life? No, fool, be a worker. Take care of business.
Yeah, but even when they say like a motherfucker never been to prison, fool, there is homies outside that had careers in the streets, right? And didn't go to prison for whatever fucking reason. That's not a bad thing, bro. Yeah. That's not a bad thing.
But the real guys that have been to the joint, the homies right here. I got homies doing it 20 years. You know what? We're out chilling. They never sit there and act that way, bro.
Right. Oh, for sure.
They never sit there. Hey, to me, it reminds me. This is what it reminds me, bro. It reminds me of like a guy who, back in the days, is talking a good one about Christianity, this and that. Then te ponen pelos, they get all spammed back, and all of a sudden, hey, homie, I was this. I was like, if you were all that, you wouldn't need to try to convince me, bro.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And instead of using what you've learned in there to try to steer the homies away, it's like I think at the end of the day, misery loves company, bro.
But a lot of times, these people, that's their only accomplishment in life.
That's
all they got, bro. Because the motherfucker that has a nice car, a nice house, a nice business, got a wife, they're not fucking glorifying the fucked up part of their life.
Right.
They're gonna glorify
the best
good
things.
shit. So if all you're glorifying is prison and jail,
that's all you got.
That's all you got, my boy. Nice. Listen, that's cool and all, and appreciate that you went there and came out solid.
Thank you for your service, homie.
Thank you for your service. But come on, dog. That's not the end all be all, fool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my homeboy Caps. Shout out to Caps. He got out of doing 20 something, and then I seen him and he's married, doing his thing. Like a lot of these guys, you would never know they went to jail, right?
Yeah.
And then I remember I had a little 170 American Cholo pin. I said, hey, Caps, thank you for your service, fool. That's what you get for doing 20 years. He's like, fucking dick. But he grabs it and he pins it on himself. Homie, like, was it worth it? He's like, no, hell no, that shit. Like, the homies, you know, when I get phone calls from some of the homies that have been in there for 20 years, bro, I'm just bored, bro. Like, I'm bored. I want to get the hell out of here. Like, and they got plans. I want to work. You think these guys want to come out here and relive all that? No, bro. They're trying to live life.
Not only that, though, see, another piece of the puzzle that people forget that they leave out is that, all right, just imagine there's two guys, right? One goes to prison for 20 years and one stays on the streets. That one that went to prison, he might have never had done nothing in prison. He could coast through that motherfucker. And the fool in the streets, he could already have robbed 10 stores, shot a couple fools. So who really had the better gangster career, dog? The fool that went to go sit down and probably just coasted through jail, or the fool that was out here playing penitentiary chances?
I don't think you can coast through prison though.
Not 20,
because there's always riots going on and all kinds of other shit where you have.
Okay, but you're not always the guy though. And how often does this shit happen? In the streets, at least in the streets, it could happen as well.
Yeah, but what sucks about being in prison is that you're there with a bunch of daggers and you got nowhere to run, bro. You have to show face every day when you wake up.
But in the streets, it could happen too.
Yeah.
Or am I wrong?
I glorify the guy who does 20 years in the streets that takes care of his family, and the more than I do the guy who does 20 years.
Yeah, no, if you're on the streets,
you know what I'm saying?
If you're on
That's
the
how I
streets and you're really about it, doing all kind of stuff, it's only a matter of time before you get busted. With mine, I would be out for maybe a year, bro. Like, that's just, and even within that year, I'm going to the county, getting picked up, getting out. Like, I'm putting it.
Back and forth,
So
back
to
and
me,
forth.
when I see guys, oh, like they're all about it, I'm like, no, you're not, fool. You've been out for 5 years, homie. You ain't about it like that, bro. If you about it, you're going to jail, fool. You're gonna get caught up, homeboy. So, but to me, it's like about it. Yeah, it's just taking care of the family. For that, I mean, nobody can hate on that, bro. I think that's just family first above all, carnal.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's it.
I got one for you, fool. Hey,
For me?
now this guy right here. I came to get my BD fucking out where.
Oh, for me?
Yeah, for you, fool. So
Fuck I do.
you're charging.
Hold on.
American Cholo got US when he said he was quitting the YouTube yard a few months ago.
We're gonna get to that.
Yeah, for sure.
Not yet.
So
Salute pistolas.
pistolas, $9.99. So, you charge $13 for those. I have no problem with that, bro. I think that's a great thing. That's a great business thing, bro. But when are you gonna pay for YouTube Premium, bro? Because now we're watching two commercials, bro. We're watching our own commercials,
All right, let me
and
tell
then
you.
we're watching your other commercials, bro.
Let me tell you. You know what premium is, right?
Yeah, I know what
So
premium
if
is.
I pay for premium,
Yeah.
you're not getting the full money like you were if I were to watch your commercials.
But I'm not trying to watch MaxiPad commercials, bro. Sometimes crazy commercials come out on your shit, and you're trying to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But I'm saying,
when
like-
you're doing lives and you're trying to get music because you'll have other people's. It ain't regular commercials. It's just commercials.
No, yeah, but I'm saying if I were to pay for that premium, right?
Pay for the
so when
premium,
I go
fool.
watch your shit,
Don't worry about my shit, bro.
no, but how you gonna make money?
Don't worry about my
how
shit,
How you gonna make
fool.
money if I don't support you?
I pay for premium, fool. Don't worry about it. That
Damn,
premium
that's
help you out.
fucked up.
No, if you're watching this shit, the premium helps you too because they're getting money off that premium.
yeah, but it's not the same as watching the commercials. It's not the
so
same
you're
amount.
doing it for the better of the people, for the raza.
Facts. Facts, my boy.
Here it is. Yeah.
Good, bro.
It takes away your commercials.
I don't know, fool. I don't want. We're getting double commercial, fool. You got people out there like, damn, I'm watching commercial.
Maybe I should.
Hey,
Maybe I should.
you don't have a regular premium on your own thing? Like,
Fuck no.
I haven't watched.
I don't watch.
I
shit
haven't watched.
like that.
I haven't. The hell was that, dude? That was like a sonic boom, bro.
Firework.
Fucking airplane.
Yeah, that's
Fucking airplane.
I haven't watched commercials on YouTube for like maybe 10, 15 years.
Damn.
Even before I was not.
I had a premium red.
Yeah, that's what I. Yeah, premium.
Fucking 20 years ago. Premium red.
Premium red.
I never heard of that.
It's like
Yeah,
20,
premium
it's like
red.
$20 a month, bro.
Really?
I might have to
How much
sponsor.
the premium? I don't.
Like
I don't
$20.
even- Oh, that's not
$20,
bad.
no commercials. That's all it is.
All right, I might think about it.
All right,
That's
fool.
easy work.
We might sponsor them for the premium, $20 a month. Fool.
Premium red. Hey, but all right, let's get into this YouTube yarda bullshit.
Let's do it.
YouTube yarda.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. No. Let's talk about
It's a
Cali
solid
Mac.
yard,
Let's
solid
talk about
yard.
Cali Mac.
Hey, Cali Mac is so
talk about
great
Cali Mac,
that Cali Mac is so great that I haven't pushed in years and people haven't forgotten, bro. That'll tell you how good that acronym is, bro. The Cali Mac acronym.
Central American Latino
Indigenous Mexican American Chicano.
Mexican American Chicano.
Because and to this day it would work. But
AKA the supermarket.
the super burger, yeah, that super burger. Yeah, the super
Right?
burger.
AKA.
That was a good one. When I first originally came out with that thing was I went to IG. I said, "All right, people, what are you?" And they're like, "What do you mean?" I'm trying to get an acronym for us to fall under an umbrella. And I said, because and to this day you still see it. When somebody's doing an interview, it's no longer feasible just to say to the Mexicans. It doesn't work. You'll hear them say, to the Mexicans, Latino, Chicano community, whatever you want to call yourself, because they have to cover all the stuff. Because we're a whole bunch of brown people, fool, especially especially like in California, right, and in the States. So I went on IG, and sure enough, and these are mostly Mexicanos on my shit. I'm Latino. I'm Hispanic. I'm Chicano. Oh, you're not. And they start fighting. But well, except for the X.
Don't forget
so
that one.
they all started saying what they were. So I sat down and I got a piece of paper and I'm sitting there and I'm getting every single one. And the one that rolled off was Cali Mac. I said, all right, Central American, Latinos, Indigenous, Mexican American, Chicano. So what are you? We're Cali Macs. And that would be like a group. That's how the LGBT got so powerful, bro. They came together and they first started with just LG, where lesbians and gays, and then we're also bisexual, and they just started throwing more stuff in there, and people will see that, oh, what we try, nobody's trying to be gay. I'm trying to show you how these guys came together, put their difference to the side, instead of fighting on what we're doing, and they built the hell out of it, bro. They still control Hollywood. They're still doing their thing. And the ironic part is that when I first came out with that, the same people that are talking shit about it now or after, oh, that's a great thing, bro. Straight up. Every single one of them, bro. Every single one that started throwing it through the mud, that's a great thing. That's cool. They came to my meeting. I had a meeting over in North Hollywood. Had like 100 something, maybe 200 people there. Cali, that was the first annual Cali Mac. Everybody was still on board. Oh, that's a great thing, Gil. And then, what's the name?
The Llorón is on YouTube.
No, you know what happened? Tiger.
Oh, that's right.
When the Tiger situation kicked in,
he don't speak for us.
That's when all these fucking jackasses that were supposedly homies and we're in YouTube together, they all started backstabbing. That doesn't bug me. Dude, we got a movement going. Yeah. I was on the forefront. Luckily, I was talking. I'm still saying Cali Mac. This is great. We can get behind it. I had guys that, I won't mention them, but there's some rapper guys that hit me up on the side. Hey, fool, who are, I said,
who are you to talk for us?
I said, damn, homie, I didn't know this was a competition.
Bitch ass.
I'm just trying to help shit out. And that's when all the hate came from all those guys, and the same guys that...
Chicano rappers, homie.
Yeah, trucha for those vatos.
I told you.
So the same guys that had platforms that went to our meeting, all of a sudden, it's stupid, it's this. It was just childish. It was jealousy. It was envy, bro. Instead of saying, shit, that's a good idea, bro. We can fall under that umbrella. Because like I said, to this day, you're still going to hear the same thing. And if you don't believe me, next time you see somebody's interview and you hear them, they're going to say that, oh, Mexicanos, Latinos, we whatever we are. Because we still can't come to the agreement on what we are, bro. Yeah. Straight up. Because somebody will say, oh, you're not Chicano, but the same Mexicano in Mexico, yo trabajo con ellos, güey, they're going to say you're not Mexicano. They're going to say you're a pocho.
Yeah, for sure.
So... To me, at this point, I didn't even push it no more, but I don't care, homie. We brown, whatever it is. But obviously, they still remember it. So obviously, it's a powerful word, bro. Because to this day, it's like it can't get out of people's minds, bro. And I don't even say it anymore.
Hey, that whole Tiger shit, that shit was huge.
It was huge.
What was the name of the song?
Go Loco.
No, it wasn't that one.
No, it wasn't that one.
It wasn't that one.
No, that one's still up.
Which one was it?
It was a different one.
Was it carne asada? No.
Which one? Ay caramba. That's right.
It is.
Yeah, it was Ay caramba.
I said carne asada because they do that. They make all the crazy names,
yeah, it was Ay
bro.
caramba.
They make that one. They make Go Loco. They
you really feel like it was a disrespect?
Excuse me. Listen. That was during the time of.
The video came down, right?
Yeah, he took it down.
It's down. Okay.
Yeah, it's down. Yeah.
I was just playing the same rules by what they were playing in. Everything's offensive. Everything's this. But the video was very offensive, bro. If you look at the undertone of the video, you had not watermelon. You
tacos.
had chips. You had tacos, and I flipped a switch and said, "Wait a minute. What if this is a white artist and the white artist is rapping about black people and they show watermelons coming down?"
Here we go again. Get your clips. Let's go.
Yeah, and they start showing like watermelon going down and just showing a fat greasy black guy, and that's what this was showing, bro. Whether they saw it or not, they probably thought it was fun. But once you actually saw it, looked at it like, oh shit, that is what that is, bro. That's what it was, and it was perfect that we were able to show how much weight we really carry, bro. Yeah. That was one of the last ones, because soon after that, edited clips saying I'm a racist, and then the same people that are supposed to be backing my play. Oh well, he shouldn't have said that. What? Yeah. Here we go, bro. It's like
so after.
Not all Latinos areas the same, bro. Gil grew up around Raza and adopted the Chicano style. He's more Mexican than he is Central American.
Then you have that meetup with Power 106.
Yep.
Tyga is sitting there with you.
Yes.
All right. The video comes down.
Yes.
Right. Boom. You think that was a W for the raza?
Yep, absolutely, 100%. That was huge because it showed that if we get behind something, that they know if we like boycott it or start. Dude, their money's gonna run out. Like
treat us right or else.
Absolutely. What it comes down to, as far as just industries in general, and this goes for voting as well. They want your vote, they want your money, but if you're raza, they don't want your opinion.
Yeah.
They don't want you to have a say in anything, bro. When all the big stuff during COVID was going on, they're saying we need more people inclusive, we need more of this. That was just a code word for we need more gays and we need more African Americans, because even the Latino roles were given to Afro Latinos. Yeah. And it was like, wait a minute, bro. You talk about making it equal. In California, we're 45% of the population.
Yeah.
Are we getting 45% of the Senate,
voice,
the Congress, the political? Are we getting 45% of the roles? No. So in other words, don't tell me you want to paint the picture of who we are in America, because we are in America. We are a huge brown population, but you don't see it in film. You don't see it in movies. You don't see the investment in it. And until we start asking for it or helping, like the movie that Horchata, I don't know if you guys seen it yet. Great movie, bro. Something
Salute
like
Echoes World.
Yeah, something like that can make some real traction for us. It shows that if we come together as a collective, bro, we got major power, bro. Our power is not in the gangs and the guns. Our power is in our phones. Our power is in our buying power. Our power is in like, yeah, you know what, this is right.
It's in the numbers.
But instead, people who have influence over Raza here in the podcast world, they all flipped on me, bro. Like a good chunk of them. All of a sudden, all the hate came, bro.
Well, that's what I wanted to get to. So then, all of a sudden, when that's a W for the raza, they twist a video of you.
Oh, huge, yeah.
Right, they twist it, and then the comments, you see a lot of Mexicans talking about
major.
That vato does not speak for
He's
us.
a piece of shit.
Who the hell does he think
everything,
he
bro.
is?
Everything, bro.
He's just crying. Why do you think these people think like that, bro? Or why do they do that?
Because they don't like somebody else being the speaker and somebody's listening to them, because they want to be that person.
Yeah.
They think, well, why? Like I'm telling you, I had guys out of nowhere, motherfucker, who the hell? We've been doing this for 10 years. I said, well, good. Well, this is good, right? If you've been doing it for 10 years, you've been trying to bang and I finally got in, and I'm trying to fucking say, hey, you guys just, all they did was the door opened, and they pulled me back out.
Because everything you're doing being vocal, they want to be vocal, but they don't have the nuts to be vocal. And
facts,
that's just the truth.
Facts. So
a lot of people are like that. I hear it a lot, like in the realm, when you move around outside, people are like, man, I would say this. I'm like, you should.
Yeah.
Why not say
I would have done this.
Yeah, but I tell them, do it, bro. Because the more voices, then the more it'll get spread across.
You should, like, I get stuff on Instagram. You should speak about this. I said, you got a platform?
Yeah, facts.
Get it, homie.
Yeah, there you go.
Get it. But yeah, it is. It's unfortunate. It's a lot of envy, a lot of jealousy, where we can't find a leader because our leader needs to be perfect. As far as Latinos, Cali Mexicanos, whatever you want. In the Mexican realm, he would have to be an Aztec warrior. He would have to have 20 bodies.
A level 10 soldado.
Yeah, full major. Yeah, because he's not this, he's not that. Full, and that's what keeps us down.
Yeah, facts.
In every aspect of the world, bro. Because we're too busy looking for that. There's no perfect thing, dude. There isn't. Martin Luther King was not a perfect man. He did all kind of shit. Cesar Chavez was not a perfect man. He did all kind of things. But in today's world, it's like you got to be that perfect guy. If not, I'm not gonna support it.
When you read all those comments of your own raza bashing you, was that the first time you saw it on the internet and were like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, I woke up the next day with literally thousands of DMs. I was like, I just got off a nice win, bro. I'm like, dude, we went to Power 106. This went quick, bro. It was.
Regardless, props to Gil for adopting and embracing the culture.
So to me, no, dude, that was my first experience with
the internet.
All the shit's on me, bro, and I've been through them now. Now it ain't nothing, because I know I'm not gonna put myself in a certain position. I'll probably do something a little bit different. But when that came up that morning, bro, I went into the studio with my pool table. I hit the corner playing, and I'm just online, bro. I'm banging back. Fools thought I was gonna tuck my tail. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone. Nah, I don't tuck my tail, bro.
Yeah.
So I was in there. I'm banging with the best one, but not on comments. I'm like, all right, let's talk about it. Fools were like, hey, let's talk about it. I'll go on your live. I'll do this. And then finally, one brother hit me up, and we're talking about it. I said, bro, that was this. He's like, do you have a video of it? I said, yeah, it's got to be there somewhere, bro. And within 2 minutes, somebody DM'd me the clip already cut, the real ones. And he's like, oh, you sent me that. This is bullshit. I said, dude, I know it's bullshit. It's fake and it's lies. But every single one of those Raza people that went against me right there, they weren't going against me. They were going against their better will, bro. The better thing for the people, because we actually had a fucking platform where we got a voice. But if if it's not their voice, they don't want anybody else to have a voice.
But it's like if they were to shoot your platform down and knock it down, what other platforms out there that can replace yours within our culture?
Within our culture, I would say very few that can hit the points that we can hit.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people out there, they get too emotional. Like when my politics, oh, you're there. I said, well, all right, don't disrespect me. Let's talk about it. Yeah, no. What I do is I give you an opportunity to make your point. You can make phone calls. Let's debate it. This is how politics works. Like Trump and them right now.
I support my Hispanic homeboys getting theirs in this country, but saying Central Am are the same as Mexicans actually hurt Mexican issues because Texas was Mexico, not Guatemala or Panama.
Facts. I mean, at the end, we're all the same, bro. We're all like, especially if you're raised in California, Texas, New Mexico. If you raise here as a kid, you're raised the way we're raised, bro. And it's just a way to separate.
We're
us,
all
man.
held down equally.
Somos iguales, way. And when somebody says you
if
a
a
Mexican,
cop pulls me over, they're gonna think we're Mexican. Don't matter what it is.
It's just like
bro.
when we see Asians. Oh, it's un chino.
Yeah, I mean, they're not gonna say, "Oh, that's a Vietnamese and that's a Chinese." They just say that's Asian dude.
I got so many homies that I didn't find out. It's like, fuck, like my homie Smiley. I didn't know he's from Central America. You know, there's many of them. Like,
there's quite a few. Yeah.
You're just, those are your homies, and that's it, bro.
That's it. Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
But back to what you were saying. What were we talking about?
He's talking about the shit. I went blank.
We were speaking a little bit about the tiger thing, and then you know how much hate was coming out of it. But
yeah, from the people.
That at the end they don't want somebody else to speak unless it's them.
Oh yeah. That's where our people fail, because it's like, it's cool if they don't have the same feelings or sentiments as you, right? It's cool to debate it and maybe figure out what can work, right? But if they knock down the platform, then that's one less platform of one less voice for our people, dog.
Yeah, you were saying, is there any other platform like us? And I want to say wholeheartedly, no, bro. Not that there's some that are thriving to be that, trying to be that. Right?
Yeah,
they're trying to be that. I ain't knocking them for it, fool. That's great, dude. Yeah. But when you see somebody actually getting there, getting some traction, help them out, fool. Help them out, because at the end, that makes us a much bigger army, bro. But we're very divided, and that's why we don't have the strength that we should as a people in America, bro.
You think it'll ever get better?
I think we need a type of George Floyd moment without it being George Floyd, because the thing with us, we will not go for a George Floyd. We will say, ese güey es un drogadicto, he was stealing. Like, there's people that would say, no, that's what he had coming in our thing. One thing I see that I think it's a good one to get behind is this young lady who, I think she's a college student. She's like 19, 23 years old. I'm not sure what state. She just got picked up, bro. She came here when she was 4 years old. She's working, taking care of business. Somebody like that is something we need to get behind and be like, hey, dude, you shouldn't be deported and you should be this.
Be careful who likes to turn off the lights and run around butt naked, LOL.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
But with us, it'll be like, oh, you voted for Trump. You can't have a voice in that. It's like, nah, fool. We can vote for different people. Doesn't mean that I'm a cult follower, bro. If I don't like a certain policy of you, I'm gonna tell you I don't like a certain policy, and I don't like the policy of people just getting deported like that. The what he ran on was, you're gonna deport people who are criminals, drug dealer. Like, oh, all right, bro, get them out of there. But if the people are working, no, keep them here, bro.
People don't understand how big our platforms really are.
Right.
You know, prior to 2000 what? When it was 2019, there was no voice for our people at all.
Absolutely not.
I remember back in the day, we were on YouTube in 08, 07, 2010, and there was nothing. There was no outlets.
Right.
Every homie that was a rapper would have to go to the black homies outlets, or have to.
You would have to go to like Power 106, because that's when
you have World Star Hip Hop. You could pay World Star Hip Hop. You could play like the smaller ones that were out there for the black homies.
But they didn't have a podcast though.
No, they have a podcast, but they have websites. You can get your music aired on and shit like that.
Right.
Yeah, for fucking 8,000.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
A gang
they
of
were
money.
charging 5,000 back then. World Star.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, really? I remember.
Yeah, all that, dog. So now that we actually have and we're actually the pioneers,
Absolutely.
the forerunners for our culture, bro.
Yeah, that's
and
facts.
these fucking retards don't understand how big it is for all of us. That if they knock us down, bro, it's gonna take a while before another homie platform takes off to build. To have
facts, bro,
to help other people get on.
Yeah, but in the beginning of everything that's great, bro, this is always what comes with it since the beginning of times.
So let me ask this then: when it comes out, like I agree with all of us, like the podcast now, because when I was doing music, we didn't have none of that coming up,
facts.
right? Nothing. It was hard. You had to like be like a bigger
CDs.
rapper to get on. Do you think that maybe that it's like we do half and half, or more than half and a less percentage? What I mean is, do we give the platforms to these young kids and some of them crash out, or do we do more good by giving the young
That's
kids?
up to them, bro.
That's up to
I
them.
look
Okay,
at it
that's
like
a good
that
question,
we're
right?
We're
You know what I'm
giving them
saying?
the opportunity that they would never have had.
Exactly. That's
but
facts.
now, if they're destined to make it, bro, they're going to make it.
Yeah.
But
and if they're not, they're not.
We're from a different breed, bro. I think for the most part, we really don't want them to crash out. Like on Adam's thing is, yeah, bro, crash out, bro.
Go for it.
Yeah,
Right,
go for it.
right,
Get it,
right.
bro.
I want you
Get it.
to.
Yeah, I want these views, bro. But with us, nah, bro. With us, I think for the most part, if you see, like with me, if I saw somebody come into my platform and I see they're drunk as hell, bro, and they're F this guy, I'm gonna be like, nah, fool, we ain't gonna do this, bro.
Yeah.
And I've had certain people like, hey, fool, I'm gonna give you some water. We're not even gonna do this podcast, bro, because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put you out like that, fool. Like,
Right,
come on.
right. We've done that too.
I
Yeah,
can
we
make
done
all
that
kind
too.
of views.
Yeah.
I mean, but there's a lot of fools that, and even the guys who say they're for the raza, they'll get that clip, bro. Ooh, they're running.
Oh
with
yeah,
it.
for sure.
A lot of them. No faces too.
We've done that too. We had a
faces.
rapper here the other day. He was a little young kid, and he was about to diss one of his older homies. you
Yeah,
know?
bro.
And then we said, just cut it, because for the most part, sometimes these younger kids, they don't know.
Yeah.
And I told him I was there when that rapper you're about to diss was coming up in the game, and he was big. So
Le va a pagar el señor, güey. Le va a
see,
pagar el
and this is
señor.
like, and then we've also had other ones that are
Well, we had
super
to like
drunk.
we cut it short, or like Droops, he's a general, so he'll text us and be like, hey man, let's cut this one. Dude's
Yeah,
a little
facts.
out of control.
Yeah, for sure. You need that, bro.
Yeah. But sometimes, like we said, they'll crash out on their own.
But that's it.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so I allow them to crash out full when I know they're about the internet.
Okay.
If they're about the internet, like they actually care about the cloud and the YouTube, and that's what they do.
That's what they do, yeah.
Well, go for
Go
it. Fool.
for it,
That's
yeah.
stupid. That ain't on me. But if I see you're a youngster and you really don't know what you're doing, then all right, let's
Yeah,
let's
for
cut it,
sure.
fool, 'cause
If you know what you got coming, if you or you want
So
that
no
heat,
matter
you want
what.
that smoke, take it.
But if you're right here waving a red flag like this, right, then it's like, te gusta el desmadre.
Here we go.
I don't know, fool. I think you said that for
Hold on.
Oh.
If you're right here going like this, fool, it's like, okay, you like the bullshit, dog. Let me go make the phone call.
Thank you for opening that up. You see this?
Let me go make the phone call.
Oh, that was on your.
That's not my thing, bro.
Okay.
Okay, so now that you said about the red flag and blue flag, I don't think it's that serious, fool. Like, I know a lot of your audience on fucking,
Well, it was not serious.
The homies, like the red and blue as far as north and south down here, bro. Because my saying is and always will be, ain't no norteño ever kill one of my homies. Like straight up, bro. I heard you.
They have though. Yeah, they have.
Not from my hood, homie.
Yes, they have.
Not from my hood. Nah,
What flag do you fly under?
No. I'm from my hood, homie. I'm from my hood. Right now, I don't fly under any flag. I'm from my neighborhood, but in a positive way, right? When it comes to that, like, who's killed my homies is nothing but homies. Like, straight up.
Yeah.
Nothing but homies. My whole thing where I have all the homies, the ones that they're all homies. All other homies have killed my homies. Like, straight up. So to me, it's just another gang fight, bro. But just this is a different name. This is a different color. I know it seems like, especially because you got a lot of the younger homies. Shout out to the upstate homies, right? They sometimes feel a certain way, and I've had them on the podcast, and I've told them this. I said, because they said, you don't understand, Gil. We frontlining. Homie, we've been frontlining. We've been frontlining since the 70s, 80s,
Yeah,
90s,
for sure.
and what you vatos are just starting to go through. Which you're gonna go to jail, you're gonna go to prison, you're gonna get along with these vatos. We've been doing that shit since the county jail. We've been literally
down here, for sure,
killing each
for
other,
sure.
homie, on the streets. And the next day or the next week after you doing time, this fool's on this bug, this fool just killed my homie, and there's nothing you could do.
Yeah,
Okay,
homie.
Gil, let me picture this
gotta
for
be
you
all
real
love.
quick.
Yeah,
Okay,
shoot
let me shoot this scenario. If you see one of them down here, it's not of importance to you because, like you said, they don't bother you. They never kill none of your homies. That's fair to say, right? But say you go over there, you think they're gonna give you the same pass? You think they're gonna say, "Oh, you know what? He's dressed in blue, but I'm gonna let him slide."
Oh no, what I'm saying is this though. But I'm not gonna sit there and diss him online and talk all kind of shit, because if that's the case, I might as well diss all these fools that killed my homies.
That makes sense.
That's what I'm saying.
I get that.
And to me, it's. I'm trying to break that whole cycle. It would be like me and Boo Boo. Me say that Boo Boo. His homie shot my homie shot his homie. Like, F this guy. Nah, homie. Like, all the, like, Droops, too. These are all gangs that I know from different hoods, from different that. And, like, Droops, hood don't get along with certain podcasts. I remember we saw the podcast over there. It was all love, homie. But if we take that mentality where, hell no, he killed Mike. Well, if that's the case, then I can't invite nobody to my podcast, fool. Anybody that's from 18th Street, I can't invite to my podcast. We got homies dead. Anybody's from Violent Boys, we got homies dead. Anybody's from MS, we got like, I can just go on and on and on, but at some point it's got to be like, it's just a gang fight, homie.
Or at least leave it off the internet.
Yeah,
I just return the fire they give me.
I get
if a motherfucker says some fucked up shit towards me, I return the fire. But I also look at it like, okay, so like we have upstate homies that come down here, right? If they got beef with somebody and I'm with them, that's my beef.
Of course. Of course.
And vice versa.
Of course.
So I just respect the upstate homies, because it's like, all right, cool. If one day I go visit them up there, I know they're going to be making sure that nothing happens to me, dog. And if that's who their enemy is, then I gotta show my appreciation for the homie that will handle business for me.
Yeah, no, I will say this,
or like with me, better said.
With the guys from up north, fool, I used to have like certain. Obviously, I messed with Gold Toes before and all that, and then I used to almost have a bunch of like guys that were gonna come do the podcast, and then people say, "Oh, Gil, you pushed them." I said, "Nah, homie, they pushed me to the side because I was trying to open up that door so have some conversations, and at the end, bro, nah, they all jumped." Go to no jump, this and that, after saying, "Oh, they got certain rules, regulations, but you're going over here," and I was like, the love from the South was given out to Gold Toes. And to guys, right? Especially to Toes. He was accepted down here, not by everybody,
by a lot of people,
by a lot of homies, dude, right? Including myself. But the love from the homies from up north, up there, they're artist rappers. They did not reciprocate that love, bro. These are facts, and that's when I was like, all right. And I'm not. It ain't no shots to me. It's all shut out, homie. To me, at the end, we all brown, carnal. But at the end, it's just the name of a different gang.
And I don't really like. Okay, so there's a couple norteños that come in my chat. I'm cordial with them.
Right.
They're cool with me. I'm cool with them. I'm cordial, right? No big problem. But at the end of the day, you know where you stand. But at the end of the day, you know where you stand, right?
Yeah, facts, fool.
Yeah. But if they're cool with me and they say what's up, and like, there's probably a guy you don't like, Pocho, on podcast. He's always cool with me. He cool with you? He was on your pod?
Yeah, Pocho's on my pod. He was one of the original guys.
He's cool. He'll come in and say, even though he has some controversy behind his fucking name or whatever, he'll say what's up. I'll say what's up. You know? But that's the way it is, though. You give respect, you get respect.
And I get that, but it would be like me telling some young rapper from up north to, "Hey, fool, don't mess with that guy. He's one of my enemies." He goes, "Don't mess with," and that's one thing I think also kind of holds us back little by little, because
but it'll never change.
No, it may not ever change. From straight up, these are true, but people said that we'd never get along.
So it'll never change, because if you actually say, "Hey, I want to interview anybody and everybody. I just want to be down the center, bro. No gang shit." Other people that don't believe like that won't fuck with you.
They're gonna close the door on you.
Yeah,
facts.
And then vice versa, bro.
Facts, bro.
It's like, what do? Do you just pick a side and then the other people don't fuck with you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Or do you stay on the middle and then you? So it's just you just can't win, though. When you're from something, it's hard to.
But that's gangs, fool. That's
an
unwinnable game, bro.
That's California, man. You know what I mean? Everyone has different opinions, and people have been through different stages, in their life. So,
because I've met norteños 3 different times, right? I've first time I met him was in Paso Robles. Kicked off a ride with them, with the homies
in the prison there
in Y. It was Y, right? Paso was the first time. The second time I actually met some in the county jail in Arizona.
Okay.
And it was older guy, a younger guy, but I was there with homies and they weren't tripping on him and they were actually talking to him. There was some other young guy that reminds me of kind of like that TikToker that has a 13 on him, right?
Oh, Decane.
Right. So there was another guy from Arizona, from Phoenixera, and he had a 13 on him, and we're telling him, hey, fool, if you were in California, you can't mess with this guy. He had no clue, bro.
Oh,
but he had, that's just how it was, right? That was the second time. Third time was I ended up getting into a fight with two of them up in NRCC up north. So I was like, yeah, I've got down with them and done all that stuff. But I spoke to one rapper a couple years ago, right, that was having beefs with them, and I said something like I'm saying now, and he's like, hey, Gil, would you mind me talking to you? I said, no problem, fool, what's up? And he starts telling me, nah, if these guys, I said, hey, fool, let me ask you something, what's up? How many times have you ran into these guys? He's like, I've never ran into these guys. I said, so you're telling me you hate some guy that you've never run into, you got that homies, right? He's like, yeah. I said, was it homies or was it them? It was the homies. I said, there it is, fool. It's like, why even waste the energy for that, fool? And I get the youngsters up there. I get that all day long, homie. But to me, it's like, just my personal opinion. Why even waste the energy?
Can you say that since you were young, you were taught to sort of like that's the enemy?
Of course, 100%. Yes, fool. Yes.
So that's why a lot of us feel that way. Like
yeah,
F them.
That's exactly
that
what
ain't the color.
That's exactly what it is. But then again, I got homies that are young that are F boo-boos homies.
Yeah.
Or F,
Yeah, but at the end, see, that's where you lose me, because at the end of the day, it's still our flag. Regardless of they're the enemies for an hour, for 6 months, it's still our flag.
Oh, but the streets are enemies forever. On the streets, it's the flag when you in jail. It's the flag, something like that. But when you on the streets, that flag, it's like, what? You go to enemy, hey, where you from? He tells you, we're under the flag. He's like, yeah, I'm going to show you the flag.
Of
I'm
course,
put you
not in
under
the streets, but...
What's what I'm saying? I'm talking about the streets. I'm talking about the streets because that's where we are right now. We're on the street.
Yeah,
we're on the streets.
For
so
sure.
that's just my opinion.
So I say it's different opinions
So
for
are we going
different
to see
people.
Norteños on your podcast soon?
No, not no more, bro. Not no more, because like I said, I had reached out. I had, like, seemed like they were coming for it. Like, it was finding, it was calming down. There wasn't really, the beef that was going on now wasn't happening back then, bro.
Yeah.
And the love was not reciprocal. Straight up, bro. It wasn't. And so to me, it was just like, I stepped back, and that was it, bro.
Yeah.
And that was it. But I got nothing ill to say about the guys. I don't associate with them. It's, to me, if somebody hits me up, like, what's up? But I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what it is.
Yeah, you'll never see. You don't think? No, that'll never happen. That's a stupid.
I think you will eventually, fool. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Maybe the next wave of podcasters.
Maybe the next wave, or I think it's gonna happen, bro. Regardless, because there's a lot of stuff you would have told me 8 years ago that's happening now. How people are acting, how fucking brochudos are fucking talking online, like woofing all kind of. I would say that's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. Yeah, fool. But look what's happening, bro.
Yeah.
The internet's a wild place, carnal.
Facts.
It's a new form of like gangbanging for these youngsters.
Major for the viejos too,
Yeah,
fool.
that's true.
I'm ashamed of the ARP guys, fool, and I'm one of them, carnal. Yeah. I got the 50-some-year-old guys acting like 14-year-old kids, bro, and I don't get it.
Hold on, we'll get to that. Let me read some sponsors. Anybody need a bathroom break or anything?
Yeah, I'll take a
I'm gonna get it. Boo Boo, want to come in?
Is he gonna read sponsors or what? Just playing.
Get in, boo boo. Get in, boo boo.
Let me read some sponsors real quick.
No, you're good.
All right, check this out. Salute to everybody that's in the building. Hit the like button. All right, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you're an American Cholo fan and you're here because of him, and you're not subscribed to us, hit the subscribe button. Support another platform trying to make it out here.
Right.
You know, and vice versa. If you're here and you're not subscribed to American Cholo, go over and subscribe to American Cholo podcast. All right, this is what networking is about. You know, we're trying to gain his fan base, and our fan base has to go over there as well.
That's right. We got Big Droops in the house.
What up?
That's right.
Check this out. I want to give a special shout out to my boy OG Moses at Greenleaf Botanicals in the city of Whittier, California. If anybody is looking for CBD or THC, hit up my boy OG Moses on Instagram at Greenleaf_Botanicals. That fool was in the High Times magazine. Don't ask me why. You should already know. But go hit him up on Instagram at Greenleaf_Botanicals.
They still have High Times magazine?
Not no more. I think
I remember
maybe
that
digital.
magazine. I
Maybe
remember
digital.
that shit.
Yeah, that shit was big.
A lot of magazines went away.
A lot of-
Lowrider,
yeah,
and a lot of
facts.
hot rod magazines. The company that owned all that, they stopped doing magazines.
It's probably all digital now. You
Yeah.
can probably still find some digital, you know.
but the magazines are gone.
Yeah.
Which sucks, man, because those magazines
I
are
know,
cool
huh?
when you were in the restaurant.
Easy Riders, yeah.
You know?
I remember
I like
before
tattoo magazines.
Easy Riders when I was 10 years old.
Oh yeah, you got the little.
Oh, that was a
titty
that,
shots.
yeah, fool.
Low riders,
Yeah.
street low, you know, all with the high knots, you know what I mean? The
Yeah,
models.
Yeah, facts.
You know, I was in a bookstore not too long ago. I seen a bookstore and I was like, shit, I hadn't seen a bookstore in a long time. And I went in there and I'm looking for tattoo magazines and there's none.
No,
There's none. I'm like, what the fuck? Where, you know, like they need to bring them back.
Remember
You
the
know what I mean?
WWF magazine?
Oh yeah,
Remember that
hell
shit?
Yeah.
What's
Like
one?
WrestleMania was just a
WWF.
couple weeks ago.
I was
man.
never really into the wrestling.
Oh, my God.
You
I used
know,
to go
but
to
I know
Walmart
what you're
just
talking
for that.
about. I mean, it's big as
Ah,
fuck.
yeah, I do. That was my era too.
Yeah,
right there,
fool.
you
Just
know?
go Ultimate Warrior on the
I kind of miss the wrestling era.
Oh man, that shit was bad. They just had a WrestleMania a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, my homeboy Silent was here. He came from Florida just to go to that in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
no
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
He
yeah.
came all that way?
Yeah, he came
Right
here,
there
got-
where I work, there's a smoke shop right across the way, and I walked in, and there's like 10 of them in there. You know what I mean? Like employees, they're like in the cut, hiding, and they're watching WrestleMania. And I was like, damn, they still got that shit on. Yeah.
dude.
All right, check this out. Another shout out to Validated Street Gear. Anybody looking for that merch, that apparel, they print it on the finest, highest quality of garments. Hit up my boy on Instagram at Validated Street Gear. If it does not have the backwards LA, it is not validated. There's a lot of imposters out there, but hit up Validated Street Gear. All right, my boy, Street Polish brand. This clothing brand is out of the IE. All right, if you heard of Doughboy IE, the rapper, then you heard of Street Polished. That is the record label. That is also a merchandise label. Hit up their website at www.streetpolishbrand.store. Once again, that's streetpolishbrand.store. All right, we got another one. Solo Wraps. As a matter of fact, I seen Solo Wraps today. I went to the gas station to pump gas, and this fool caught me slipping, pumping the gas. And I'm like, oh, shit, a sponsor. You know, so I took a photo with the homie. If you want to see the photo, go to Hater World Media, go to the story. You'll see the photo. I'm wearing some shorts. Shit, I look broke, homie. All right, I look broke.
Them raggedy ass hanging around the house shorts.
Yeah, fool. I look broke. I look broke, which I am. But you know, go hit up my boy on Instagram at Solo Wraps 1. All right, Solo Wraps 1. If you need a vehicle wrap, whether it's a single color like a matte finish, a glossy color, or you want like a full color design on your vehicle, that fool gets down. Go hit up my boy on Instagram at Solo Wraps 1. He from the Orange County, but he got a business right here in Hemet, California. Everything in between. All right, so hit up my boy Solo Wraps 1. All right, any shout outs you want to give out?
Shout out to all the mothers, man. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mexican Mother's Day, which is today. And tomorrow, happy Mother's Day for all of you that have your moms. Take her out to eat.
Facts.
You know, because I know, us older guys are getting into that age where our moms are disappearing, you know.
Yeah, and we're the next ones to go.
Yeah. But we're that generation.
Mine's just gone.
So, you know, if you do have your mom, hey, give her a call. Take her out to eat.
How about you, Big Dog? Any shout outs?
Yeah, shout outs to all the mothers, like you said. Shout outs to all you guys for having us over here. You know what I mean? Shout outs to my homies. Shout outs to everybody at the shop. You guys know what's up.
All right, let me give another shout out real quick to one of our other sponsors. All right, you guys see it up there on the screen. It is Vallero Graphics. All right, shout out to Vallero Graphics, that of the IE as well. But you know how it is when it's graphics, you can be anywhere and they'll send you out an email with your designs. Now look, go check out the homie Negro at Vallero Graphics. He got you for all your graphic needs, from custom gear to banners and business cards. AI can make it nice, but the homie can make it custom to you or your business. AI is taking a lot of these fools' business, bro.
Oh yeah, that's just coming
AI
in.
is kind of scary.
It is.
You
scary,
got cars
bro.
driving around by themselves and shit now.
Well, you know what tripped me out? I seen an interview. I talked about it on our show with Elon Musk, and they're asking him questions, and they're like, Elon Musk is like, yeah, within 10 years, there's going to be like 80% of the cars driving. They're going to lose like a lot of jobs. You know what I mean? And Elon Musk was like, yeah, but it's going to be all right. The AI is going to be so efficient. These fools ain't going to need to work, and everything's going to be cheaper.
And I'm starting to go like, whoa, what's Truth talking about? You know what I mean? And then dude asked him the question, so do you think AI is going to like wipe out the human race? And he goes, oh, it's just like a 10 to 20% chance. And the interviewer was looking at him like, what? And he said, okay, maybe closer to 10.
Yeah.
And I was just watching it. I mean, that shit trips me the fuck out.
AI food does a lot of shit for you.
I ain't scary, but I ain't trying to fight no damn robot hitting hard as fuck.
I make
you
that
know
with
what I
AI.
mean? Like, shit.
Hell yeah.
I said, I need a logo. I need a devil with chains on and blah, blah, blah.
And that's what it came out with, huh?
Oh shit!
Hell yeah.
That's tight.
You know, so.
And did it within like 2 seconds, huh?
Facts,
Man, if he would have asked me to do it, it took me like a
2
month
weeks,
to do that
yeah.
shit. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
was in the printing business for 15 years, bro. To do something like this and get the fool's idea into your idea and create this, it would have took like a week and a half, and then a lot of back and forth. It would have cost a gang of money.
That's where AI is
now
really
it's
good.
like, you know, so
in the tattoo industry too, you could just come up with patterns on your
tablet,
on your tablet,
yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
and
Put them out there.
Yeah, it's a trip, you know.
Yep, comes out within 2 seconds. Like you say, you were in the printing industry, and man, you got to make the negative.
Yep.
You know, you got to fucking burn it on the plate. You know, and then you got to put it on the press, and then you got to get your inks all fucking right before you run it, and fuck, yeah.
Here we go with the last sponsor of the night. All right, salute to my boy Big Puff Smoke Shop. All right, Big Puff Smoke Shop. They're pretty big in the industry. Everybody knows who they are. They work with all the up and coming rappers. They work with all the established rappers. Go hit up my boy at 2067 South Atlantic Boulevard, Suite Number D, Monterey Park, California 91754. Or you can give them a call at 626-423-7377. They open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Once again, Big Puff Smoke Shop. Salute to them. All right, Trap Playboy. Any shout outs? Any sponsors you might have picked up and not told me about?
Nah, I don't got no sponsors though. That'd be good though.
You know one thing I wanted to say? That's a really nice looking shirt you got on right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit! Where'd you get that?
SoCal Tattoo
Show.
Right
I had to do it.
Art Gallery. SoCal Tattoo Art Gallery. Where they at?
On Rosita Boulevard.
We're by Reseda and Oxnard in Tarzana, California.
Do I get a free tattoo now?
Man, come through. I got you. I'm gonna film you. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna do it for
Okay. We'll set it up
for sure.
When I go see Cholo down there, we'll go. We'll make a piss.
Yeah, we're about 15 minutes away.
All right,
about
cool.
15 minutes away.
For
I'm
sure.
gonna let Gil say his shout outs.
Yeah, for sure. Jump on in. I'm gonna use the bathroom and then we'll go for round two.
Get the phone calls going.
Oh no, we haven't spoken
we
about
haven't
the
even
YouTube
started with
yarda.
the-
No.
That's all I'm waiting for.
Oh damn.
You only had me for like an hour and a half.
I know, man. How long we been on this motherfucker for? Shit. Yeah, you ready? Let's do this.
Trucha. What they got over here, oh man?
What do you say? We're not into the meat of it yet.
I'm trying to get to the meat and potatoes.
Oh shit! There's meat and potatoes. Let's do it, huh, man? Yeah, we got a nice ride. 657 in the chat. What's going on, Playboys?
There was like 750 at one point. Salute the whole chat, man.
They'll go up. They'll go up, Brandon.
They go up and down like the stock market, fool.
Yeah, well, you guys were talking a little bit about AI, huh? What do you
Yeah.
feel about that shit, Gil?
AI is gonna completely change America, bro. You're gonna have trucks that are gonna be AI. You're already gonna have the taxis. Uber drivers are gonna be a thing of the past. Dock workers are gonna be a thing of the past. Truck drivers are gonna be a thing of the past. The scary part is that the big war in America really isn't a war of like LGBT or black or race. It's about the rich and the poor, bro. It's the rich are just getting richer and they're finding a way to get us out. And it's almost like
Blue, be careful, homie Boo Boo might follow you to the restroom mellow couch.
I think it's gonna be some interesting times, bro, because you're gonna have a lot of people that are unemployed. What are you gonna do with all these people? You know, are you gonna put them on like voucher systems where now we're just like a socialist country where it's some sketchy times, bro? And
You saw the guy earlier sitting at the office.
Yeah,
he's already in line.
There you go, bro.
You know, it starts.
I mean, shit. I saw this one. The Droops was over here. You got tattoo machines now, bro. I saw one on the internet where they did a whole guy's back. They put him to sleep, and this machine goes in there and does it, perfectly, bro. So
I kind of think it's crazy. I think it's cool with the AI because like growing up, you see it like in the 80s when they were making Back to the Future, and you're like, oh, that's never gonna happen,
It's there, bro.
Yeah, now it's here, and it's like, man, I'm gonna get to experience. I'm gonna get to jump in an Uber and be like, yo, take me over, your bitch.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I mean? Hell yeah.
It's much deeper than that, bro.
No,
because
I know,
from
but
the beginning of times, obviously everything was created by God. But other than that, buildings, houses, everything electrical, everything, bro, jobs, factories was built by mankind.
Yeah, of course.
So now it's robots coming in.
Well, also they're
that's
also
part of the cycle.
they're playing they're playing God by they just brought back that wolf that was extinct for I don't know.
Oh, the
how
dire
many,
wolf.
Yeah, bro, they're playing
Yeah,
God.
we talked
bro.
about that the other day. Yeah, they took. You know what they did is they found a tooth in a cave, and then they took the bone between the back of some of that wolf's skull. It's a little piece of bone in between the ear, and they had enough genocode. It was like 0.15 to recreate it. But I looked because I studied it.
Right.
They found they used some other animal.
Yeah,
DNA
another wolf that was close. Yes,
to bond it, and now they have them here. They're a little bit bigger than regular wolves. Like the biggest wolves on Earth, they're bigger than that.
Right.
So like they keep them in captivity because if they're released, they'll eat everything.
Yeah, well,
they'll eat a bear. You know what I mean?
They're playing with a woolly mammoth. I don't know if you've seen that one yet. They got the little rat.
Yeah.
He's all harried out. Like
they're playing with the.
That's what they want. They want to make a woolly mammoth.
Well,
And
you have to look at it this way. If they're able to do that from a skull and a tooth in a cave, if they find some dinosaur.
Oh yeah,
DNA,
for sure, bro.
They probably have already.
Yeah, probably haven't told us. Yeah,
for sure.
That's easy work to them, you know. And the AI did it. That's who spent the genome code for the dire wolf. Yeah,
and they're gonna build more.
Yeah.
Hey,
I can't wait, bro. This is like some shit like I dreamed of as a kid. I pull out all my guns.
No, the world's gonna end, bro.
Nah,
when all that shit starts happening, we're gonna be wiped off of existence,
bro. I'll be old.
Yeah, we'll be old, but it'll be fun though.
Hey, since you're old,
I'm old, bro.
Here's a question that I ask everybody. Ask them the freezing question.
Okay, so I guess the scenario. Let me see if I do it right. It's you have a choice, right?
Yep.
To get your body frozen. You're gonna you won't die right there.
Yeah.
But if you get frozen, if they can find a way to bring you back in 100 years, then you come back the way that you got frozen. Would you do it for 100,000? 150,000?
100 racks.
100 racks.
Oh no, bro.
If you had the money, if you were rich.
No, but is that when you die or right now?
Like you're about
Whenever
to
you
die.
Oh yeah, if you're about to die, why not, bro? Yeah, I thought you meant like right now. They pay me money. I'm like, no,
You could if you want to.
huh?
Yeah, you could if you want to, but
Yeah,
you don't
but
have to.
you must be a sleazeball. Nobody loves you, bro. Like I'm out of here. Like tell my wife, hey, I'm gone. I'll see you in 100 years. Like no,
I always
bro.
bring this up, but that dude from Disneyland did it. Well,
Yeah, but that was after he was already croaked. They froze his brain. They chopped off his body's whole brain.
I think he's his body or his head.
It's just a myth. Yeah, it's fake.
No, but what they did do it. There's a baseball player that did it, bro. No,
Somebody did it.
yeah, no. There's a baseball player that did it, but what they did is they actually, I think, just chopped off the head, bro.
Like RoboCop shit.
But they have it ready on the go. Like, hey, he died. They got to get it on their ice, and there's so many hours. That way they freeze it, and what they want to do is they say eventually in the future, you're just a computer chip, bro.
Yeah.
They'll pop you
But
onto a
okay,
machine.
so if you had a month to live and they give you the option to you could pass away in a month, or they can cryogenically
Yeah.
freeze your
You-
entire body.
I think it all depends on how old I am. If I'm this age and they tell me, "Hey, man, there's a possible way this and that, you'll come back like this," all right, I'll think about it. But si ya estoy viejito, güey, ya casi muerto, nah, why do I want to come back this old?
Okay, so
But
here's
what
a
if there's more
scenario.
technology that
Exactly.
Yeah. So you have cancer, and they say, "Hey, we're close to
Damn.
finding the cure, but we're not going to find it in the next 60 years. It's going to take 200 years. Let me freeze you now, and then unfreeze you when we find the cure." Would you take that chance?
I think the thing that a lot of people aren't thinking is, imagine the shock of waking up and your grandkids are dead,
Yeah,
your mom's dead, you're coming to a world where everybody's dead, bro.
But just to see it, dog.
Yeah.
And imagine if we're by that time ran by aliens, bro. You have to chingan, like you want to see it, huh? Fool? Here you go, buddy.
You might be the what do they call that? The person they need to fix everything, dog.
You might be the slave.
Oh, you might be-
No, but I definitely think about it. Absolutely. If you had the money, yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people would, bro.
They bring you back, and they're like, "Sorry, we didn't find the cure for cancer. You're dead in a month."
Fuck it.
We just want to interview on the 200 boys. You got a mechanical this fool talking.
Let me get some alien pussy real quick.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah,
That's fun.
fool.
Imagine, sorry, we couldn't find cancer. We're never
Right,
going
yeah.
to. There's actually a worse disease you're about to catch in 2 days.
Fuck that.
A moment of silence.
Moment of silence.
Moment of silence.
There you go.
The YouTube yarda.
YouTube yarda. Fool.
You got 700 people here watching, and I don't know, 300 hate you and hate me. Man, I say more. I say 500.
Yeah,
All
for sure.
I say 500. Salute to the squad. And then you got about 100 undercover YouTubers that are waiting to clip this shit, and other YouTubers in their closets that are ready to talk about this tomorrow.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's talk about the YouTube yarda. How did that acronym happen?
The YouTube yarda, if you listen to any time I talk any kind of politics, like I did this one like maybe a month ago and we're talking about the tariffs, right? And I always break shit down into hood stuff. Like, all right, man, this is America. Mexico's another yard. China's another yard. We're trying to slang dope over there, which is cars, products, and they're trying to tax us. But when they come here and slang their dope, which is, you know, other goods, they don't tax us. So I try showing like different yards.
Or we don't tax them.
Yeah, we don't tax them, right?
Yeah.
So I was just showing like, you know, this is that yard, this is that yard. So when I started seeing what's going on YouTube, I'm like, oh, this is a yarda right here.
So you were speaking in terms that people can relate to.
Yeah, that because a lot of times, and like the homie over there and other homies are like, hey, fool, I love it that you can sit there and make sense out of this and put it into hood. Because some people, Gil, why you always got to put it into a hood thing? It's because I'm trying to educate my people. And some of my people are gangsters or cholos, whatever it is, homie. At least that way they know what people are talking about. And with the YouTube yarda, it's like, yeah, for this shit, it's a political world, bro. And it's, when I first came on the scene with this, bro, there was very few guys. There was some that are still here. But not one single guy speaking the way they're speaking now, bro. When I first came onto this yard, and it happened when you started getting some of these prison guys, they all came out like this, bro. Every single one of them, oh man. Every single one of them was like this, fool.
Yo.
And before they were like this, they were just
voices.
They were just voices.
What a screen.
And I'm watching this, and I'm saying, damn, these fools. What they were doing is they were testing the waters. Little by little, they would talk, and it probably took maybe a year until you finally saw somebody's face. They started with the mask during COVID, but they wouldn't show their face. And then after, they started showing their faces, fool. And every single one of them kind of started being like, all right, nothing's happening to me. Nothing's happening. Because that's what it was. They were afraid because they knew they shouldn't be speaking about this stuff, bro. Yeah. These are the rules. You know, it's funny how the guys that are always telling you, oh, well, in prison this. Oh, well, in prison that. But they only want to use this little terminology in prison because if this was, you wouldn't be talking about this.
No, for sure.
If you were still in your neighborhood, you wouldn't be talking about this, fool. And that's when I said, damn, these are all fucking pro políticos, way.
Only when it's convenient for them.
Only when it's convenient for them, bro. So that's when it was like, dude, it's the YouTube yarda. And then I started hearing, and he says he'll be the one. It was an old guy named OG Triple OG.
Oh yeah.
He would trolled me too,
with the
bro.
mask.
Yeah. He had the voice. People said I was. You're a troll. I said, I don't got time for that shit, bro. You're crazy. So he started majorly using it, bro, and he would throw me on there. But I heard him one time, I don't know, he did some kind of thing. He's like, you know, he don't like me, this and that, but Gil smart, because I said this. I said, I don't respond to this guy, bro. That's how trolls live. Yeah. When you start responding to him,
gives him power.
Yeah, you're giving him power. And he's like, Gil never, and then I never did, bro. Now I'm mentioning he hasn't been around a minute. Now you got Chemo Flicks. And Chemo Flicks is like the guy who gives you the scoops on everybody. Yeah. And these guys, they'll fucking expose people, bro.
But Chemo Flicks goes, he knows who to go after.
Yeah.
He's not going after for the you know, the person that's actually providing some for the community, though, or the culture.
Right. Yeah. For the most part, I think now he doesn't. He's pretty much stuck on those guys. And it's like you wanna come out on YouTube, you want to sit there and talk about all certain stuff, especially prison. It reminds me of this, bro. It reminds me of, I forgot which interview it was. One of these big guys. It may have been on Alex Alonso's thing, or it may have been old D, Big D that passed away many years ago. I forgot where I heard the story, but you hear this a lot. Where one of the homies was one of them guys putting in work, and he said, finally, you know, gave his life to the Lord and said, I'm turning Christian and all that. And the homies pull up on him like, hey, fool, you a Christian? I'm like, yeah. All right, no problem. But there's no
coming back.
There's no coming back,
Yeah,
fool.
facts.
You're not that anymore. And to me, I can respect that. You walk away, but then you walk away.
And you make a U-turn.
You walk away, and now that you think the water is not that hot anymore, you start taking off your
Criminal. That's Mr. Criminal.
and then you start they come back, bro.
Mr. Criminal.
So that's what these guys are doing and did, and they're saying, you know, their main thing is you're being a hater. But nah, bro, you just like the homies that are Christian. You walked away, bro. Don't come out now a couple years later. And I've seen that too. I've seen guys. I was busted with some guy in YA, knew him from the streets, did a YA life, but when he was in YA, changed his life, bro. Like went to the college courses, doing his thing. More power to him. I was like, oh, good shit. I see him a couple years later. This was in the hood, like tumbado down, like. Damn, fool, what happened? When I saw you were chilling, bro. But you start hanging around people. You're not in there anymore. So you start going back to your old ways, fool. And that's what's going on with a lot of these guys, bro. They're sitting here saying they're only speaking about them. No, you're speaking about a life that you chose to walk away from, regardless of how you want to spin it. At some point, you became very afraid. At some point, you were either just tired of it. And I can respect that, fool.
Yeah.
If you want to walk away,
but you have no more say in anything that has.
Well, it's not no more,
over here.
Facts, but also don't get upset when people criticize you for it.
Yeah, facts.
You decided to walk away, bro. And then it's like I wouldn't put myself in that position, bro. And so a lot of these guys, they do it because they're out of state.
Yeah,
right?
A lot of them. Yeah.
But the same guys that will talk crap about the guys out of state, their buddies are doing the same thing, bro.
So you think you coined the phrase, the YouTube yarda?
It ain't no thing. I mean, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
We started this gangster shit. I mean, whether they like it or not, and everybody's part of it at one point or another. You part, and it's funny because I hear everybody who doesn't like it. You know, it's almost like the Cali Mac thing.
I'm the enforcer.
Yeah.
I'm the enforcer.
It's almost like the Cali Mac thing. They catch themselves saying, "This stupid ass YouTube," because you see it, bro. There is a genre that is the YouTube yarda, fool.
Yeah.
And me, I go into it every once in a while when something's cracking like this. Come in there and give my 2 cents.
He's the warden.
I'm the warden, bro.
I'm the enforcer.
I'm the warden.
I take out the trash, homie.
Yeah, I walk in there, I say my shit, but then after that, I'm gone, bro.
We escorted so many fools out the yard already, fool. It's crazy, my boy. Mr. Hold on. Criminalgas, Rodent Radio. We escorted.
I'm part of the Goon Squad.
We escorted
Batman and Robin.
Minor 16.
Oh, Jesus.
Who else did we get out of here? The pot stalker.
The old man.
Which one?
The Chicano documentary.
He got 2 old men. This one got 2 old men on his ass, bro.
The Chicano documentary guy.
Yeah, what do you say?
The walrus.
The walrus, and then the other vato, Güero from San Jose. We got him out of here.
The Güero, bro.
There's a list.
Hey,
you know,
I'm gonna give you a story on Güero, bro.
A lot of people, even rappers.
When I saw Güero going over there, I was like, "What are you doing, bro?" See, a lot of these guys, I know what they did before YouTube started getting big, bro. A lot of these guys were messing with guys that, I mean, there's no other way to put it. These are facts, informants, bro. People who went to court, people who wore wires, and I had Güero and Pocho actually do a live together, but on video, right? It was kind of interesting when you have a guy from up north, this and that. And when Güero, I don't know if he had done that one yet with that guy from up north, and I told him, "Hey,
the white guy."
I told him, "Hey, what are you doing, fool?" He's like, "What do you mean, Gil?" It's like, "Dude, you know," and I'm telling this guy, "What are you doing? This guy." "Oh no, I'm not." I said, "No problem, but look what you're doing." And then when I saw him go over there, and he was like, "I never knew." I was like, and there's a bunch of those guys. Well, I fell out, and I didn't fall out with Güero, but there's a bunch of guys that I fell out because I told him, "I'm trying to warn you, like, fool, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
They forgot what the real world is about. They fell into the cloud, and then you're messing with all these guys that these guys. There is no offense about it. They have a huge target on their back, bro. These are guys who have actually testified in court, done certain stuff that you're gonna get murked over, bro. Like there's no.
If you're around them, maybe
so
you know.
Why am I going to start associating with you because I want views from you? What are you, crazy? You can keep them views, I mean. But that's what's happened on YouTube. Everybody seems to think that it ain't real, but the thing is, it ain't real till it is, fool.
Yeah, no, facts, fool. And sometimes you get caught up in the limelight, you forget.
Yeah.
You forget, fool, like the real shit. It happened to me once, and I had to step back and be like, hold on, I'm getting too deep into thinking it's just YouTube and it's real shit.
It's just real, fool.
That you gotta answer to, fool. And I took a step back and
That's why I don't like to associate with a lot of people, and I try to, like, now as I'm getting older, I try to look and study more who I'm talking to, because it's all access. I mean, it's all you can get. I mean, if you run my name, I run your. We can all get public access.
It's like this. Like people always, you worried about. I ain't worried about nobody's status. Fool. If I'm working somebody, I don't care.
Yeah.
But if you're on the internet, there's a homie of mine, bro. I've known this guy for shit, bro. I want to say 38 years, 36 years, and something happened to him. Didn't go too well. And he's been out of the system for years, in and out, in and out. And I told him, hey, if you go back, you fuck up. I know, fool. Got fucked up. Went back. I seen him at a function a couple years back. I said, what's up, fool? How you been? I know his situation, everything, right? And then he's talking to another homie of mine on the phone. And then I told him this. I said, listen, bro, I fucked with you. You're my boy and you're my homie and all that. But, like,
stay away.
Yeah, fool. Like, I can't take a picture with you, bro. I can't. And he got upset, bro. He didn't say it wasn't he just got upset, and that was the last time I've seen the guy. And I had told him this before he went back in. I said, fool, if you do some dumb shit, like, I'm not. See, what people don't understand, I'm not paying your debt, fool. I'm not gonna imagine this guy owes somebody something. Hey, you hanging around with that guy, fool? Like,
and these are homies you love, fool. Sometimes that you just, hey, fool, I love you, fool.
This is the game, fool.
This way, stay away, my boy.
And see what it is a lot of the audience on YouTube may just be regular old folk, and they think it's just a real silly game, and you guys are this. No, to me, I respect the game. For me, I don't want no part of it, but I respect it enough to know that I'm not going to be seen with somebody who's going to put me in a wreck,
in the predicament. Bro. That's what I said. So look, people be like, oh, why do you care about dropouts and PCs on the internet? I don't.
Yeah.
Fool, I got my own shit. I'm going through my own life, everything.
Absolutely.
I don't care about none of that. I'm not from the prison shit. I don't, that's not my issue. I'm not a prison genre type of guy.
Facts.
Right? But the thing is, dog, that if I go do content with a guy that I see and I see he's doing big things, like, I like this guy. Let me do a video with him. And I go do a video with him because we think he's a good homie or whatever. And later I get a phone call by one of my OGs. Hey, what the fuck are you doing on the internet with that fucking guy? You making us all look fucking stupid. And I'm gonna be like, what are you talking about? You know who that fucking guy is? Now I got a DP coming.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, people gonna look at me different. Now the homies that I know I can count on at any given fucking time probably don't want to fuck with me no more because of this shit. All over a guy that couldn't be honest about who he is before he came on the internet. Yeah. That's what pisses me off. If you gonna come on, hey, this is what I am, this is what I do. If you want to fuck with me, fuck with me.
Facts.
If you don't, then you don't. But at least give us the chance to decide for ourselves, bro.
Don't play us. This is what I seen, bro. I seen this from a few years back. Those guys, when there was much more of them out there, right? They were trying to interact with a bunch of people because they don't care.
Yeah.
They're already where they're at. So if they get more people like them, they're like, they love it, bro. Like, we got more, but nah, bro. At some point, you gotta have a certain moral and value, and just like I said, if you've done it, walk away, bro. If you really want it, and if you are on that, let's say on that realm, right? If you're making some content that isn't talking about the joint, that isn't this, that you're trying to get kids to steer away from that life and do it, nobody's messing with you, fool. We're not saying nobody's messing with you, but when you have the same guys who are sitting here constantly talking about homies, talking about this, talking about that, because they're never going to run into them, and then as soon as somebody makes a video on them, oh, you're the biggest head. Nah, bro, you're just going to taste your own medicine.
Like my friends that I have now, they're my friends since I was a kid, like since I was young, fool. Like, they're the same friends I got. Like, I don't have new friends. All the people that I know are the same ones I grew up with. I'm not gonna give that up for to make a video with a guy on YouTube that's this and that. I'm not. I'm not, dog. Because anytime that I need people here, they're gonna pull up like this. That fuck that up over being YouTube famous.
People
or
do,
YouTube
bro.
likes.
People do it.
I will never, bro.
People do it, and then they start getting out of character. They start getting more and more comfortable with it. But it just shows their true character, bro. Like, this is why you are where you at.
And it's getting easier too to like notice those type of people, because I come from a little town, but like even in my little town, homies will call me and be like, hey, this YouTuber, you know that fool's no good. Like, they know the scoop.
Yeah, they started.
So like, for you to mess around, like, I gotta go back to my little town. I like my little town. I don't want to ever have to go back and not be welcomed. You know what I'm saying? So I like to study people.
They've gotten
You know
so
what I mean? Before I
comfortable,
bring
and
them
everybody
on.
knows what we're talking about, where you on that same boat and you're calling somebody a PC, you're calling somebody a punk. Imagine knowing somebody in your hood, hey, this fool's a straight PC, bro. And then you see him on the internet, fuck that, laugh. I'm like, wait a minute, fool. Like, really, fool? But that's the crazy world we're living in. And when you try to say something, nah, homie, this is just what it is. You can't pick and choose all this prison game you're out there spewing and then leave this part out of it.
Yeah.
You know, this is a huge part of it, bro. You've decided to go, so go. But they won't.
And like you said, most of them don't live in California.
Yeah.
They move out of California, so they could say and do as they want. Like we got some that make videos on you and me, and they could talk all this shit, but it's like, are you gonna pull up?
Yeah, no, of course not. Of course
so
not,
shut
bro.
the fuck up.
When you can't hang around with your own homies, what makes you think I want to hang out with you, bro?
Yeah, facts.
If you burn your own bridge with your own homies, carnal, you got to be a special kind of piece of work. So why am I gonna mess with you, fool? Like on some real shit. And the fans of a lot of these, like I said, they're just regular squares, goofballs, and that. But these are the same guys, like I said, that will
We can never do what we do. Saluting face emoji.
They will.
Devilish face emoji. America's emoji. America's emoji.
They will steal your dope and help you look for it, fool. And then while you're looking for it, the other fool's gonna try to get your old lady. These vatos, I'm not inviting them to my place. That's just the kind of character they are, fool. I've been around this shit for 35, 40 years, carnal.
Boy, 100 emoji. Saluting face emoji. Salute American Cholo and the squad and all the guests.
So check this out. Those guys, there's two dudes that are making videos about you and me, right? One's from up north and the other one is from Santa Barbara, I think, right? I call them Dumb and Dumber, Tweedledee, Tweedledum, boyfriend and girlfriend. You know, I got a bunch of names for them, right? So these guys make content out of their closet, which is cool. Let them get their money. They're doing whatever they got to do.
Right.
But while people are supporting that, trying to shoot us down, what they tend to not realize is that we're building platforms for the future.
Of course.
For our people. We interact with other people. We're giving chances. We're giving all these things, right? Because we're here to help. While these fools are in the closet only helping themselves.
Of course.
You know, and it's never going to change.
Nope.
They're never going to do anything that's going to help anyone but themselves.
Yeah, they're running that torica, fool. They're running that torica. They're running that game on everybody. They're like that older guy telling the little homie, "Hey, homie, it's game, bro. It's all game." Because they're just doing it to get the money. But the reality is that most people viewing just don't care, fool. They don't care. Some watch it for the entertainment. Some watch it to watch somebody crash out.
That's more of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't see, but that's like one of those things when that other guy. They're living a slippery slope because it just takes one bad luck and that's it, bro. And you can see her, hey, this happened to this YouTuber, and we'd be like, yeah, that's about right. Like,
makes sense.
And there's no way to defend that. What I just said, there's no way to defend that.
Oh, but they'll try, bro.
How could you defend that? Like, we're building platforms for our people. They're taking from our people.
Oh, I think it's very simple. You can't sit here and have platforms based on you talking crap about everybody and anybody, and then the second they turn the mirror on you and say, what about you? Oh, well, you don't understand. Oh, well, nah, fool, you running game, homie. You can't. You can't. It's like so hypocritical. And one of the guys, fucking from the Dumb and Dumber crew, right? The one lives out of state. The other one is always criticizing everybody, saying, if you live out of state, you can't do anything. Well, that fool lives out of state. If you PC'd up, you can't do anything. Well, that fool fucking PC'd up. Hey, well, and you wouldn't go. And to them, they think that's like big. Get your money, fool. Right. But like I said on my live on that thing, you know, what does it benefit a man to gain the whole world but sell his soul, fool? And that's what these fools are doing, brother. Selling their soul, but it comes with a price, carnal.
And like I said before, it's a sad situation because one of the guys, if he would have stayed away from the other guy, this wouldn't be happening.
No.
Now. You know, it maybe not in the way that it's happening now, but that's what made everybody think, like, why is he doing that? Why is he kicking it with that fool when that fool's a dirtbag over there? And that's what opened the floodgates for everybody to try to figure it out.
Of course, but a lot of homies kind of already knew, fool, right?
They did.
And what it was this. As long as the guy was being positive, trying to help out, like staying low key, in other words, not that he was, but doing the Christian thing. You're doing the, hey, for this and that. Nobody would have said it. He would have just. Then there's a few YouTubers out there that are in this situation that just do their thing, bro. Nobody says anything.
Yeah.
There's a good comment up there. It says, no one is doing anything for the raza. Everyone is for self-gain. That's false. That's false. I've had rappers up here that I don't want to have up here, where I lose money, dog.
Right.
I lose fucking money. But I have them up here. And whether they use it or they don't use it, that's me helping, bro.
And guess what? Every up-and-coming rapper can't just go directly to Hot 97, Power 106. So where do they go first? They go to American Cholo. They go to Blue Devil. They go to all these podcasts that are set up for them. You know?
Yeah, no, and
Set up for the streets. We're for the streets, dog. We do it for all colors too.
Like I said with me, you want to compete against me, fool? Give out some turkeys in your hood, homie.
Yeah, facts.
Give out some backpacks in your hood, carnal. Like, give out some Easter baskets in your hood. But the reality is that, no, they brag about the money they make. Well, show us, give them a little bit back, bro. And they don't. It's, like I said, to me, I see it, bro. It's just their running game, fool. They talk shit about Wes Watson, but Wes Watson at least was GP, and you're talking shit about this guy. Like, the amount of hypocrisy that it takes for these Watsons to say what they're saying is insane. But only somebody who knows the game knows this. Everybody else is gonna look at it and say, "You're a fucking hater." No, we're not haters, fool.
What could you hate on?
Apparently, I want to go to prison, and I wanted to go to prison, and I'm just mad because I didn't go to prison. Fool, fuck, bro.
That's what they say about me too, but.
I'm upset that I didn't go to the Pinta, fool. But I'm not trying to glamorize prison. See, they put themselves in a box that they can't get out of. They'll try to. The worst shit they talk about me. I didn't go to the joint. I guess I'm a foreman.
You're not Mexican.
Yeah, I'm not Mexican, fool.
Yeah.
That's the expose, homie.
Yeah.
But I'm good in my neighborhood. I'm good with my wife. I'm good with my children. I'm good with my family. I'm good with my community, bro. And I give back to my community. Yeah. And that's something that they just can't say, ¿verdad? Yeah. Are the phone calls going or what?
No. That's something else. One simple job turns into a fucking headache.
Hey.
Move it to the left. Don't motherfucker can't find the left button. Hey, but so yeah, I mean that's the way it is, bro. That's the way it is with these guys. And do you think it's best just to ignore them?
I think there's times that you have to ignore them, but there's times like you see me coming out of the woodwork out of nowhere. I just get tired of hearing stuff, but I've never called anybody out their name, bro.
Yeah.
I've never said anything that wasn't true.
Yeah.
What it is with, at least for myself, the truth hurts, fool. And people, you think it's a big thing that you can still go to your neighbor? Yeah, it is, bro. Because I've been here for all these years, but I use my status recognition in my neighborhood as far as I can still go back to try to school these youngsters, not to try to make them think the Pinta's the way to be, because that's what they're doing. They're glamorizing the heck out of it. I know people who watch it for the fun, all that, think it's not, but all they're doing pretty much is telling war stories about the joint. You got young guys hearing it. You got young guys thinking, I want that, I need that. You don't need that, bro. You can just enjoy life, do your thing. And you're taking war stories from guys like the homie 16 Life said, did not complete the mission.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
They're sitting here talking crap about this brother because he didn't do the hard time I did. It's like he's the Mexican Wes Watson, fool. Yeah. You didn't do my time. And the brother broke it down like, fool,
you didn't complete the mission, my boy.
He said, I completed my mission, homie. I came out straight. I came out GP. I came out this. Yeah. You didn't complete the mission. So it's funny how you could sit there and criticize people, but that's the hypocrisy. But I think a lot of people eyes have been open to it, and it's just so much hypocrisy.
It took that phone call of that guy recently. I don't want to say his name. There's a white man that called over the phone with somebody. Yeah, you know
that his level stacked up to his level.
Yeah.
Here, hey, you've been the big guy. Hey, know what? And somebody finally said, "Well, here's my shit.
What up?
This and that.
Yep.
Oh, I respect the guy. What?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Fool.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I thought.
So it took that for others to find it, because it's been in everybody.
Yes.
But nobody really wanted to believe it, bro, because he would always dance around the question.
Yeah.
But now it took that fool to say it that now people are realizing it. And
but imagine how much his ego hurts, bro. To not be able to just say this is what it is, fool. It's just because he can't keep up the Wes Watson persona.
Yep.
That's the problem. He knows he can't keep up that Wes Watson persona and can't be this guy and can't talk. But this is the reality, fool. We ain't lying.
Everything that goes up must come down. You know, it's one thing that if you see every time they go at me, it's your views. You're like, fool, like
this is what you're worried about?
What the fuck?
Yeah. Like, I mean, listen, it's all great and love when you're like, oh, hell yeah, I got some nice views. But I don't wake up and be like, oh, man, like, no, bro, no, no.
Here's this one. You think it's about the influence or the views?
With me? With us?
With our shit.
No, with us, it's the influence and the knowledge, bro. The views, like I said on my thing, I can get views all day long, fool. I got plenty of enemies on the YouTube yarda that I can say, all right, Monday I'm making a video on this fool, I'm exposing who he is. Tuesday I'm making a video on this fool, I'm exposing who he is. Wednesday I'm making a video on this vato, I'm exposing who he is, at least to me, and just go in on him. 10, 20,000 views, fool. Easy.
But it's
bro.
about the influence.
Yeah, but that's bad energy. That's horrible energy, fool.
Yeah.
I don't want that. If that's the case, I'll go back to streets and gangbang, fool.
That's when you're just chasing the views.
Yes, fool.
Okay,
Yes.
but influence to me is this: we can go on the biggest platforms, be invited at any given time.
Shut up.
Yeah.
There you go,
When
big
something
droops.
happens, people reach out to us because of the influence from other genres, other ethnicities. Is nobody going to these fools' platforms? Like I had somebody from Texas call me the other day. Hey, we need to have an artist up there at your pod. All right, or a Texas artist.
Yeah.
Or my views are 1,000 views per reaction. Why they don't call Dumb and Dumber that got 50,000 views? Because they got no influence. They got no influence in their culture. So what the fuck does your views matter if you got no influence, dog? Look, it's all building.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
They've reached their peak. They're at their peak right now. But eventually, dog, that's gonna come crashing down,
it's
my
the
boy.
peak.
These dudes get a lot of views because the shit they're talking about,
Yo.
and that's what people like from all over America. They don't know, like, you know what I mean. So they be believing these guys, you know. And like you said, why is he beating around the bush when they're asking him? Like if someone had said, "Hey, that dude's rupee's no good," you know what I mean? This and that. I'm like, what? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna come up with an explanation. I'm gonna want to fight with that person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like. And I don't go pushing, you know, lines and nothing like that.
You work for your name,
but,
dog.
You know, yeah, no one's gonna take that from me. And I'm not gonna be like, well, you know, because of this. No, and that's why these dudes talk all this shit because they're already fucked. They're already wanted. So they're just like, go for it, man. You know what I mean? Let's get some views and some money.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will believe them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
But. You know, I see it all the time with dudes that come home. You know, when you guys were talking about the prison shit earlier, I was sitting over there and I was thinking, man, I want to say something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know, dudes will come home and like you said, they could have been a punk in there for all you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For 20 years.
You know,
never
like,
know.
like you know, there's like someone will come home and say, yeah, they're looking like they just stepped out of American Meat. You know what I mean? And they're like, yeah, I just came home from Folsom and woo. And someone that don't know no better is like, damn, check out that food, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Someone that knows better is going to be like, were you in New Folsom or Old Folsom?
Yeah, and
You know
question, yeah.
Hey, okay, so you're in a level 2, dude, just calm down. You know what I mean? Just stop. And who cares? You were in a lower level, great. You were able to do some good time. If you didn't go to prison, great. Everything we've all been through is what makes us who we are.
Yeah, everybody has different,
you know what I mean?
different
And
paths.
someone that, most of the guys that come out and act super hardcore weren't actually so hardcore because the guys that are, they're not really putting it out there.
Right.
You find out when you piss them off. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And like these dudes, I know some of these guys from YouTube that you were just talking about.
Yeah.
You know, and from prison before they became no good.
Yeah.
You know, and it's weird to see them now.
Acting
you know
the
what
way
I mean?
they
And
act. Yeah.
I just watch and I'm like, wow. All right, you know, karma's a motherfucker. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it
I can
is,
start
sure.
you one of these days. You know, always got to stay humble. If you've really been around some real serious guys or dudes that you just have a lot of respect for, guys that have given you good klecha, they'll tell you, pass that klecha on. You know what I mean? Look out for the homies, pass it on. And you ain't all that. You know what I mean? You're just another one of all of us, you know, trying to get it done out here, you know?
I learned that too. Yeah.
Let's move on from Dumb and Dumber because tomorrow they're gonna make a video saying that we sat here for 30 minutes.
Oh yeah,
talking
for
about
sure,
it.
for sure.
So that's gonna be their only shit. But
I will say this. I think the influence of everything that the new, or I say new podcast because we're kind of like the new shit.
For sure.
I think it's got the young streets because like for instance, I'm not gonna say who it is, but we got a guest coming Tuesday. She's a young
oh yeah, that's a big
Latina
one.
from San Diego coming up.
Nice.
She does singing, modeling. Man, she's got her following isn't that great, but she's like super excited. She thinks coming here is like coming
yeah, it's
to the
great,
to
bro.
the-
It is, but you guys
it's like
are
going to
doing
the
this
Super
feedback.
Bowl. She's like, man, I can't believe it. Like, can you get me on your channel? I'm like, yeah, we're gonna make that happen.
it's
Yeah,
dope,
like
bro.
we're gonna.
I see it all the time.
and
It's
I think-
beautiful.
and that's a good thing, man. And it's not just the Latin community; it's the Black
Just in
community
general,
too. Yeah,
bro,
all the young homies, they like coming on. because we are speaking for the streets, bro.
Yep,
We're
that's
not.
why it's a
We
good
are the
thing.
new radio stations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
bro.
you know,
Absolutely.
like we're the
News también.
we're like the
that's
80s
kind of us
version
over
of
there.
the rappers that came out. What were they like when they were first starting? You know, and pretty soon there'll be a 90s version.
Absolutely,
like
bro,
the
absolutely.
So we're gonna be like the Rakims and when they look back, like, dang, those
These fools were the ones that were doing it back then.
back
Absolutely,
in-
bro.
All right, here's a change of subject. The pot stalker.
Jeez.
All right, the pot stalker. He was
Fuck,
going after
dog.
you and going after me. This is a guy that doesn't know how to just quit. Like, I lost. Let me just move on.
Right.
Because they're still going at you.
Oh yeah,
and
I'm
still
sure.
going at me too in little sub shots. Like, fool, it's not competition.
All right.
Why they come after you so hard?
The crazy part was that it had nothing to do with them, but I think what it is with that guy, for I really think he's got some issues upstairs, and no, seriously, he's
mental.
Yeah, a little bit. He's got
He's super protective of his
he's
friends.
got, and most of those guys that hang out with each other, they got no friends, fool. Like
Yeah.
some real friends, because when all that stuff was happening with that guy, I was saying, hey, dude, where's your friends at, bro? Like, a real friend, like, if Boo Boo was doing something, he's going, I would off air be like, hey, Boo Boo, hey, fool, slow down, you're tripping.
Oh yeah,
fool.
for sure. I tell Trap Boy all the time, "Hey fool, calm down,
Yeah,
wait."
like, you're tripping, fool.
Come up
You're-
that way.
And what they did to that guy, they set him up for a failure. Fool.
Yup.
They told him they believed the 3-finger guy came there and I hid behind.
Oh, yeah.
They believed that fucking Messi Mar, when I saw him and he fucking got all scared. He believed him, and I'm sure he told me, I punked that fool. In other words,
Damn.
to me, it's this. It's like if I go to somebody's hood and this fool pulls out a burner on me and busts on me, I'm gonna go, and then I'll tell the homie, hey fool, keep trucha for this fucking guy in his car. He's gonna bust on you. He's got a strap. Instead, this fool went over there and said, oh, that fool's a punk fool. I ran to his
Yeah.
car, I hit him, and he didn't do anything. So the homie
lied to him.
Yeah, they lied to him.
And he
fool.
believed them.
So in his head, he said, he's done ran from these other
Yes.
people. He's gonna run from me too, and I'm gonna film it, and
Yes.
it's gonna make me look like
That was his goal.
His intentions were never to fight.
No.
His intentions were to get a viral
viral
clip
moment on
that
the
made
camera.
him look good.
And look, I stayed out here, and he never came out.
Yeah,
That's what he was.
That's what he wanted.
But what he doesn't understand, he was doxing my place. He's doxing my truck. He's doxing my place, and pretty much trying to show everybody where I'm at.
Yep.
Unfortunately, he fell off the top bunk. But the crazy part is, and I don't got a lie to kick it, fool. That fool went to the cops, fool.
Yeah.
That fool went, and I'm like, really, bro? Like, what do you think the cops are gonna look at this video and think that I'm at fault or anything?
Yeah.
You're stalking me. You're calling me the B word. You're calling me a punk. You're saying everything because it was pretty much fuck around and find out, fool.
Yeah.
Facts.
And
At
that's
the highest degree.
yeah, fuck around and find out, because Gil's not that, and I'm not that guy. I'm a father of this, but I ain't your punk, fool. Like, you ain't gonna come to my spot. You especially ain't gonna come to my pad like that if I'm there, bro. Like, it ain't gonna happen. But these fools start believing the internet and believing the lies. But you know what the funny part is, BD? That all these fools that I ran into, they all sit there and lie to one another, fool. Yeah. Every single one. And me,
that guy's got some serious swerves. He knows what he's doing with that mouthpiece. He knows this game, and he knows how to cross people up, make them look bad. Because he ain't actually going to do it.
Oh no, for sure. No,
he ain't gonna
no,
bust a
that
grape
fool
in a wine
says,
factory, you know.
why you do it to me and not to the other people? Let me hold on. I look at it like, fool, every situation is different. They're not all going to be the same, right? One guy might get lucky, fool, or the other guy might not be as lucky. So when they say that, how do you feel about that?
to me, I know the truth. I don't need to sit there and make a video with these guys and respond. Like, if you notice anybody ever ran into fool, they continue this. Why? Because they gotta make people believe it.
Right.
Me, the homie I was with one of those, he's like, hey, that fool's a straight punk. I said, yeah. Fool's like, that fool went online and said, I said, this is the internet, fool. This is what these fools do.
Yeah.
They will sit there and lie through their teeth about what happened.
Yeah.
And with every single one of them, bro, I first of all didn't go to the internet on any one of them, bro. They're the ones that jumped because they thought I was going to go to the internet. The only guy I would say that told the truth, for the most part, when I ran into him, one guy, Neil Tuzad. Out of anybody, and that was a brother homie.
Yeah.
Me and him had some stupid ass issues at the beginning of this shit, which I can admit now that was pretty much childish, fool.
Yeah.
And me and this fool would American Cholo, keep my name out. Like, you know, the big guy. And then when I saw him, he got the video. I never made a video about it. He's the only guy that kept it real. And he was like, Yeah, that fool kept the same energy. Like he was like, but he was like, yeah, this fool was like, come on, you think I'm gonna come up with this guy and then I'm gonna be scared of this fucking? Come on,
Yeah,
come on.
Neil's God is pretty big. We've seen him.
Hey, but that's it is crazy because that's the out of all the guys who are so-called homies or know the game, he's the only one that kept it a buck, fool.
Yeah.
That kept it a buck. Didn't sit there.
Because you
And,
could get away with being fake on the internet.
That's a good homie. Neil says
yeah, he was the only one, bro.
You know, if shit goes down, he gonna jump in.
Yeah,
and
fool, and
you
it
can
was-
just tell. You know how you tell someone's
like
energy.
Gil just said, he proved it by his actions. You know what I mean? So
that homie,
Gil's like putting it out there.
Yeah, and that was the crazy part. And these other guys, pura bola mentirosos. I wouldn't even have said nothing. Fool. I wouldn't have said nothing about any of them. But they all got to jump in the internet because they were scared. Like I'm not gonna say shit. Fool. I don't care. I don't need to lie to the internet to keep it going. And that's what these guys do. But you know,
And again, these dudes like the Postok and all these fools. If you ask them why they don't like you, it's all over your personal views of certain things. Like, are you fucking stupid? Like, fool, you don't have to like me, but this is how I feel. It's my opinion. Or what else is it over?
They get offended because the truth. Okay, with Tony, where's the Chicano rap documentary, fool? Like they kept pushing it for years. I'm an investor in this construction housing thing I'm doing. They asked me for, and that's what they did to the public.
Yeah.
It wasn't a donation for him to do what he wanted. It was a donation for him to do the Chicano rap documentary.
to make the
Let's keep it
movie,
100. And it's never gonna happen. This is the difference between them and I. If I were to ask that money and I think what it was, he got into legal fees. Hey, you know what, dude? I got into some major legal fees over this. I lost the money, but una mentira después. We're in 2025, homie. We're gonna be in 2026, and they'll get upset. I'll put it out when I want to. People, nah, fool. Just admit.
How long has it been?
5 years?
5 years?
5 years.
Fuck, dog.
Yeah, because once you start lying, you got to keep
20
lying
racks?
to cover
Some
it up,
of them people,
you know?
5 more years,
And
some of them people gonna die that donated.
And,
Yeah.
You know,
And that was it. And
keeping it a buck. Yeah, that's what
and
I'm
then they
saying.
get offended, and that's what it was. Because, like I said, with me, this is what I'm saying. I seen them talking shit to a certain guy, and I'm like, wait a minute. All right, so I'll ask, where's the documentary at, bro? Because they were trying to punk a lower platform.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute, how are you going to try to punk a lower platform? And that was with this other guy talking shit about Peseta, the same thing. That's why I said, no, I'm gonna put my 2 cents in, bro. You can't be talking this kind of shit reckless. And to me, I'm the warden of the YouTube Yarda, homie. Something I got to lock it down and say my piece, fool.
Shots fired.
I just thought about that. I think there was someone who was 68 who donated. They're almost gone.
Oh, yeah, fool.
Yeah.
73
And
now?
they get offended by that. But it's true. It's not coming
true.
out.
No,
bro.
It's kind of
coming
like
out.
what Gil said. Who knows what happened? Something could have happened, that really fucked everything up for him.
But just say it.
And
But it's easy-
say it.
yeah,
Come on
just-
out.
yeah,
Because if
yeah,
he would have been
yeah.
like, hey, homies, check this out, man. I got fucked. I did some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
I went on
yeah.
a crack run and spent a lot
Like-
of money. Por favor, hey, help me out. I
Like-
apologize. This is what's going to happen, and
Give me
people
some
will
time. Let
respect
me
that.
figure
People
it
will
out.
get in on them, but don't respect that. We
In the
all
last
make
couple
mistakes.
years, we've had people donate. My boy Moises, my boy Tiny, like donate for the turkeys and donate for stuff, bro. That's why I put the videos out there, bro. I'm like, all right,
To
first
show
it was
where
all out
the
of my
money went?
pocket. I'm still
Yeah.
coming out of pocket,
Yeah.
bro. But they're helping donate, so I'm showing them. This is what. Now imagine
That's cool.
if I were to go out and say, hey, dude, I'm trying to do something big. I want to feed so many people. I get 20 grand, and then
You buy a new whip.
it never happens, bro. and then when people start asking, I start getting upset about it. Like, nah,
You buy a new
bro.
whip on 20-inch spinners.
Fuck, 20 G's.
No turkeys, but a new car.
So you know what it is? It's like this.
It hurts.
It's one of those, like, let's say you catch an employee stealing money and you're like, hey, Opina, man, I got you on video. What? Let's fight.
Yeah.
We can fight all day long. The fact that you stole the money,
It doesn't change.
it doesn't change,
change,
bro. And that's what these guys are doing. They're looking. This is what they do most of the time. They divert the conversation. So they'll get into semantics. You're asking them a question. Oh, you never did as much time as me. I'm not saying that, bro.
Yeah.
I'm asking you this question, and they can't answer a simple question. That'll tell you where they're at, bro.
They can't get straight to the question yet. They
Yeah,
just
no,
go
but no,
around.
they can't even answer the question. They'll just go around
Round
it and
it,
go
round.
around it and say you're being a hater. Nah, bro. People wanted to know where their money went, and they got scams.
The truth never changes.
Yeah, the truth never changes, brother.
you know?
All right, fool, let's get some phone calls in because we're gonna get out of here pretty soon.
We
bro.
got the Southeast LA Michael Myers in the building. Salute to him.
What's up with Southeast LA, Michael Myers?
Michael Myers, huh?
Southeast LA Michael Myers.
Yeah, Myers about to go to sleep like Boo Boo over there.
Boo was stretched out like a king cab over there.
Shit.
Anything else you want to ask before we take phone calls?
Nah, let's just take some phone calls. I mean,
I want to ask one last question.
Got one more?
And I
Go.
still got a lot of shit to ask you, but we'll talk
do it-
about it when
we'll
I
do
go
it
to
in
the
the
podcast.
Part two
Yeah,
at
there you
American
go.
Cholo. There you go.
There you go.
How was the phone call with Mr. Criminal?
Oh Jesus, fool! Oh Jesus, that's a good one. That's a good one.
We could talk about it now because now it's all known what he's about. So
Oh, Jesus.
I don't want you to beat around the bush with it. I want you to give me an impression too.
Super high power, vato, homeboy. Hey, check this out, homeboy. Whoa. I hung up on him, fool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I hung up on him, fool. Like, no, I hung up on him, bro. He said, hey, so what's up? When the fuck you gonna take that video down? Whoa. I said, whoa. Hey, homie. I'm like, first of all, look at you. I don't give a fuck, but click. That's when I hung up on him. So I go back into the living room. My wife's like, I don't know, Mr. Criminal. He's always trying to scream. What'd you do? I said, I hung up on him. About 5 minutes later, I get a phone call. I said to my wife, let me go to the back room again. What's up, man? All right, man. So we good? So what are you talking about, fool? You taking that video down? I said, no, fool, I'm not. First of all, look how you're coming at me, bro. Oh, man, you know what? This is some Fugatti shit, some word like that. I don't know what the fuck. Blick. I hung up on him again, fool. Right? So then he calls back again. And he's like, well, how are you going to? I said, bro, I am putting just my opinion. And I didn't even do a video, bro. I think I posted something. I posted something that said that I don't think doing a torta song is just like I did for Tiger.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's a good look. I don't believe that. I think this is derogatory to our people. It's taking us backwards. Oh, well, he's a millionaire and he's the greatest rapper in our life. If Mount Rushmore was there, he'd be the top. Just when his ego was like a 20-story balloon, bro.
He'd be on the Mount Rushmore?
Oh, yeah. No, he said he would be the main one on Mount Rushmore. Like, just going. I'm like, all right, well, congratulations, fool. Like, what's up? Like, and then he calls me, and I could tell he's on speaker with a bunch of people, and he's trying to get disrespectful. I said, listen, homeboy, I won't wolf online, bro. I'm not gonna disrespect you. I'm not gonna say anything. But I said, but look at you. I said something like, you're over here trying to laugh with a bunch of people in the room. That's all right. I said, pretty much, if you see me, bro. But I ain't gonna. Oh, so you're gonna take the video down? I said, fool, ain't nothing coming down. Ain't nothing coming down, fool. Ain't no clip. And he thought that it was gonna be fine and dandy, right? And then he started getting a little pushback for it. But he thought it was the greatest thing in the world. And the funny part was, I already knew, bro. All that shit I already knew. All the stuff that came out when I'm speaking to the guy, I already had a good inclination. I didn't know, and I'm thinking like, damn, fool, like really? But that's what happens to a lot of these guys. They get on the internet, they want to scream, and I've seen it. Fool, like I said, I was from the hood since '89, bro. So I've seen it all come and go, bro. And I've seen guys wolf behind a door, and when you're in front of their face, them fools are just like, and I'm like, what's up? And that energy ain't there. So he's another guy who I was saying how these rappers, they get caught up into their persona, and they believe where if you were really that guy, fool, you would have been in out of YA with me.
Yeah.
You were that young and that active, fool, you would have been out of YA. You would have caught a fucking stank. You would have been not.
He's been a rapper since he was like 15, 16.
Oh yeah, no, he's telling me that he was the hitman for when he used to go with Capone. That he was the guy. I mean, he would do it. He's
a liar.
No, he was just pumping it up, and I'm like, fool, maybe that game works on some little kid or some guys you're around, but not with me.
See this DVD? I was a part of all that, and that fool said bodies dropped, people died. I'm like, when and where? I was there. When and where? I was there.
And
you know what I mean?
And that was it, fool. So
damn, I didn't know you had a copy of that, fool.
When all that came out, BD, it was comical to me, fool. It was comical to me. And I'm like, yeah, that's about right. But at least he did it right. He kind of disappeared. Now he's trying to do. I think he's making burritos and.
Well, that's a gatekeeper that we needed to get out of here. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was a gatekeeper.
And before that, I thought he was a cool cat, bro. Just by seeing what it was.
I know so. That was a gatekeeper. You know how many people he tried to stop from coming up here? That was a gatekeeper.
Oh, yeah. Really? I
can see that.
That was a gatekeeper.
But like in actuality, like concerts, he couldn't gatekeep rappers out of like shows
but he was
like that.
He was a gatekeeper back in the day, bro.
Maybe those times. Okay, I agree with that.
Back when like High Power was popping,
right.
He was a gatekeeper. He didn't want nobody else to shine. So when he got into the podcast game, he only got into it because he saw us flourishing,
right?
And said, "Oh, I'm this guy."
He's kind of out in rap business to try to bring it back.
No tiene vergüenza buying all the live viewers. I'm like, come on, fool, you can see that you ain't getting 10,000 on the live, Playboy, like.
Yeah.
But that's what they do. But yeah, that's the criminal thing. And to me, like I said, it was another one. I'm just said his shit, hung up on him, never talked to the guy again, right? And after that, I just saw it all unfold. And like anything else, I just sit back and laugh. I never went out there and made a video.
He owes me 10,000.
Yeah, you ain't getting that 10 grand.
He owes me 10 grand.
I remember that, bro.
We made a deal.
I remember that, bro. Hey, what a deal. Way. And then he would talk all that high power stuff,
and
bro.
now I'm glad I didn't pursue it, bro, because you know.
Oh yeah, you could be in one of those.
I was gonna, you know. Pursue my money, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, heck no.
If I would have done that, we wouldn't have been here right now, dog.
Yeah,
straight up.
I know you guys be in the county talking about your case.
Yeah, for real.
All right, let's take a phone call. Let's go. Let's go.
Gil, slow down there.
I
got much more shit to talk about. We'll talk about it later.
I got like 15 minutes, fool.
Let's go. All right, look, I'm much on the phone lines. Anybody that wants to call in,
it went quick.
Anybody that wants to call in, turn off your TVs.
Oh, I bet.
Nah, Speedman playing.
Anybody that wants to call in, turn off your TVs. All right, do not talk to the computer. Do not talk to the TV. Talk to the phone like a regular phone call. Number is on the top left of the screen. Anybody that wants to hear the phone calls, you guys got to go into that room.
If you want to hear the phone calls, you got to go in there. You want to hear the phone calls.
Over here's them all the time, bro. Ton. You connected? Let me use the head real quick.
Yep, I got this pair and a black pair. Same ones, Clark's.
Just ringing.
Salute the 815 people in the building.
Nice.
Current viewers, appreciate you guys, man.
I need a practice call real quick if somebody can call in.
You know what? I see some of the people in the comments. They're the same ones that comment on our shows.
Yeah.
There's a few of them. You know what I mean? Like,
so YouTube, we are that dog.
Yeah.
We got the two generals, two Yarda generals in the building.
The SSU right here, the enforcer.
The enforcer and the warden.
And the warden.
The warden.
And the rest of us are part of the goon squad.
The goon squad.
Yeah, that's the SSU.
The goon squad coming through. Hell yeah, it's nice.
The number is listed on the top left corner of the screen. All right, 213-770-7838. Let me post the number real quick.
Oh shit, there they go.
There you go.
It's not ringing in here, is it?
I can hear it.
In here?
Yeah, I hear it in mine. You hear it in yours?
Yeah.
Yo, you're on air. Can you hear us? Yo. No, let me turn this in.
I can hear it.
Slow, huh? Yo, mic check. Can you hear us?
There you go.
There you go.
Yo.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. 424. You're in the building. What up?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I think some of the best podcasts right now has got to be what's that dude? Marvelous. American.
Shut the fuck up.
What the fuck?
Yeah, let's go.
I thought he was being serious for a minute. Then I heard all those names like, fuck.
A1A, you're in the building.
Wrong YouTube, y'all.
What up?
What up?
What up?
What up?
Hotline, let's roll.
Hey, this Tony with the blazer.
Through chat with Tony with the blazer. What's up, Tony?
Blazer.
Nothing, fool. Just want to shout you out. A homie from my area right there.
Shout! Nothing major.
East Valley. Yo, that's right.
You know what it is,
hey,
Tony?
This is entertaining, and the chat is going wild, bro.
Yeah, look at that, homie. Look at that. Not too bad for.
Shout out to you.
That's right, Tony. Appreciate you, fool. Always supporting.
Ándale.
That's that way. Late.
Hey, have you guys ever heard that caller that calls into our show, the Alabama Mexican?
What's the deal?
We told him to call in.
What's the deal?
Really? This fool's crazy.
What's up, Gil? I see you made it to Haters World, homie. You got your notepad
That's
ready?
it, fool. I made it to the top, fool. That's it. It's all downhill from here.
Hey, just make sure when you invite Hater World, dog, you know what I'm saying? Let him in with the squad, homie.
No problem, fool.
I'm coming with armed guards. I'm coming in a.
Hey,
look at my shit, bro.
Hey, Blue Devil.
What's up, fool?
Hey, Blue Devil, but but Opina can't come in, dog. He's wearing them skinny jeans. That's it.
I'm the one with the grenade. I'm the one with the grenades.
I'll put it down. Trump made an executive order, bro. No more skinny jeans, bro.
That's what's
That's crazy. These are size 40. Is that skinny? That's
I'm gonna wear my alligator boots when I go to American Cholos.
So
alligator boots with the vest, with the bulletproof vest.
Alligator boots with the.
That's some pimp shit right there, on boy.
Alligator boots with the fur.
Forklift gang, homeboy.
No manches. Nah, but salute, Gil, Droops, Opina, Blue Devil,
right,
man, networking, man. That's the only way, carnal.
Forklift gang, homie. Forklift gang, carnal.
Gracias.
Yeah,
623, you're in the building.
Ay, te echaste un pedo, güey.
Damn. He waited 3 hours for that one.
He got it in too. He got it in. Good for him.
Yo, unknown caller, what up? Oh shit, I hung up on him.
Oh shit. It's crazy because it picked up the Brillo pad and dropped it.
All right, come on, call in. The number is listed 213-770-7838. 213-770-7838. All right.
We gotta play some chess, fucking groups.
Yeah, who said that?
Me, fool. I'm a chess player.
Man. Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, come on,
Okay,
player.
it's going down.
432, you're in the building.
Yeah, I'd love to play chess.
Hey, what it do, man? What's up to all the YouTube warriors?
Trucha with the YouTube Warriors, carnal.
Hey, I'm calling in, because did you hear about Ryder G making it at the Salvador News and shit?
He made to a Salvador News for what?
He's in the chat, bro. They're trying to put him in that prison. I guess he was talking shit to some big guy from over there on YouTube, and they put him on blast. They made a whole video about him.
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Is he the program time?
Yeah, you got to check it out.
Yeah.
They're trying to put him in that prison.
Nah, no chingues, way. What that for illegal or what?
For real. I'm gonna send you that link so you can check it out.
Okay, do it. All right.
What are they talking about?
All right, bro.
I don't know that.
Some about the
rapper.
That's the Southeast LA Michael Myers.
Yeah, that fool.
Oh,
Yo,
that's him?
909, yeah. 909, you're in the building. What up?
That's not the original one. The original one died, I think.
623, you're in the building.
Yeah.
Mucho gusto. It's Thomas Trapper right here, homie.
Trucha, what's up, Trapper?
Igualmente.
Hey, just want to give a big shout out to the homeboy Gil right there, dog. That who shows the people that just because you have a 9 to 5 doesn't mean that you can't do what you got to do, you know?
That's right. I
Big
appreciate
shout
you.
out to fucking Blue Devil. Big shout out to Opina.
Salute.
Prayers to the homie Droops. Big
That's
shout out
right,
to
yeah,
Northeast
yeah.
Los Angeles.
Sure.
Yes, Ivan, you know what I mean?
Much love,
Want to give you
homeboy.
guys a big shout out, homie. You guys have a good fucking night, dog. Y mucho gusto, homie.
appreciate you,
Igualmente,
homie.
carnal. Gracias.
Órale.
Come on, Bama, where you at?
I'm just trying to get in, fool.
Is he trying to get in?
I'm
There
sure.
you go. You're in the building. 818. What up?
What up? It's Jedi 18.
Trucha with
That's
Jedi.
right. What up?
What's up, homeboy?
I want to say what's up to AC. I seen you down here in the fucking Enojo in Valley Plaza,
I'm everywhere.
giving out to the community.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You're not hiding.
I appreciate you,
You're
homie.
not
Aquí estamos, güey.
you, my boy.
I'm there, homie, all day, every
Estamos.
day.
Even though right here in Valley Plaza's not your hood, you're still down here, my boy.
Everywhere in North Hollywood's my hood, homeboy.
Showing support.
Everywhere in North Hollywood. I got love for all the homies. Aunque me
All
quieren
right,
o no
my
me
boy,
quieren,
stay
carnal.
up.
Appreciate you, homeboy. Much love.
818, you're in the building.
Hey, 1-8 stepping up today,
Yeah,
homeboy.
gang.
YOLO. Hello. Motherfucker, they hung up. Here we go. Yo, you're in the building. What up?
Locote, high power, motherfucker.
Trucha! That fool got the big old filero, carnal. Gee. Trucha! He was taking it out as he's saying that, fool.
Yo, you're in the building. What up? Talk to us.
Why you guys locked me out the building?
Ah, shit.
Yo, who's this?
Why you guys locked me out the building?
They locked him out the building, fool.
Serio?
Nah, you Cholo had me locked out.
Damn. Oh, you locked out Moses? You told me he couldn't be here?
Yeah, he didn't want to give me no bud, fool.
Damn.
He didn't want to kick in with that.
I've been out here the whole time waiting.
With the Greenleaf Botanica.
No way.
Whoa, I've been trying to get that shit.
Damn, fool. My bad, fool. I'll go and lock that shit for you right now.
Fuck.
That's fucked up.
310, you're in the building. What up?
Hey, American Cholo.
Oh
That's
shit,
it.
Alabama.
This is the world
Bama, what up,
famous Alabama Mexican, homeboy. What's up, Bama? Bama,
Hey, what's up, hater world?
Yo, yo, yo.
what you got, Bama? Talk to us.
American Cholo's like the Joe Rogan podcast, and you guys are like TMZ and Joe Jumper for Chicano
like that.
culture.
We'll
like
take
that.
that, right? We'll take that. Hell yeah, we'll take that,
like
fool.
that.
Hey, Bama, appreciate you tapping in with us, fool.
Hey, you guys have good sound over there. Hey, show American Cholo how to upgrade the sound, man.
Hey, my boy.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, you gotta work on your accent, though, my boy. Just
Hey,
a little
this fool
bit
calls
better.
in and bangs on us
Just a
every
little
week,
bit, bro.
Yeah,
Where you got it there, you're getting
He's
there.
there, bro. He's there.
323, you're in the building.
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, what's up?
What up?
Hey, who's this?
Who'd you call, homeboy? Don't you love when they call and they say, "Who's this?" What's going on?
Hey. Check it out. It's not level 10 soldados, homie. It's level 9 soldados, homie. Level 10 is for the pesetas.
No, that's why they're level 10.
Yeah. That's how you say the joint, homie. That's how we say it. They're the level 9.
But this is the YouTube yarda, carnal.
Yeah, I know, dog.
That's all love, fool.
I'll just put you up on a little fresh game, dog.
There you go, homeboy. All right, BD, you better say level 9 from now on, fool.
All right.
All right, homie. Gracias, homie. Late.
Gracias.
909, you're in the building.
Look at this fool's get naked.
Nah, man, you can't take off your pants, boo boo. What are you doing?
That's for the
See
only
what they
fans.
said in the chat earlier?
Hotline, what you got, caller?
Shit.
Oh, eso está chupando, güey. Hey, you got a bunch of maniacs in your callers list.
No, they're here for you. They don't call in no more.
Yeah, no. We've been getting good ones.
Yeah.
I don't know, fool.
Here we go.
Hotline.
That one guy threw you a pedo.
626, you're in the building. What up?
He shit on us.
What's up? This is Miss Lady Pink. What's cracking, Gilbert?
What's crack-a-lacking?
What's good?
What's good? We're here chilling. Hey, world. What's happening? Talk to us.
Yeah, I wanted to know what's up with that negativity you said last time. That blue devil straight up.
That what?
Fake.
Can't hear
I
you.
said, what's up with that negativity?
What?
I said, what's up with that negativity?
What negativity? Explain. I don't know what you're talking about.
The blue devil explained to him since he has little issues
I'm not
remembering.
gonna lie to you. I'm out the loop on this one.
Yeah, I'm out the loop right here, too.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking. You know, I will say it, Pinks, but I don't know what you're talking about. To be honest with you, what?
I don't know, bro.
Just say it.
Blue
Or,
devil.
You got to say it, Blue Devil.
I don't
The
remember.
last time the blue devil called you, the last time the blue devil
I
called
do
you.
remember
Yeah.
I did call you, but I don't remember exactly what was said. I do remember I called you on live.
Okay,
You did
so-
a reaction to it. So you did a reaction to it.
My
So
mind
Gilbert,
is so
what's good?
fucked up. You said something. I forgot what you said.
I don't know.
but
I'm asking. What is it?
I asked you
I say a
something.
lot of stuff, dude.
Hold on. I asked you, what you thought about the people that were bashing Miss Lady Pinks at that time, and the people that were bashing her was.
Oh, it was with the Rowdy Rax thing.
Oh yeah, Rowdy Rax. Fool, Rowdy
Yeah,
Rax.
I don't think I said anything crazy. I think what I said was that you were getting on Rowdy Rax as far as why he didn't get at you behind the scenes when you made the comments on the scenes. So you can't get at somebody in front of everybody and then all of a sudden expect them to get to you behind the scenes. That was it.
Well, that wasn't the same energy as you did when Blue Devil called you. You said that.
Should I scream
said
at you?
some-
Should I mean, I'm just explaining what it was. I don't know if
No,
you're
you
looking for us
shouldn't
to
scream at me. I'm not screaming at you. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but there's no energy to come at you. That's what I was saying. I said the same exact thing I said then. I believe you can. And this is my opinion. I believe you can't come at somebody on a comment section on Instagram or somewhere and say some shit, and then after they reply to you, you're gonna say to them, well, why didn't you reply to me behind the scenes? Well, you originally made the comment, so of course he's gonna fire back, or anybody's gonna fire back. That's all I'm saying. Am I wrong for that?
Well, it was wrong the way you came at Blue Devil about me.
I came at you.
It was wrong about.
You did say
it
some
was,
bad
it
words.
was wrong the way you said. You said you didn't
she's
say
got
no
your
bad
back.
words,
Oh, she
but
got
you
your
did
back.
say.
You did.
You did say that I was doing some cloud chasing. It was a whole different energy that I'm getting right now.
Well, I mean,
and I was like, okay.
Listen, if you want to take it like in a very disrespectful way, I could see, but there's no disrespect. It was just, he called me. You got to remember, when he called me, I didn't even know he's calling. It was one of the callers. He called me out of nowhere, and he calls me and asked me this, and that's all it was. It was, if you're sitting here again, if you're sitting making comments on people, and they fire back at you, online. Should they not fire back on you online?
This is one beef I think we got to squash.
Yeah, no, I'm good, fool. I'm
Sounds
good.
like a nothing beef too.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
There's no peace.
And Lady Pinks is good people. American Cholo's good people. This one, I think we got to figure out.
She's got your back, so that's a good thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was talking shit about it. Hey, Pinks, to me, it's all good, dude. That was one time we said something, and that was it. It was like, it's what's it called, nothing burger?
Because look at the thing is that I never had an issue with you. I had talked to you a couple of times.
Yeah.
Back and forth when you hit me up on a DM.
Yes.
So the Rowdy Rex has nothing to do with you. So when Blue Devil called you up and he brought it up about the whole whatever situation was, I don't even know if it was a Rowdy thing or it was a Rana thing.
So Pinks,
you
should be mad at Blue Devil, not me. He brought it up. I didn't bring it up.
Hold on. No. Hold on. I'm not saying I'm mad. I'm not saying I'm mad.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that when he called you up, you just like came out like bow, like out of nowhere. I'm like, damn.
No,
like,
I was on my live on my personal channel, and we get phone calls and we go back and forth. I had no clue, but you never even said it was Blue Devil. He's hey Gil, and then he's like, aha, I got a clip, and he clipped it, and that was it. So if anybody you should be upset, Pinks, is Blue Devil, man. I never brought it up. He brought it up.
Blame it on Trap Boy.
Well, Blue Devil, remember when you said, when you did the whole reaction to it, and you said, "Oh shit, this is another one I started on my stuff." I didn't know about this one.
Because I didn't think you were going to say that.
I've never fired on you. I've never gone and said. I say to myself, he asked me a question, I just answered it, and that was it. But it's no judgment on your character. It's not talking shit about you, Pinks. It's nothing like that to me. It's something that was so quick that nobody would even know unless you like kind of called and said it. Everybody else that never got any traction.
That's why I'm calling it right now, and I was like, well, fuck it. Since he went online and he said that online publicly, I might as well go publicly too.
I didn't. It was Blue Devil that called and recorded it. So what you do? You need to call Blue Devil and jam him up.
Blue Devil, that's number 2.
I get blamed for everything.
That's strike 2, bro. Strike 3 and you're out. She said.
Strike 3 and she's coming for your ass.
I just wanted to clear it up. I just wanted to make sure because I was like, okay, like I never dissed it to him.
I never.
I know that he had hit me up.
No, I'm not a hater, bro. I'm not a hater.
Pinks, I apologize.
It's all good. It's all good.
I appreciate the call, though.
No, for sure. All right. Shout out to everybody on there. Much love. And I guess I'll talk to you guys later. And happy Mother's Day to everybody.
There you go. Happy Mother's Day. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, guys. I'm out.
That's
I didn't know who was it
on that one.
No, it was this guy. He set it up, bro.
Yeah, it was my fault. 323.
Hotline.
Joe. Low. Yeah, I fucked up on that one. What happened was I was live and I said, let me just call in on this for real quick and fuck around. And I asked you a question and you went off and I was like, whoa, fuck. Never mind. I fucked.
What are you supposed to do? You're gonna go off on a question.
You're just gonna keep talking. It wasn't nothing like that.
8-3. No, fuck. That's it. We're gonna take like 2 more calls. That's it. Yeah, but she's good people. You're good people.
No, that was actually a good way to end the calls. And it was good. It'll make for good. We'll get one more round. Hotline. Last caller. What's up with the chat, bro?
There was some funny shit going on. It was yard down a little while ago.
Was it? Damn, they're going in on each other.
Oh, that's why.
What happened, fool?
I see why.
You forgot to pay your phone bill.
No, here we go. All right, let's go. Last caller. So we get the
hotline.
You're the last caller. What up? Yo.
Let's come through, fool.
Okay, hold on. One more. Come on. We're getting bombarded. Somebody's sending us
spam stuff?
Yeah,
they do that.
That's why our shit's starting to stick. So let's just take one more call and get the fuck out of here. It's going.
That's right.
It's going from 750 to like 1400.
What?
They're jumping, bro, because everybody's jumping on. They're going.
909. You're the last caller. What up?
They're not even your phone.
Yo.
Hotline.
I don't even hear it ringing.
Yeah,
no,
if you notice me the whole pod,
I didn't even notice till you just said that.
I am usually a little stiff, but like I'm like really like
we're calling.
Answer one. They're calling.
Yo,
it happens.
805.
That was the last call. Nah, we ain't doing that, bro. Get one for Gil.
That's it. We're out of here.
We're out of here.
All right, salute to everybody.
Man.
You gotta be grateful. You need haters. What is you complaining about? What do you think a hater's job is? To hate. So let them do they got.
Reason why I always keep the flame on me. And I'ma do it till I'm done, ain't no brakes on me. Break me down, hell no, that's what you ain't gon' see. Blue devil on my shoulder, he just spitting the facts. So be careful how you moving, ain't no running it back. Southside, hey, the world where the real ones at. Them 200 boys reppin', logging in from the trap.